Okay, here we go.
So Justin Trudeau is infamous.
Episode 12 of the podcast.
So
All right, go ahead.
Justin Trudeau is infamously known for his poor opinions on Twitter, and he posted up one of them. So my rebuttal essentially was that he was like, "I think this should happen," and I was like, "And I think you should kill yourself." I was like, "We're all entitled to report bad opinions, right?" And the Twitter staff wasn't having it. You know, apparently you can't tell the Prime Minister of Canada to kill himself.
No, because that's a death threat.
No, I wasn't saying like I'm going to kill him. I was saying like I think you should kill yourself.
That's probably is that death threat?
I mean, if the FBI can tell Martin Luther King to do that, you know, I'm just thinking it's the same thing.
The FBI didn't tell it to him on Twitter in front of the world.
Oh, it was a letter. You're right. But I'm just a lot more like front face.
Yeah.
That's an understatement.
Yeah.
So did Twitter give you a path to get back on, or is it just you're banned, you're out of here?
I'm permanently suspended. I'm done.
Done for.
Yeah.
So how do they tie it to? They tie it to an email address, or?
I think it's phone number, because now you need a phone number to
Okay.
Yeah.
So you need a new phone number to for the 2FA. I love
Yeah.
that. Were you a face or a no face account?
Oh, full on face.
Okay.
Yeah. No, I was full on me.
So you might Twitter might be a thing in the past for you.
See, whatever, but I'm black. You know what I'm trying to say? So that's why I'm like really using it back on there.
You totally KYC'd yourself, not only to your face
I know.
on the profile, you gave them the phone number and probably tied your emails and location too.
Yeah, I openly hate that guy. So you know, it's like, amongst half of like Canada, so you know we're all good on that front. I mean, obviously in a joking way. I hope no harm happens to him. His family seems sort of lovely, sort of, right? But like, you know, I believe in a copacetic Canada.
But you also think he should kill us?
Yes. Yes. It would just be nicer for everybody. You know what I mean? Like, but like, that's just my opinion. And again, we're all entitled to our poor opinions, right? I could be incorrect.
True, we are.
You know,
I will defend your right for.
Prove me wrong. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, no, I mean, don't. But yeah. And I wonder why CSIS wouldn't hire me. But
You wonder why CSIS wouldn't hire you.
outside of that, so actually, you know what is an interesting conversation, which is the most relevant that's happening right now, is obviously SVB.
Oh, you want to talk about Silicon Valley?
It's been a week.
Piglet?
Well, it's been a week.
It's been a real week.
So
Been up 2 days actually.
I wanted to give my breakdown, and I want to hear what you guys think of it, right?
All right, I'm
because
ready.
I actually think this is highly correlated to Powell increasing interest rates again,
Okay.
and actually coming out
So I've heard, yep.
and coming out and being more hawkish, right? So it's not even just that we want increased interest rates; it's the fact that we're actually going to continue a regime of more interest rates, right?
I sure hope so.
So I actually think what happened with the real story was that essentially Peter Thiel and a couple of other major depositors were saying you have not accurately accounted for loan loss provisions, which from my perspective, being venture capital, is a better way of saying all these valuations are horseshit. And there's no way you can validate these things as interest rates go up. On top of that, all of the fucking funds that were closed-end funds, 10-year funds, that we put money in back in like 2012 that are coming through right now, they're gonna drop to the fucking floor. So I don't think you guys have the money to fucking have my deposits. I'm pulling my cash out, right? So the second that happened, right, you saw the bank run started. So more people started taking money out, and then essentially, hold on one second, this is actually a very significant part. The bank run started, and then essentially the bank run was so egregious that the FDIC had to take over SVB, which is the first time that's happened in 12 years since the 07 to 09 crash with fucking Lehman Brothers. So this is extremely significant in what was someone would consider a stagflationary environment, where now you've seen one speculative private entity, which is like FTX, right, go downhill, which was essentially like also like a holder of capital, but also now SVB is essentially like a bank run and a bank closure are two massively, like basically this was at this point, similarly in 07 to 09, this was the back end of it. This is the Lehman, not Lehman. SVB is not like a Lehman, right? Because Lehman's not
It's quite different.
Exactly, yeah.
Apparently SVP, they bought enough treasury bills that even if they have to default something by 50%, that USDC will only go down to 93 cents. That's what I saw from one of the reviewers.
What's the USDC?
So
Dude, that's the main thing that's the main crypto that got fucked by them. Like it's pretty much it's USD coin, which is two stable coins, right?
Yeah.
It's that or Tether. So I was actually, the reason I know is because I was holding USDC.
Yeah.
It peaked at 87 cents. Now it's back up at like 96, 97.
Yeah.
People are like, should we wait till Monday when the markets reopen to see if it'll go back to 100? Or is it going to tank on Monday if everyone's dumping all at once? But people are saying that.
Exciting day Monday, guys.
Yeah.
It's
I'm like, my paranoid level right now is saying that I should maybe just put all in Bitcoin and wait. But at the same time too, because worst comes to worst, I lose like 3-4%, which is like which is negligible, you know, because if you just put in Bitcoin, you might lose that in a day, right? Or just hold it.
Well, you're a subject matter expert here, so further elaborate on this, man.
I'm not a subject matter expert on it. I just know that.
So Circle is there's a SPAC called Concord Acquisition.
Okay.
So they are the holding company for Circle, which is the major publicly traded stablecoin company essentially. But it's in a SPAC, so it's a pseudo shell company, right?
Yeah.
So they had about roughly 6 to 8% of their assets in SVB. That's the connection. So because SVB is at risk of default, as we agree, Circles, which is producing the stablecoin called US dollar coin, which is entirely backed by US Treasury bonds, mostly middle to short-term Treasury bonds. Expiration date 6 months, 1 year, 3 years. That was kind of their business model. But yeah, because our assets are tied up, investors in USDC are looking at the peg and like, well, the peg is falling. It went from 0.9999, like close to one with US dollar, down to as much as like as I was saying, like 85, 86 cents, which is crazy drop. It was a crazy
2 points there.
right? And then going back up to about 90 something. Sorry, never recovered.
People who are buying, I saw people were buying like crazy last night. If you had Tether last night, you were buying USDC at 15% off, and you know it's a stablecoin, you know it's going to come back. It's a good deal.
I think with USDC is
12% gain in 1 day.
different than Luna is that
Oh, dude,
USDC's
that no back control.
exposure, like you said, was really only 6 to 8%.
Yeah, to SVB.
Now they also did say because they are insured, they're insured up to like I think I read they're insured up to 90% of all of their
Circle is?
yeah. So which means the
Well,
most
Wait, is it Circle or SVB? I thought it was SVB.
Circle is insured 90% of their deposits.
90%.
Oh, okay.
So they said at most they can lose 10%, which is still. But then even to get that 90% back, it could be a long, grueling battle with courts and everything. But they are insured 90%.
Who insures them?
Who
for that
insures them?
much?
Yeah. So this is what but again, no, that's a great question because this actually matters now, right?
Yeah.
But who insures them that
Because
much?
the FDIC can't afford that.
They can't afford that at all.
No, so they're not insured to FDIC. I don't remember who it was, but Jeremy Eller's Twitter went through like the entire thread of saying like they're not 100% insured. They're 90% insured. Which
This
means
is Luna?
this is
Circle.
But who
Circle.
insure? Because the issue here though, right, basically is that like is contagion. This is how I look at it.
Right.
SVB is very problematic because again, the reason actually why, like part of the reason why I got out of that venture capital firm, right, was because I was saying I don't think you guys are doing your valuations correctly, and your shelf of you have too many products on your shelf that are not accurately fucking like valuated. This is gonna be fucked up if shit if it's a fan, right? So what I think actually happened and why I think people should be very concerned right now is the reason why a bank like SVB gets hits first because they have 50% of venture-backed tech companies, right?
yeah.
And if you think about it, they just got audited at some point. Someone said, okay, well, let's think about it. The way interest rates are going right now, for example, it's basically like somebody, if you own a house, and somebody essentially, you own a house, you got your mortgage at like fucking 1.2. Okay, well now shit's changed, right? Like the shit's at like fucking 5.7 right now. It's like someone audits you, says, well, can you still afford it 5.7?
Yeah.
That's essentially what someone came and said to SVB.
Okay.
Yeah. It's called, they basically said, you guys invest in all these companies at when interest rates were at this much, or like investment capital was at this much. Well, like now interest rates are here. Where are your valuations? So first we have to go back and look at your previous valuations and the methodology used to get those in the first place, because a lot of people were using comps, and the comps are based off of fucked up things like fucking 11x multiples off ARR. You know what I'm trying to say? Which I've never fucking understood in the fucking first place, which is crazy, right? So like it's crazy. It's all fucking insane. It's all horseshit from the get go, right? So now I think people are actually just basically having like a very sober look at their fucking private portfolios and saying, hey, this fucking $3 million I get to Shmuley just because he fucking graduated from University of Israel doesn't fucking validate the vaporware. You think I'm joking? I've seen that happen before. It doesn't validate his vaporware. Exactly. It's crazy, right? So like I think the problematic part of this though more so is the fact that like especially on the private side of things, collateralization and contagion. So there's no way there's no way if you have any private product that's like any venture marketed private product that doesn't have exposure to SVB. If some fucking scumbag like OT came to you and asked you to enter some fucking like closed-end fund for 10 years, I guarantee on some level it has some exposure to SVB, right? If you fucking just on some level or another, even if you fucking like invested in some venture capital company on one single issue, and now essentially they basically they need to reevaluate how they're going to go look at the next round of financing because now there's more pressure because everything's gone to shit. So now basically what I'm trying to say, the whole private side's fucked. Everyone needs to recalculate valuations. There's gonna be cullings, not of layoffs of companies.
Oh, 100%.
Companies. Right? People are gonna say,
Our Roku had 33%.
That's right.
That's a big company.
Yeah, so
it's
it's a
quite
big
a few companies.
So I
This week might be a fucking meltdown.
well,
It's actually likely to be a meltdown.
so this weekend's even fucking. So right now,
loading up on the shorting the Nasdaq.
Yeah.
On Monday morning.
So
Are we doing that?
right now we're here at this podcast talking shit about this, but literally right now the fucking punch protection team is working because they're like, yo, who is going to buy this shithole bank? Right? Right? No, seriously, that's what they need to do. By Monday, because the FDIC Friday said, yo, we're taking this over.
Who's gonna
So
do
by
it?
Monday,
You want-
someone
you
needs to
want-
take it over.
Should we pitch in?
And then on top of that, what do you do with the assets? What do I do with the fucking assets? Because it's basically everyone's playing hot potato. It's not even hot potato, it's a grenade. Who wants to hold the grenade? And this is the first time, because usually the game's about let me just acquire to get more AUM. But now it's like, no, I don't want to hold this.
I bet
fucking
you
thing.
they have a buyer right now.
Yeah, you're right.
I
You're
bet you
right.
have a buyer right now.
Yeah.
I guarantee
The
you.
fact that prominent hedge funds, like guys like Bill Ackman, David Sachs,
Yeah,
all these
Bill Ackman,
all these guys came out in support. Like when your money's tied up, you'd be talking to.
Yeah.
Like I
Exactly.
think by tomorrow, we will know for sure. Like I think on Monday, it'll be cleaned up, but we won't know the details probably for a couple of days. But
Okay.
this is like,
I don't think it's gonna be cleaned up. I actually think it's gonna. Well, I
it
know.
might not be cleaned up, but it'll be in the process.
I know there's gonna be a buyer, but I think this is gonna be too messy to even try to clean up. I know they're gonna try to make it seem like it's cleaned up, but basically, even so, regardless, whoever acquires it, they still need to fucking go through the books. Yeah, and like
It's a journey, guys.
So what I'm saying.
You got $220 billion assets, right?
Yeah.
The share price is sitting at like 110, 120 USD. Went from 200 to 120 in one day.
It's like it's basically a shit coin.
It's a shit coin,
Fuck,
man.
man.
You know the question's what's the target share price, guys? Is it $20? Is it 5 cents?
It's at 98 cents right now. I mean, I'm actually gonna dump the entire thing for $10 right now. I'm gonna do it right now because like it went down to.
Oh, you're talking USDC. We're talking actually.
It
We're
went
actually
down-
talking SVP.
yeah.
SVP is publicly traded.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's a
You're thinking about buying.
Right, all right, now, fuck it, let's go.
That sounds crazy. I think that what's going to happen. Okay, I heard a commentator earlier today. I want to know if you guys agree with this. He said, basically, this is not a crypto bank from the Bahamas. This is a real American bank, and other American bankers are just like willing to participate in the cleanup. It's going to be a cleanup, but they're willing to expend any amount of resources in order to protect one of their own and keep other. Because $200 billion is like a measurable percentage of the United States economy.
Yeah.
What is it, like
So
like 5%, like 1%?
Yeah,
Something.
even just like the potential to contain this contagion,
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like they said,
exactly.
I think they said right now there are 1,000 Y-Column companies who are who are in, right? This is not like the fucking FTX or some random bank.
Yeah,
This is
no,
like
this is
this is a legacy institution.
I'm gonna present you a worst case scenario though. I'm gonna present you a worst case scenario. Jerome Powell's not gonna cut rates anytime soon.
So, yeah.
I agree with that.
Yeah.
I agree with that.
Okay?
What happened? Sorry.
Jerome Powell is not gonna cut rates anytime soon.
I
Yeah.
agree with that. So, but why do you think
What
that?
happened?
Why do you think that?
No.
What happened after Lehman Brothers failed?
Well, no.
was
So
there
yeah,
anything?
that's a great question. The reason why I bring that up, right,
Yeah.
is that
Well, the
after,
CFO came over to.
I know, but after
SVB.
no, but after, but no, but
He's the
remember,
CFO.
no. After Lehman's after
So they
Lehman,
shouldn't Wall Street
right?
bets.
That was the first time they got into MMT, right?
Fuck it.
That's when they started.
Accidentally.
You want to call it MMT
They
or
did
you
QE.
call it QE?
They did
There's a
QE,
difference.
right? And all
There's a
that, right?
difference.
But that was the first time. But that was because we had room with interest rates, and that's when we started cutting interest rates to provide stimulus for the economy.
What was it?
Well, more than cutting interest rates, buying bonds.
That too, exactly.
QE is more.
Cutting
Buy
interest
bonds.
rates to make borrowing easier, so you can buy bonds and increase spending, right? Which is actually fucking crazy.
Ben Bernanke.
But the crazy thing now,
Bernanke
no. So what I'm saying right now is that Powell's not going to cut interest rates. Powell is
So,
not.
so walk me through. I agree with you, but why do you think that?
I think
This is the big debate.
no. Powell's not going to cut interest. He's not. He's not going to.
Well, why? No, it's just why.
I think Jerome Powell actually I think these people in the Fed, it's a weird position. I think you have a lot of fucking power. And like the measure of like their character actually matters. Yellen, I love her, she's cute, she looks like a Pokemon. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Right?
Jigglypuff, is that right?
Yeah, she's so cute.
Little
She's so
Jigglypuff?
cute. But Yellen,
Secretary of Treasury,
but-
did
but-
Yellen
but-
look like a little
but-
Jigglypuff?
but-
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but-
Odie will give her some treasure.
So all Wall Street, and I think that's the whole thing with Yellen. I think Yellen is sort of a whore in terms of no, I think she's non-principled, right? So I'm being unfair with that. I think Yellen understood where she understood where she was and the economy was, and she did not want to get paid with fucking the economy over. So she's like, if I need to do things right now and benefit Wall Street so they can keep shit running for a bit, sure, I'll do that. I think that's where she was at, and it looks like she got greased. That's what it looks like on the back end, but I think she just sort of was like, I don't want to be the person to fucking destroy the economy, right? I think Jerome Powell is highly principled. I think this guy's not a guy to fuck with at all.
Yeah,
I
okay.
think
What
that's
do you think his principles are?
he just seems like a starkly principled person. He does not bend. This is a guy who got elected by Donald Trump and stood up against Donald Trump. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, right? So like there's a few people who actually did that shit. I think even now with Biden, he's staying with the stance. You look at the recent minutes, right?
Yeah.
And they're asking him, okay, yo, what's happening with interest rates? We have to increase them. And that one guy, the one Republican started grilling him, and he's basically saying, oh, you're trying to kill the economy. And he was like, I'm not trying to, but I gotta fucking get.
Okay.
I gotta get I have to get inflation
So-
down to 2.2.
No, I agree. But what do you think are these? Because again, he's thinking like an academic about this, right?
Yeah.
What do you think the macro? What's the macro thesis? Why?
Well, his whole
why,
thing-
given the macro situation, and what about it?
Well, I would say
convinces him that we should
there's a
increase
couple
interest
of things, and I could get into OT speculation, but the biggest thing is that he's actually very much so concerned about the health of the currency, and the only way they can actually
Okay,
fix it,
interesting.
the only way the long term health of the American dollar can be fixed right now is going through an egregious like fucking interest rate regime,
Okay,
right?
okay.
Like they have to do that,
Yeah,
same,
yeah.
right? Past that, I also think like, maybe he's sort of thinking about the fact that this is a petrodollar, and we don't have Afghanistan anymore, we don't have Saudi Arabia anymore.
Oh, interesting.
Right,
Interesting.
and so
interesting.
before people need a dollar denominated debt to fucking buy energy, now they don't. So now
Interesting.
if I don't
Okay,
fucking make
I
sure
like
that the
it.
dollar is
I
strong,
like it.
we're fucked. Would I want to
I
be one
like
of these
it.
whores in Canada that's gonna fucking do whatever they want with their dollars so they can sell shit? No, I can't do that. We're America. We gotta fucking figure shit out, right? So like I think that's maybe his perspective on things. That's the OT selling on part of it, right?
So my take is that unemployment rate is about 3.6%. Okay, slightly higher than the 5.5 weeks ago when the Fed last did the FOMC meeting. So because unemployment is still low, that gives license to the Fed since 1977 a legal mandate to control, have stable prices because inflation is still high. That is the macro thesis. From the academic macro perspective, that gives it say, okay, right, things are looking fine. The jobs market, we're getting more and more jobs going, and so let's keep increasing interest rates. I think that's it. The second part is if you listen to Jerome Powell in his speeches, who's he quoting? Paul Volcker. Right? You got to go back to the 1980s, right?
Stagflation, baby.
Right? So that was the last time we had a stagflation period, right? This was post Yom Kippur War, OPEC oil crisis, 1973. You had a stagflation period, and then lasting on to the 80s. And Volcker said, "What do we got to do? We got to increase interest rates to double digits, guys. We got to get that funds rate to up to like 18%, guys, just like Bank of Canada doing the same thing."
Yo, just say that again. No. Say that again.
Just double digits.
No.
are gonna
But
get-
say that second number you said.
18%.
Now, yo, just imagine.
Well,
18%.
I know that's an insane number. I mean, our parents pay a mortgage off of a house, double-digit interest rate regime was fucking crazy.
18% would.
No, but when it was 18% though, when that happened, the price of houses in Canada were like dirt
Well,
fucking
exactly.
cheap.
So there's trade-off. There's
Yeah, it's
trade-offs,
not, it's not equivalent.
Yeah, but
There's
imagine,
trade-offs.
If they did that now, bro, 18%
Yeah, yeah.
oh, your mortgage is like what, like 60 G's a month? Yeah, they know. They can do the math. They're not stupid. They can do the math, right?
But again, they did it over time, but they did it pretty fast. So these are the questions. So I think that's my take. I also agree with your take. So we're both agreed. There's multiple factors. We agree with the conclusion. So Powell will increase
The reason why I
interest
bring-
rates.
so the reason why I bring that
There's
up-
very little dissent amongst other FOMC members.
Yeah.
Lael Brainerd, fucking whoever the guy for the Federal Reserve Bank of New York is.
Yeah.
There is very little disagreement. So I agree with you. But get ready, guys. If you guys own property, paying a mortgage, you guys, good luck, guys. Good luck.
I'm gonna bring up a worst case scenario though, right? So imagine this, right? I know how these entities go about acquiring things. They never use their own money.
Yeah.
Let's look at the acquisition of Twitter. Let's look at the acquisition of Twitter. Right? Like let's look at how that was structured, right? It was all like borrowed money, essentially.
Yeah.
Okay. Now
And
imagine
they made a deal with JP Morgan. They did a bunch of stuff.
so now imagine this. Interest rates have recently been increased. They're not going anywhere but increasing further, right?
Yeah.
What bank is going to take a loan out at these rates to buy war shit?
Pretty much no one. So what do you think? Your SQQ all in on Monday morning?
I don't know, but I'm just saying this is worst case scenario. I'm just saying
Is it time to?
That's why I think a lot of banks are, yeah.
I took action on Friday and I sold at a loss. I sold a lot of stock at a loss because I made that decision. I made that call.
I just lost 2% on USDC, but fuck it. I'm safe for money. I'll take it.
Yeah. And like, unfortunately,
Fuck
still net zero since in terms of the gains. I just lost the gains. I didn't lose into the negative.
That makes me scared, bro, because honestly, man, you've been doing this like a quant, and if
I have
it's
been
almost like if Adrian can't even solve it, if like, Adrian can't black swan out, I'm like, the rest of us are fucked. What chance do we have? This guy's a professional.
Well,
So
I'm
what
not
chance do we
professional,
have?
but like I did beat the market. Now I'm tied with the market. So I did not.
Okay, so you're not down, just go.
No, I'm not down.
Yeah,
I'm actually not
you know what? That's
I'm
impressive.
basically. Well, maybe I'm 200.
Is Berkshire Hathaway down right now?
Berkshire Hathaway is actually much better at S&P 500. They're maybe beating them by like 5-6%.
That's incredible.
So Warren Buffett and Charlie
yeah.
Munger are masters. What they did was they bought Apple and they bought TSM.
Yeah.
So TSM, right, Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company. They actually bought a lot of factory space in Phoenix, Arizona. And Buffett and Munger were following this so close to like, yo, fucking, we're going in like 150 million on this minimum. So they just bought tons, and then they went up 15%. They exited the position. So they know what they're doing, man. They fucking roll with that. They exit the position, reinvest into Coca-Cola, fucking Procter Gamble, and fucking Apple stock. They're just masters, man. These guys just know what they're doing. They saw it was undervalued.
And that's why you pay fees.
Yeah.
And that's why you pay fees, because you pay fees for subject matter experts.
But they're one of the few that are really good.
But
I think Berkshire Hathaway, man, if I had like 100 Gs, I'd buy one of like, because there's big Berk stock and there's
A
mini
stock
Berk,
and B
right?
stock,
I would
yeah.
literally get one AB stock if I had 100 Gs. I would buy one.
Last I remember it was 250. How much is it now for the A stock?
It's probably, you're right, it's probably $250,000. I probably can't afford that. Never in my life.
For what share?
Is that like to buy shares in Berkshire Hathaway?
Yeah, Berkshire Hathaway is the
$250
highest
per
share
share.
price. It's the highest share price.
Can't you just mirror like their portfolio?
You can, but I think a lot of it's
You can
not
mirror their
public.
portfolio, but they do active management, and
Yeah.
there's things that you cannot mirror them. So
Okay.
the way they're
Yeah,
actually
there's two
so
skills.
even
You can get what are called baby Berks though for 300
Yeah.
or so USD.
Okay.
So they just don't have the same voting power, but
Yeah.
and it's equivalent roughly.
I'm down for that.
And even to give an idea as to why you can't just mirror their shit, the volume they trade in, they do high frequency trading.
Yeah.
It's just like the
They
information
have
they
like
have
a
access
machine.
to.
They have like an industrial
They're
fucking
front
trading machine
running.
behind it.
Yeah, no, because even places like BlackRock right now, they use a system called Aladdin. So they have a chat.
That's right.
They have,
That's right.
they have a chat GPT for trading stocks.
Yeah.
Well, like, that's not quite right.
It is. It's
not
an
a
AI.
chat
It's a,
GPT. Yeah, but
it's not like a
not
bot.
AI is chat GPT. I know you're trying to
It's much better.
What you
Maybe
mean is
we're
a machine
oversimplifying
learning
it.
algorithm. Not all machine learning algorithms are chat GPT.
Yeah.
Okay.
I speak to the lowest common denominator.
That's okay.
Right?
That's okay.
That's why I'm here.
ChatGPT also makes a mistake like every few sentences. I wouldn't want it trading for me.
It's said that Eric's father, who has a Wikipedia article, he said that he
Yeah.
got his PhD from University of Waterloo. He
Yeah.
hasn't even finished his PhD yet.
I think Ryan looked that up. I was fucking dying laughing.
No, I looked.
Did you look it up? You looked it up?
Well, I would just say, who is David Ing?
Yeah.
David Ing is a systems engineer. Side articles, like, yeah, correct.
But that's not good. Smuggler's not a systems engineer. He's not a fucking engineer. But he's a fucking business degree.
But he's just a business degree. But it's like, okay. And then it's like PhD from University of Waterloo. No, that's not correct.
It says I'm a photographer.
Mine didn't come up, bro.
It just
Mine come up.
it makes shit up with impunity.
Yeah, he said which one?
It just says anything it
I
wants.
searched.
Doesn't say
I searched
source.
Evie. It said he's a Thai warlord.
Also, they're not wrong. That's not wrong.
So babies.
Well, so the SVB, right? I hear you. I agree with you, Odie. This is a systemic issue. Don't listen to Lawrence Summers. He was on Bloomberg saying, guys, this is not a big deal. What are you fucking talking about? It's a huge deal. I don't care. FDIC insurance, that's only up to $250,000. That's nothing, right? There's many more accounts are tied to this. Like Eric mentioned, Roku's tied to this huge company. Lots of companies.
Can you
are tied to
imagine
this.
that, bro? That's the funniest part. I'm seeing CNBC. Sorry, I'm cutting off.
No, it's okay. But like, so I think the thing is it shows you that even the alleged experts are horrible. For example, something I read was J.P. Morgan had a report on estimating the share price of SVB by December 2023. The report was released last year sometime, and they said, guess what share price they aimed for?
63?
No, 325.
Jesus Christ.
They were so off.
Well, you know what?
They were so off.
Honestly,
And they explicitly acknowledge features of like Ponzi scheme-like aspects to SVP in the open fucking report. Okay, and so you can kind of see that, even people that you're paying $250,000 a year, working 65 hours a week on Wall Street, they're just trying to do their best, quote, right? Or you can also see it cynically that they're just bullshitting, and they're just bullshitting, right? And they're just trying to get investors to get in, right? Because if you look at the SVB share price, what a ride! Dude, the 2020 sure is $60 a share. What's going on 2021 after the lower interest rates? Over $400, $500 a share. What the fuck, man? It's like, what the fuck, man? So at the end of the day, you look at this and you think, holy shit, guys. We got a bunch of monkeys. We're all just Homo sapiens running around. They're motivated by money. They probably get paid to bribe them with hookers and coke, right? There's all sorts of shit, right? You scratch my back, I scratch your back. We'll do some share buyback. We'll do all sorts of stuff.
Because for every Warren, who's beating the market, is Johnson on Wall Street getting beat out by fucking JPEGs.
That's right.
I'm beating Johnson and I'm flipping JPEGs. Johnson sucks, bro. I've been beating him for 12 months straight on a fucking bear market.
So you know what?
What am I paying him 10% of my world?
When investing in equities, right?
Yeah.
It's a classic battle to the bear and the bull. Right?
Yes, it is.
So a lot of bears for quite some time
Yes.
have actually been talking about, it's actually very interesting about the psychology of memory. Because it's interesting that as societies, we have a very short-term memory. And literally, everything that's happening right
It's
now,
an education issue.
everything that's happening right now is exactly what happened during the 07-09 financial crisis. You had
There's not as much mortgage
Wait.
actually.
You had
different
You had investment banks, right?
Yeah.
Talking about you had investment banks doing analyst reports on firms that specialize in mortgage-backed securities, rating them as buys prior to literally at the precipice of the fall, right? You had Jim Cramer coming out talking about how good everything is, right? And the same thing just happened.
That's your sell signal
The
right there.
exact same thing just happened.
Well, remember
all
when
the analysts were.
he said there's one tweet that came out 24 hours ago?
Yeah.
One sentence. JP Morgan is a fortress. And I thought, oh fuck. Oh shit, man. Oh fuck. What's going on?
Who tweeted? The CEO of JP Morgan.
No.
Jim Cramer.
This is what Jim Kramer
Jim
CNBC.
Cramer essentially is
So Eric, he's famous for being so bad
Wrong.
at predicting that people can make money by shorting every
yeah.
stock.
They call it Cramer short. The Cramer short.
Kramer short is
The
fucking
Kramer
amazing.
is so successful. He's so
Everything he says just.
So when somebody says JP Morgan is a fortress, so JP Morgan's gonna collapse.
He's like the largest U.S. bank right now.
JP Morgan is a fortress.
Dude was like, yo.
This dude's like a hardcore Dunning-Kruger.
It is
That
hardcore
Dunning-Kruger
Dunning-Kruger, man. Because the thing about Jim Cramer is he established himself when he was at Harvard Law School. That's his beginnings. Because who the fuck gave this guy the job, right?
Yeah.
He's like, well, when he was younger, he was actually pretty good. He was successful enough to become a millionaire. And then he started CNBC Amendment, and then they hired him. Probably because he's just a histrionic. So you watch him talk, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's just he's having fun, right?
He's like,
fun, right?
Coinbase at 300 to buy.
Yeah, exactly.
Coinbase went down to $40.
Exactly.
Man, imagine you bought at 300 when you
You
said to buy.
guys don't realize what CNBC is. CNBC is background noise at investment firms.
Of course, it's background noise, man.
That's actually that's the point of it. People actually watch this shit as they think it's an offering worthwhile advice.
Yeah, no, it's just harming retail
It's a
investors.
lobby. It's not. Yeah, exactly. It's supposed to be lobby music. Like, you're not supposed to listen to it.
It's entertainment.
Whoppy music.
It's supposed to be
entertaining.
yeah, it's
Of course
supposed
it's
to be about-
entertaining.
yeah, like-
it's so entertaining. When he says we like zoom at fucking $800 a show. What are you talking about?
No, the best is when they had the Bitcoin counter. When they
I
took it
don't
off.
remember that.
Yeah, so they had the Bitcoin. So they had the Bitcoin price as a graphic.
Oh, okay, yeah.
But it was going up, and then it crashed like dramatically. So they just take it away. Whenever it
They
crashed.
took it away. Well, you know what? Finance is a crazy ride, guys, but the experts get it wrong.
No, it's not. Okay, I'm gonna add my. Let me no. I'm gonna get my fucking soapbox for a second.
Go to the soapbox, bro.
As a black guy, right? Like, not just any black guy. As a guy.
Not just any black guy.
No.
Kenny said, right? No.
As a black guy that came from Kenya, I was
Yeah.
poor in Canada, right? I had to fucking hustle. I sold drugs. I've done.
Don't say that.
Don't say that.
Allegedly. We all have. Don't worry. No. Whatever. Right? Yo, listen. So what I'm saying is that when I got to Bay Street, one thing I fucking noticed very quickly is that my CEOs had the same personality type as some of like the gangsta motherfuckers I knew on the street. They were sharks.
Oh, yeah.
And there was basically personality traits and behaviors
Oh, yeah.
that I realized were fucking coalescing with both of them. And that's how I ended up like getting along with a lot of my fucking C-suite, to be quite honest,
Of
right?
course.
So then I started quickly realizing that like honestly there's not a lot of differences in the rules of capital markets and the rules of the fucking street. A lot of this shit's
Okay,
fucking
yeah.
fugazi. You know what I'm
Of
trying
course.
to say?
Yeah,
Straight
of
up.
course, yeah,
If
yeah.
people, I literally heard the lawyer. I'm not gonna say the firm. He's like, if it's worth the fine, do the crime. That's what he said.
Oh, there you go. That says it all.
Right? So the amount of
Yeah,
so what I'm
says
trying to
it
say is capital.
All right, go. All right,
Okay,
keep going.
Can I there's this one scene,
Yeah.
and I think the movie is called Margin Call.
Yeah.
And like Jeremy,
Yeah, Kevin
Jeremy
Spacey.
Irons.
Jeremy
Yeah.
Irons.
Jeremy Irons is like the CEO of the fucking bank, and he comes in, and Spock, I forget the actor's name, but the guy who played Spock.
Zachary Quinto.
Zachary Quinto, thank
Yeah.
you. He like he starts explaining the math to him, and Jeremy Irons is like, I don't give a fuck about that. Like, I didn't get to the top of this bank by knowing any of that boring science shit you're telling me
I
right
push.
now.
I push.
Like, explain to me like what I actually need to know.
Right.
Yeah. No, that's actually No, seriously.
But this is what you're describing.
No,
essentially.
okay,
Yeah.
so I'll give you a perfect example. The venture capital firm. I was selling a
You
deal.
almost said it.
I was selling a deal to a syndicate of investors, right? And it was like for this one random deal, it doesn't matter. So I went back to my portfolio management team and I was like, hey, what valuation method did you guys like do to get to this?
Let's talk about this. It's a
Yeah.
great topic.
What valuation method did you guys use to get to this valuation? There's
Yeah.
only three. It's not like there's a lot. There's only
Yeah,
three.
yeah, okay.
There's only three. Literally, there's only fucking three.
Well, okay, but go on.
I'm saying this to say that like it was a very simple question to answer. This guy comes back to me and says, "Why does it matter?"
Wow, what a great guy. What a great guy. What a great
This is my portfolio management team of a venture capital firm as I am selling one of their deals to a team of investment bankers, right? Tells me doesn't matter what valuation method we used.
Does it though?
He's got walk.
Yes!
He's got walk up
Yes!
and his fucking layer cocked on him.
And fucking here's what still matters, yo.
This guy's looking at me looking
At least,
eyes.
like, at
Big
least
eye
value
contact.
this.
Yeah. It's the craziest shit, bro. And the reason why that's important is because a lot of people literally just put valuations out of their fucking assholes.
Of course they do.
Of course.
Yeah, so like,
Oh, man.
That's why we're in this place.
That's why
Yeah.
where we are. Man.
yeah.
It's a sad
Thank you,
world, man.
thank you. You just explained it.
Remember
There you go. That's
Beyond
what we're-
Meat, guys?
Oh my god, I did the financing. I did Beyond Meat. Yes, I did
Beyond Meat, baby.
I've done every horseshit fucking finance. Yo,
Dude,
and
Beyond Meat is down over 70%.
Yeah.
That's all time high.
Holy
Dude,
shit.
honestly, man, I would have bought Beyond Meat. I was actually pretty bullish on that. I was like, this seems
You know, a lot of
pretty
people,
good.
I would've sold you.
unfortunately, they just didn't make money, guys. They just did not.
Gotcha.
Again,
They charged
negative-
enough. They charged enough that you thought they would.
Yeah, exactly.
Because
Because
they're
they
a pack of
poorly
two
managed.
nasty,
This is poorly managed.
two
company.
nasty. I mean, allegedly nasty fucking frozen burgers. It was like $14.
Yeah.
I remember. I tried to do a barbecue with all Beyond Meat ones. And
Wow.
didn't go as planned.
Yeah.
It was awesome.
Yeah, I know.
But it still singed the barbecue with just as much like juice and
Oh,
weird fat
yeah.
as a
Oh,
normal
yeah.
burger.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what's interesting? I work as a cook, and you can tell that a Beyond Meat burger is ready because it bleeds exactly like a live animal does, or like a dead animal.
That's
because
That's incredible.
the chemical they put on it essentially is derived of like it is like essentially the chemical ingredients of blood.
Like you know
It's
when to
made-
pull
it's
it
made
off
from
the
human
grill.
babies.
Yeah.
You know, because it starts like leaking a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah,
It's brown,
yeah,
but
yeah.
it's
Interesting.
top.
But it's also disgusting. You know what I'm trying to say, in my opinion.
It can't be good for you.
No.
I've heard Joe Rogan say it's not good for you, so I feel comfortable saying.
Well, no, it's
not good for
it's
you.
derived by a whole bunch of derivatives of soy products. Is it not?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think that's right.
It's
yeah.
highly processed grains. and
Yeah, it's-
chemicals.
it's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
healthy.
yeah.
It's not
It's,
healthy.
it's a terrible actual.
So on top of that poorly managed company.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it doesn't help that, did you guys know, I think it's the CFO, I kid you not. Did you guys know that he was at a football game and he bit someone's ear off? You guys didn't know this? You didn't know, you didn't know this? Oh, look this up. This is fucking hilarious.
You know why he did that? It's because he was so hungry because all he had eaten chicken in the last week.
That's a good one. That's a good one right there. Yeah.
Holy
Yo, these guys are all degenerates, man. I'm
You
telling you.
see, I read from Yahoo Finance every day, and I'm just the news I read, man. The craziest shit on this too. Do you guys know CFO for Bed Bath and Beyond? You guys been following this meme? He killed himself. He straight up jumped off of his apartment
Who
in
is this?
Manhattan.
You know who is this?
This is CFO of Bed Bath and
Yeah,
Beyond.
no, I'm not. I know about
Yeah,
that. I know about that. Yeah, he did like a 1920s like stock market crash style like Wall Street
Something
jumper.
like that.
Wall Street jumper. I love when these Wall Street guys actually go and do that. They're just they joke about that your whole life. It's like, dude, one day, man, I hate my job so much. One day I'm gonna climb out the fucking window like how they did this 100 years ago. I'm gonna repeat the process.
Yeah.
And then one day it's actually, I'm gonna actually go out that way. I'm gonna make the fun. They're gonna that's gonna go on
See,
Wikipedia
no,
page.
you're
That's how I'm gonna go back.
you're
Yeah, 2023, jump out the fucking window.
You're overthinking it. You ever just play a game and then you're like, fuck it, just quit.
No, man. No,
Like the
no,
Great
man.
Squid.
That's
No,
cynical, man.
that's
too
all.
cynical.
No, that's all it is. You're
No,
trying to
that's
say-
not. No,
So are you saying are you saying the Wall Street guys jumping out the windows? That's that's a video game rage quit.
He's logging off. That's all it is.
And then now it gets to
That's all it
a.
is. Yeah.
Jesus
I'm
Christ.
logging out of StarCraft 2. I'm just rage quit.
You know
Turn
what I
the
mean?
computer
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Just disconnect the PC right
That's
there.
it. That's it, man. You know what I mean? Oh,
As-
game
as
didn't
you
work
hit-
out.
you hit the ground at
one
300
of-
kilometers an
like,
hour.
They had over 30
Yeah.
something percent of their shares shorted. Like the short interest was very high, and those who
Tesla-
shorted that made so much money.
Tesla's like 30%.
Well, sure, but AMC's even higher. But anyways, that's all they.
AMC's buying gold mines. So shit.
Well, AMC, that's
fucking
the whole
diversification.
journey, eh? Because
Yeah.
you're right, because they used some, they had a secondary share offering for the, I kid you not, the ticker is APE, ape. Okay? Do you guys not follow this? Okay, so they had a secondary share offering with a new separate ticker, ape. So they got the AMC ticker, which is standard equity, and they were like, okay, we're doing a secondary offering for the ape shares, starting at $5 USD a share. They started this about 5-6 months ago, no, last August. And guess where it's trading now?
$20.
No, it's trading at less than $1.
Okay.
So it's a negative 80% fall. But anyways, you know what? You look at some of these companies and you're reminded that, you know what the fuck? Humans do stupid shit. It's just that simple.
So
How
I
do
wanna-
you dig yourself
I
out?
want
AMC is the chip manufacturer,
I want to go back to being a black guy getting into capital markets, right? Because
Okay.
here's the thing, because I have participated in a lot of fuckery, but I did not see fuckery until I saw fucking Bay Street guys.
Oh, wow, that's
The shit
that's
that they were,
soundbite
because
for you.
basically they were doing fuckery, but in a professional financial vehicle. It was crazy because they were hustling. It was shit I seen on the streets, but it was a structured note.
Oh, wow, there you go.
Do you know what I'm trying to say?
Of course I know what you're trying to say,
Every
sir.
financial product I sold, I realized is a hustle. Right?
Yeah.
So for example,
Oh, yeah.
when I'm raising for a private company, you don't know shit about the financials. Don't ask about that. Don't worry. The future is what you need. You're a pessimist. Be an optimist. You know what I'm trying to say?
Oh,
You're
Don't be so
thinking of the
negative,
wrong
bro.
things.
Give some money.
Think about the future.
You don't need Nancy.
You don't see the
Drop your pants,
financials.
bro. Give some money.
You don't see the
Yeah,
financials.
drop your pants, bro.
Fuck that shit. You know what I'm trying to say? But yeah. Structured product, right? Man, you don't care about what's actually in this fucking financial vehicle. Look where the fucking I'm giving you a multiple on where the S&P is going right now, bro. Don't even fucking worry about it.
Multiple, wow.
Yo, that's why I thrived. I was a hustler. But I'm telling you, it's the same. But it goes back. Capital markets in the streets are the same shit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
no, I hear you. No, I
It's
hear
the
you.
same shit. It's all hustle. Everything's a hustle.
The thing is, why would you think it'd be anything different?
Yeah, that's
Well,
true.
just
It's
'cause
just
there's
legalized
rules?
hustling.
Just because there's
It's
rules?
because it's white people doing it. So that's why I was like, oh, yo, that's why.
No, the same
even
shit.
better, man. Even better. Rules, no rules, to make their own rules, right?
That's what got me. No, but, okay, but honestly, I will say this though.
Burning out.
There's actually I have never seen. Okay, I will say this. Have you ever been around somebody that's so aggressive and so tuned in that it's intolerable?
Aggressive and tuned in?
Can you describe it?
Yeah,
Like,
can you-
example, maybe?
I have some friends that are very successful, and they're almost too successful where it bothers. Like you can't hang around. Like they're always asking. They always like gambling with you. For example, like
I know who you're talking about. I'm not gonna say his name.
exactly. Yeah, I'm not gonna say his
But
name.
honestly, that guy's like the worst influence. I think
Yeah,
I've
it's
ever-
the worst. But he's
He's the worst influence peak performer.
yes,
I've ever met.
yes. He's this
No,
guy.
no,
this
You know
guy-
what he is? He's a toxic,
I
he's a
don't have one
toxic
of these
peak
guys
performer.
Yes.
He's a toxic, intelligent peak performer, which is the worst combination.
Yes.
Because these are the type of guys, honestly, who actually persuade you that you should actually behave more like them because
Go
they
on,
have
go on.
success to show for it. But at the same time, like the way they got there, it's almost like someone who like was really good at gaming the system. It's Sith Lord shit.
Oh, yeah.
It's a Sith Lord shit. Listen, dude, I'm so powerful.
Sith Lord shit.
I'm so
Okay.
fucking powerful, and yeah, you can see how much power I have. I know you want to be like me, so it's very obvious you should join the dark side and be like me and start killing people. That way, you can have as much power as me. Like you got to do it. And it's kind of hard to say no to that.
That's true.
That's very, very seductive.
That's true.
It's a very seductive
There you go.
statement.
But on the other hand, it also makes you realize how much further you can get in the game if you just disregarded so many rules,
Yeah.
right?
That's just a Sith statement, bro.
Well, see, no,
Spoken like a true Sith. Spoken like a true Sith, bro.
If you think about how society operates, they operate on
Let's get your hands dirty, bro.
yeah, they operate on the grounds that everyone's gonna follow the same rules, right? And we're all gonna get to the same place.
Yeah.
That's not true, man. That's not true
That's
at
not
all.
true. But sometimes
You
it's
can
like,
follow all the rules you want.
sometimes
We'll be there.
sometimes you just gotta get your hands real dirty, bro.
I think you need a balance. I think you need a balance of rules because the rules also protect you. Like the
It's a Jedi statement.
the other people.
There you go,
well,
you have the Jedi Force.
But it's not.
The
I don't
balance
think-
of the Force.
But you also can't have too many rules. Like I was like watching some videos on like what they called the. It's kind of inappropriate with the license raj in India, where there's just like so many rules for starting a business.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that, yeah.
Everybody just if you want to have a business and you don't have literally millions of dollars
Yeah.
to like pay these legal fees, pay a lawyer essentially. You basically just start your business in the black market, and if it gets big enough, then you pay the fees.
Yeah.
So it's like too many rules, bad environment for business.
Yeah.
No rules, also horrible environment for business.
It's all about
And I
that
think-
golden mean, like Aristotle said.
Hell
Golden
yeah.
average.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
All right.
balanced eye.
or man, or you just
Balance
just take the data white route, man. If you're a fucking savage, run through these motherfuckers, bro. That's it. That's like that's it. If you want to, and you have the not even the ability, if you want to, just like when you look at through history, and I love history. Everyone that was successful never followed the rules.
That's not true.
I think that's not true.
Who followed the rules?
Obama.
Bro.
Yeah, for real, like a lot of people follow a lot of rules. I'd say,
Einstein
actually.
followed.
Einstein followed the rules.
Winston Churchill.
If Einstein
You break
followed the
every
rules,
rule.
do you want me to make up a terrible joke? If Einstein followed the rules, he would not. He would not be here.
Yo, I'm Richard Griffin's book.
Okay,
Yo,
I don't know.
He mastered the rules and then
Yeah.
he pushed them further.
Okay, okay.
They needed to write the rule book to catch up to
Einstein literally ran from Germany. Like, I'm not, for obviously good reasons. For good reasons.
Rick Rubin said there's two things. Like,
You're right, he didn't follow those rules.
The rules, yeah, I'm trying to say.
No, you said-
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
yeah, you're right. Because the
Yeah.
rules are you're supposed to be dead.
Because the rules are the rules are never.
What the fuck, man?
Yes, they do, but those are the rules. The rules are never for you. The rules are not for you.
But a lot of rules, sorry to speak,
Go ahead.
it's like the rules, like most of the time the rules are there to protect you. In that context, the rules were there to fuck specifically
I
Einstein.
don't think rules protect you. I don't think rules protect you. I don't think no. I don't. I think it's a fallacy that rules protect.
Okay,
It
you're
depends
right.
who you.
You're right.
Let me say this, bro. Let me say this.
Yeah.
Let me say this shit. It's like, yo, you have two options when it comes to the rules. You either know the rules so well to the point where you can break them, or you never knew the rules to begin with.
Doesn't that also,
Yeah, that's what Rick Rubin says about innovation.
doesn't that mean
Because
like,
you look at the innovators in life, it's two things. They knew the rules so well that they could break them, or they were totally fucked. You know the whole idea of like ignorant rap? It's like this guy's so ignorant. It's because he doesn't even know what the rules are, but it's because the rules prevent you from innovating sometimes. Because when you know the rules too deep, you end up following the rules, and the rules can actually trap you. So if you just don't know a really good example is actually children. This is why children are so innovative because they have no idea what the fucking rules are, and then they paint outside the lines and everything like that. And
also
then
the
innovation.
rules are bound to morality, right?
I'm not talking about morality.
That's not true. That's not true.
I'm not talking about
That's
morality.
not true at all. No, I don't think that's true at all. No, because how is the legal system in any way moral?
It's
What do you mean?
in parts.
How is the legal
The legal system is inherently moral.
This is the debate. I think
No,
it's
it's not.
I think
Okay.
it's contingently moral.
Contingent.
Okay.
Some systems were predicated.
No,
like
I
the
think the
divine
legal-
right of kings.
I also don't think that the whole justice system is moral. I think they're probably
It's not a justice system; it's a legal system.
okay. Legal system. Either way, I think they're in
Sorry,
some
I'm
aspects.
being picky.
No. But it's a fair distinction. But like, I just think like there are going to be some parts of it that are, and some parts of it that aren't just. And there's going to be many instances of both of those things, as there are in every system, like the medical system, like the plumbing system in your house. There are parts of it that work perfectly fine. There are other parts of it that don't work at all, like the tap that I fixed.
So, what was your term again? The legal system is based on morality?
Yes.
Yeah.
And some people's morality are fucked up. That I guess that's like
It also depends on
Is it moral if it's fucked up?
Yeah, it's a moral spectrum. It's
No,
like,
it's
because the
not
rules
moral.
say.
What is moral then?
For
I guess
example,
it, like,
Not fucked up.
Yeah. Who defines fucked up? What's not fucked up? The rules say
Good questions.
if just a couple years ago, if you had cannabis or you had weed, you go to jail. That's the rules. You should not be doing weed.
Okay.
If you get caught with weed, you go to jail.
Yeah, that's not moral.
But you
Is that moral or not moral?
No,
Right?
that doesn't-
It seems
it's like-
morally has
if-
some features that are
Okay, no. But you look at post-abolition U.S. and the legal system rules that were set up were how many niggas can you put in jail. Sorry, how many black people can you put in jail? That was it. Oh, loitering is illegal. We just made you guys free. You have no homes. So
Yeah.
now I'm gonna put you in jail.
Sure,
oh,
there's
surprise,
biological
surprise!
issues there,
You're
yeah,
back
yeah,
to
okay,
slavery
sure.
again,
Yeah.
right? So here's the thing. So that's what I'm trying to say.
For sure.
Like, it's
I would
like-
say that is actually inherently immoral.
Yeah.
If the system that you're describing was in place, like 100% immoral. I don't think that all justice systems are based on that, but I think that like a big part of Canada's would be as well, right?
Well, I don't
Yeah,
know, because I think the whole thing
The
about
Indian Act, for example.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
A big part of Canada's law would be inherently immoral.
Yeah.
Not all of it is.
but
English common law, for example, is English common law the same? I don't know. I
Well,
don't know the answer.
strictly speaking,
Well, actually,
strictly
really funny. No.
speaking, it's divine right of kings. Strictly
Well, we all laugh at that. We all laugh at
Did
that.
you-
We should.
Did
We
you
should
know-
laugh at that.
Did you know in English common law there's actually, have you guys ever heard of a quadroon?
A what?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
No,
so
no, we didn't even hear the word you said. What's the word?
the
you
English
said?
legal system actually has definitions of whiteness and blackness.
Okay.
So a quadroon is 1/8 black.
Oh,
That-
yeah.
that is the legal limit of blackness you have to be considered white. That's actually in the fucking system.
Is this? It's still there?
Yeah, it's called a quadroon.
Is that in the?
Interesting. Okay.
Yes.
I did not
1/8
know it's still there.
What? So that's where the one drop policy comes from.
The what policy?
1%ers. Yeah, like there's actually a huge part of like literally like right wing stark racism and the English legal system.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
a direct line
Yeah,
of reference. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
They're doing slavery for a good 300-400 years.
But it's just interesting how like that's people don't even really recognize it. That's the thing. Search it. Quadroon. Google it. Quadroon.
Okay.
Quadroon.
So
Well,
would you say that actually all legal systems have that characteristic, like they're repressive?
I would
or
say
to a
le-
group.
I would say as
because that's a big claim,
So-
but I'm interested.
So I would say this, like, so again, as like what the podcast street do, but no. So I would say all legal systems are based on maintaining a paradigm of power.
Okay.
That is
Interesting.
at the basis of all legal systems. That's it. You're basically trying to maintain a hierarchy of power.
What about
That.
Okay, yeah, go on.
No,
Go
no,
on.
I don't agree. The purpose of like the legal system is it's supposed to be to protect people.
To ensure the stability
Who?
of
Protect who?
society, first of all, right?
Protect
It's supposed to protect the average
Who owns
person.
property?
It's supposed to protect the.
Depends.
I'm not the problem. It's supposed to because
Yeah.
it depends on the place
No,
of
no,
property
no,
right
fairness.
now.
Let's
and all
even
that,
let's even go back to like Roman times, right? Like who owned property?
Fuck the senators.
So you're protecting property owners. You're not protecting citizens.
I don't want to compare the Roman times. Let's talk about like modern day, because in the modern day, dude, like if a crackhead homeless person gets beat up and they go to court, the person who assaulted them would go to jail. Over the whole idea of
Maybe not though. Maybe fucking not. Like maybe that person would just get away with it. You know what I mean?
They might get fined, or they might get a lesser sentence depending on your lawyer. But
But
at
in
the same time, too, though, like corrupt legal systems produce like I don't know, like
The influenza case, the influenza.
What's that?
Affluenza.
What's that? About what?
The kid,
Affluenza? Hold
the
on.
kid who drunk driving killed a whole bunch of other people and was able in court to argue.
I heard about that, yeah. But you know what though? That, in my opinion, that was very corrupt.
Yeah, but that's what I'm trying. That's the issue with the
Like,
legal system.
but corruption is like that's like the exception to the rule most of the time. The legal system does function because if it didn't, no one would fucking do it. So it's like most of the time our legal systems do function properly. There are edge cases here or there where like because that made the news because it was so controversial that definitely made the news. But
that's
every
one
single day
case.
people go to jail for crimes
That's just
that
one
don't make the it's what yeah, but the exception doesn't make the rule, right? So it's kind of like every single day people go to jail.
That's true, yeah.
Every single day people go to jail and you never hear about it because it was just a regular day that he's like, man, you killed 2 people. I have to give you a manslaughter charge.
Yeah.
Just like the last 500, 600, 10,000 people I've charged with this because he broke the law and someone lost their life today. And there might be one kid to get away with it. And even then, like when that happens, when big injustices happen on the internet these days, there are so many social justice warriors starting like a GoFundMe to like fucking get put back in prison or some shit like
I've
that.
seen this in class.
Yeah, so and that's actually why the internet's kind of great because like the internet is like this SJW shit does have benefits because the oppressors sometimes do get
So
taken
not
down.
everyone should be on the internet either. Some of these people are like,
Yes.
take away your fucking phone.
Exactly.
That person should not be on the internet.
Yeah, I hear you.
You want to talk about morality? I think it's immoral for you to be online.
Yeah.
Fucking awful.
Yeah, well, law. I mean, what do you guys think of? What do you guys think of Maldives? It's illegal to not be Muslim. What do you guys think of that one?
That also makes
It's on the books, guys. Look that up. Look
You
it
know
up.
what? That's a good
You guys,
comment.
you guys like that one? You guys like that one?
Okay,
You
is
guys
it
know
illegal?
how-
Is it illegal to visit the country for?
You can visit.
1
You
day
can't be a
on
citizen. Apparently, you cannot be a citizen and not be Muslim.
Really?
Yeah.
It's one of the
I
few
have two
countries.
non-alcoholic beers if you want them.
It's on the
We have
books.
the shorter one.
Look it up. It's on the books.
They can't stand it, sorry though. It's such a Budweiser, enjoy yourself.
Thanks.
Why would they create a non-alcoholic tall boy?
I don't know, but you can try it if you want.
That's the wildest thing I've ever heard. That's like,
They like the taste.
Ooh, it's kind of fuzzy. It's all good.
It's okay.
yo, what kind
Yeah,
of meat?
whatever.
Oh, I guess like. alcoholics.
I'll give you that one second.
Oh, it's probably just like.
Muslim want to drink, but also want to.
There you go. Yeah, you know it, right? They're in
Nah.
Jordan. They wanna have a good time.
I don't know if I've
They're
ever actually
right?
tried a non-alcoholic beer. There's
Neither have
never-
I. I'll have a sip. I mean, I've never.
Tastes just like a beer.
I never drink, but I'll have a sip. Well,
Yeah.
legal systems and complex.
Thank you so much.
Okay, I got a fun
You're
one
a
for
good
you
host.
guys. You guys ever have a look at something called the U.S. Constitution?
Yes, I have.
You gotta take a
Every
look
time I take out
It's
my
pretty good.
gun and I look at my U.S.
Take
Constitution.
a little look at that.
It's
when
pretty
you're
good.
there. It's pretty good.
It's pretty
I
good.
don't know about that.
It's
See,
pretty good.
Can you imagine if I had that
You
tattoo?
can own guns. You can own your own guns. It's pretty good. You can own guns. You can have slaves now. You can't have slaves anymore. You used to be able to do it in the U.S. But it's fucking
Unless
crazy.
you're a criminal, and then we can enslave you.
Well, there's
If you're in
funny
jail, they
part.
won't slave you.
There's a
Yeah.
funny part, the U.S. Constitution,
What?
and it involves legal tender rights. And you know what it says? It says you got to pay your debts in gold or silver.
Cool.
So what happens when you have Amy Coney Barrett, fucking Neil Gorsuch, and most especially Antonin Scalia, all originalists, right? Saying, we got to be like James Madison, we got to be like Hamilton, got to be like John Adams. What did they think the interpretation really meant? Because literally speaking, all of the transactions in the US today that are not paid with gold and fucking silver are not legal according to an initial
Yep,
reading.
yep.
So that shows you how, where am I going with this? I'm going with this that some people say, oh, but we got to go back to the Constitution. I say, are you sure? Like, like some things perhaps, you know, I hear you. Like there's certain things that reach the Supreme Court, you want to go back. But when it comes to the interpretation of law, that's a deep philosophical question. You get people who are originalists like Scalia and Coney Barrett.
Yep.
You get others like Ruth Bader Ginsburg, etc., say no. Law changes, the semantics of these documents change. Obviously, it would be absurd if we only paid gold and silver today. That would just happen to be the way in which a bimetallic gold/silver standard was redeemable for fiat, and that's what they did, right? So when you get these people who are debating abortion in the U.S. a couple of years ago, right, when this is all being revived again, Roe v. Wade, people are saying, well, we got to go back to the Constitution. Say, well, hold on, like we got to be careful how we interpret these things. Right?
this
There's
is
a
really,
big philosophy of law.
this is really interesting.
Yeah.
But like, RBG was an advocate of abortion as long as it was black people or people that did
Okay, so I don't know enough about this. You
Yeah, I
said
know. RBG had a couple comments on this. She was actually okay with abortion as long as people that we do not like. She had I'm paraphrasing, but it was like the unwanted people in society is for them.
Wait a second, are you sure RBG?
Yes, I know because I got to like.
No, because I thought that she was pro-choice.
I
thought that she was pro-choice.
I wrote an article about this. I got into several arguments about this. RBG.
No, but like,
RBG.
Think about what you're saying, because she was already pro-choice on so many.
RBG is so anti-black people that she was actually against Colin Kaepernick taking a knee.
Colin, pardon me?
Colin Kaepernick taking a knee. RBG is a racist old white woman. I'm sorry.
Hold on, slow down. You're jumping like 50 steps ahead. Sorry.
RBG was
You're not
okay.
answering my question.
Yeah,
my
yeah,
question
yeah.
is it not the case? I thought, maybe I forgot. I thought she was pro-choice on every, doesn't matter what your background is.
Okay, interesting.
Am I wrong? I thought
She
she's
said
one of
she-
the, isn't she one of the
she
most
said she-
prominent liberal? You're confusing her maybe for
No.
Amy Coney Barrett.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
This is a liberal Supreme Court.
I know this for a fact. RBG said.
No, but you don't know that for a fact because what you're saying.
No,
is
I know
not
this for a fact.
surprising.
I wrote a paper
No,
on this.
listen to this. No, you don't.
I
I'll
wrote
tell
it.
you why. Because the point you're making would not be was a trivial claim. Because she's pro-choice on everyone. It doesn't matter whether she's specifically making a point about black people because she's just pro-choice about all races.
Yeah, but she's
so
just-
how is this a significant point?
Because she
you're saying?
specifically said, she's like, yeah, I totally agree with your point in terms of like making sure we don't want unwanted people proliferating their populations. That makes sense.
Okay, I see what you're saying. If that's your point, then I hear you. Yes. Okay. I hear you.
Because she was.
Because I thought that she was just pro-choice in general. Because you
No.
make it seem like she was making an exception for that.
I just don't like RBG being propagated as anything positive for like the ethnic community, because especially when they call her the notorious RBG, the fact that they actually use.
Well, that's fine, but that's independent of the point that I'm not resisting.
Yeah.
That. I'm not resisting.
Yeah.
I'm just saying I thought that she was pro. I could be wrong.
Yeah. She was pro-choice, but she was okay with abortion as long as black people.
Interesting. Okay, I did not know that.
Yes. Yeah.
Well, if you're pro-choice and you're okay with abortion for anyone,
Yeah.
that's the whole point of being pro-choice.
Yeah,
That's what
but
I'm saying.
she was like, yeah, you know, I mean, if you're talking about abortion for like getting rid of the blacks, the Aboriginals, the gays, and all those people, like, yeah, sure, let's do that. But everyone else, yeah, let's.
When
not
did she
do that.
say this though?
That was, I'm telling you, hold on. I mean, do you have to go actually?
Like how
pull-
recent?
I-
Was this
No,
statement?
hold on.
she-
I think you're still confused, man.
Well,
If you're
she's
pro-choice, you're
dead now.
pro-choice about
I know,
all people.
but when did she initially make the statement? Was it like, 20 years ago, and then she's
Recanted the
revisited it,
statement.
recanted it, or was it recent? Like I just don't know.
I don't care about her canting a statement like that. That's a crazy statement.
Well,
to
fair enough. No, I'm not saying. I'm just saying there is a difference, though.
Yeah.
I mean, yes, if your political pressures change and now you're forced to
Well,
make
I,
a
don't think,
statement,
I
that's
also
like,
think generally.
if your PR coach tells
Some
you,
people's minds change.
Some people's minds
Look,
change.
I'm not going to defend her.
That
That's not
age?
the point. The point is people's minds change. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just saying, the Supreme Court in general is probably not exactly people you want to be referencing for ethics per se.
I actually don't agree with that. I think there were some justices who are really
They're extremely ethical people.
Dude, some of them are like, I don't agree with that.
The Supreme Court is probably the most ethical.
Okay, I don't really agree with
The
that.
most ethical government in the world right now.
Okay, why do you think that? Can you explain why I don't think I
What
agree with that?
organization, because America's pretty ethical, what organization in the world is doing like a better job, like practically on Earth? The EU? Is the EU doing a better job? Are they more ethical?
Hold on, let's slow down.
Yeah,
Let's
probably
slow down.
not.
I think I might agree with Odie's cynicism on this. I would say the Supreme Court has made a lot of bad decisions.
Sure. Yes. No. Generally, they're pretty good. I'm not saying they're perfect, but generally.
At what point in history? Supreme Court has a long history. So we got. Are there specific cases that you have in mind?
Last like 20 years.
The last 20 years.
The last 20 years.
I don't know,
2000
man.
Like progressive
I
politics
don't-
onwards.
Well, a lot of it wasn't that progressive. Like we've had some more. We have actually a majority conservative Supreme Court justices right now. Majority of SCOTUS is conservative. Scalia made some bad calls. They're not harsh enough on antitrust. I don't agree. I think they could be better. I want harsher antitrust. I want Amazon broken up.
Are they generally pretty good?
I don't know if I would even say they're necessarily.
Are they bad? Are they better than Russia? Are they
Okay,
better than
Well,
the
they're
EU?
sure they're better.
Are they
than
better than the Chinese government?
It's not
Okay,
Saudi-
fair enough.
Is they better than the Indian government?
It's not Saudi Arabia.
Who's doing a better job than them?
It's not Saudi
Maybe,
Arabia.
maybe Canada.
It's not Singapore.
Fuck Canada, we're so small.
No, but
We're mentioning 30 million people, we're mentioning one state.
That is
Okay,
okay. If you're
Switzerland, Singapore.
It's so small, man. No,
Okay, I get
Singapore.
your argument.
I don't want Singapore. I want to get some weed there.
I get your
Smoke in
argument.
Singapore, they'll put the
I get your argument.
bleach for that.
Yeah, you know why you can't smoke weed, dude? It's the rule. It's the law. You get caught smoking weed in Singapore and you get a death penalty. That's on you. You know the rule. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck that. I don't want that rule. I'm from
But I'm
Canada,
saying-
bro. I'm from the land of stoners.
That's the rule. That's the law.
From the land
That's
of
why
legal
the system
stonership.
functions so well in Singapore because it works, and that's why they're one of the most prosperous nations in the entire world with, with a nation that is incredibly diverse, where there's no real estate issue, there's no banking issue, there's no employment issue.
Someone's bullish on Singapore here.
You want to talk about rights? You want to talk about stable society?
I heard Singapore is one of the most boring places in the entire world.
I've also heard that.
What does it matter if you live for the rest of your life?
I don't want to use the word boring.
But why does entertainment matter?
Why?
When you're
Why? Because I want to smoke weed every day in my shoebox, bro.
Why do you want to do that? Why should that matter when you're housed, you have food, you have a good job, you have
I want all of that, and I want to smoke weed.
That's ridiculous.
I don't know.
No, he's like, that's impossible. Impossibility.
You want that, but you don't need that. What you need is housing, you need a job, you need a crime system.
Do you know where the houses for free? Do you know where the housing for free and feed you for free and give you a job? Prison. Yeah. Yeah. Prison, dude. Fuck that. I'm not living in prison, bro.
And why do you think Singapore
Open air prison? Is Singapore an open air prison?
No. It's impossible to call Singapore.
Yes, it is.
Singapore is probably one of the nicest fucking places in the world.
I agree.
I'm just joking. Like in the world.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. So it's
You can come
Canada.
and go as you
But so is Canada. We got legal.
Nah,
we got
Singapore's
legal
bad
weed here.
nicer than Canada.
Yeah, Singapore's kind
Singapore's bad. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
No.
It is a city-state.
Yeah,
No, it's not.
Singapore?
It's not nicer than Canada.
Singapore?
You can't smoke weed there.
I think
Okay,
there's other
this is
things
interesting.
that recommend
Yeah.
Canada
There's
as
a
well.
question about the debate about the kinds of freedoms, right?
Yeah.
And the lowest common denominator. Lowest common denominator in Singapore is probably much better than Canada, right?
Sure.
Because they got
East
affordable
Hastings.
housing, right?
Yeah.
East Hastings is
It's probably the lowest common denominator in Canada.
Yeah, it's, well, you can go even lower than that. But
smoke-
it's pretty low.
You can smoke
Where's the
weed there.
lowest in Canada? Where's the lowest you'd say?
Honestly, if you're First Nations,
But right now, reserve for sure.
if
Thunder Bay?
Thunder Bay, First Nations, First Nations in
Yeah.
Attawapiskat.
Let me
Okay?
tell you-
Fucking hardly lead in your fucking water. That's you can go lower. That's a sad tragedy.
Yo,
But you can smoke weed and you can grow weed there legally.
I was in Thunder Bay once and I could
That's
tell no one's seen a black person for at least 3 years there.
You know, in Singapore, there are very few black people as well.
Wow. Yo,
In Singapore, there are very few black people as
it was
well.
like watching a Canada Heritage moment.
That's not true. I've seen black people, I've seen Tamils, I've seen people of all backgrounds.
There are Tamil people there, but Tamil
No,
are not African.
Thunder Bay, Thunder Bay.
Oh,
Yeah, Thunder Bay. It's called Thunder Bay, for fuck's sake. You know what I mean? Come on, you know what I mean?
Thunder clap those ass
I
cheeks.
mean, these Hastings is also, again, policy, right?
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
did policy go right, where did it go wrong?
And this is why I told Justin Trudeau he should kill himself.
Singapore versus Canada.
Let's go.
I think that Canada is just more likely to be better by like virtue of its size. I mean, Canada has a lot more chances to get it right than Singapore, which is a city-state. So I think that on the whole, Canada is probably still better. If I had to pick one place to go in the world, I would rather have access to all of
I
Canada.
mean, there's definitely a lot of
The
good
border's
places in
closed tomorrow.
Canada.
The border's closed tomorrow.
Yeah.
Canada's one of my top picks.
Well, I think it also
I'm
really
sure
does come
that-
down to ultimately your personal values and do your values align with the system.
Yeah.
Right? For example, you look at a country like Japan. Well, the difference between Japan and Canada is one promotes the real estate market, propping up, stupid, crazy values. The other is deflationary. The real estate goes down over time.
Yep.
That's a system, right?
It is.
That's deciding and taking a stand and saying, you know what? This is not speculative. You're not going
Right.
to park your money in houses
Mm.
because people need to live because there's 140 million people.
Yeah.
Now, could a country U-turn and reverse and go another way? Maybe, I don't know, I haven't seen it yet. The only country where I've honestly seen where they've been able to turn on a pinpoint with their laws and regulations and judicial system is probably China, right?
I do want to say that the Chinese citizens have paid for not parking their money because it's the only tier 1 country.
I mean, they park
you
it
can't-
here.
Chinese
Wealthy
people,
ones.
I think Chinese people, and I don't think that many Japanese. It's mostly the mainland Chinese who are parking most of their money in Canada, which is part of the but it's not. That's not the major issue. The issue is actually we have a lack of housing being built at the rate of immigration.
Yep.
And also the amount of land that's desirable in Canada is extremely. It's similar to Australia. We have very small amounts of land that are considered desirable places to live. That's the number one problem. We essentially Canada's such a big country. We can fucking build in Northwest Territories. They're supposed to live there, dog. It's freezing.
Yeah.
Everything is so expensive.
It's not
Ship everything
even-
fucking in.
but you know
It's-
what?
it's the
I don't-
winters are like Scandinavian level.
I
Worse.
actually no,
Yeah.
but I actually think honestly the Canadian issue a lot more is based in the fact that we have poor policymakers and we have not invested enough in air. So for example, when I look at Ontario, the fact that there's not been enough investment going into Barrie just to be able to get more companies to go to Barrie. Can you imagine if there was an Amazon plant in Barrie?
There's many
Dude,
reasons.
that's not true.
There's many reasons
Barry's
why.
booming.
There's also like a
But
massive.
Barry's actually increasing.
There's
Like,
a,
no, but
there's a
imagine
UPS
if-
factory like.
No, but imagine if
Very
they-
true.
Yeah. There's like a big ass warehouse.
No, but
Yeah.
imagine if there was a major tech company in Barrie, what that would do for population demographics, transportation, it'd be so much better. You take so much fucking like pressure off of our
True,
existing-
yes, but it's also the reason why it is the way it is because we've accepted this free market where we're not going to have governments lobbying or state-run capitalism like China, where China can just be like, hey, Chengdu, we're going to move fucking Amazon from like Shanghai to Chengdu now, tomorrow.
And I agree with you. But I
call that Starcraft
no,
I know what you're saying. This is part of the free market for
Yeah.
Ford cannot just be like,
Well,
well, we're gonna move Amazon from downtown Toronto. Now,
Well, no, you don't
if
see
there
that.
are independent private players who are like, yeah, we
Well,
should all get our staff and
okay, but-
relocate there, sure, but Barrie is in competition with Toronto, with Guelph, with all these other countries or cities, right?
But what if Doug Ford randomly said, "Hey, I am going to give Barrie a time-based exclusive tax redemption, tax exclusion."
Okay, yes, so expand on that because I think that's easier said than done because at the end of the day, he's still the premier. He still
Yeah.
has to play politics.
Yeah.
He still has to play politics with multiple regions, right?
Yo, so Toronto, suck my dick. Yo, John Tory, literally, I will fucking. Yo, actually, you know what? You should kill yourself.
Oh,
But
oh
yeah,
my God,
no.
I knew it. I saw it
No, I'm
coming.
going to cancel you too.
No, I'm
bro.
being serious though. No, yo, people
Hey,
need,
you know what?
people,
Don't-
people,
don't-
you know, no, people need to play fucking ball, and maybe that's the issue. No. You think I'm joking? No, you think I'm joking? No, you think I'm joking?
You're
Maybe
telling,
you.
you're telling me Dougie doesn't play ball?
No,
Doug used to be a hash dealer.
no.
Of course he plays ball.
You need a premier
He's
that's
a
not.
fucking
No,
ex-drug dealer. Of course he
you
plays
need
ball.
a premier that's not gonna play ball. You need a premier that's gonna walk up on fucking John Tory like this and say, "Nigga, what the fuck you gonna do? You gonna listen to what the fuck I do? Listen, bro, you gonna do this? Shut up. That's what you need.
That's the club
Hey,
way.
listen. I said this. You're gonna do it. Shut the fuck up. That's what you need.
Right there, man.
Walk up in your shit. Hey, your kid goes here. I know where they go. I will find them, bro. I will find them. Don't fuck with me, bro. You're gonna do this policy. Alright? Fiscal policy here. I don't care. Ring of Fire is being built. Shut the fuck up. I will find you. And that's what we need.
Okay, first of all,
That's what we need.
first of all, that's why John Tory is along with the mayor. John Tory is out.
I was just like,
Gone, so obviously that's not gonna work.
yeah.
Exactly,
You're just gonna shake these fucking mans up, bro. You're gonna listen. You're gonna listen to me. Sometimes that's what they need, bro. Shake them up,
We're
bro.
also
Shake them.
live in a civil society where
Fuck civility, bro. Listen to me. I will shake the disobedience out of you. Sorry. I will shake and jiggle this to me. I will shake it into you. Is what you're trying to say?
Holy fuck.
You go in there, you fucking. Yo, how the fuck do you think Hitler got Stalin to listen? You know.
oh my god,
Did you just say it? How did Hitler get Stalin on the list?
Yeah. Yo, I'm trying to say.
John Tory
I mean, yo, yeah, man, you slap these kids up, bro. You don't care, man. You run this fucking province the way it needs to be run, bro.
Man, you should be an enforcer, man. That's all I gotta
Yeah,
say, man.
straight up, bro.
You should be hired by the
That's-
Colombians or something, man. Like
No, because sometimes that's what you need, bro. People don't want. Okay, for the greater. Sometimes people need to sacrifice for the greater good. If you don't understand that.
no, people don't care about that.
Oh, I do. So that's the thing. You're going to learn today.
People don't care about the greater good.
Hey, but they'll learn. That's what I'm trying to say, though.
They'll learn.
They'll learn. You just gotta show them the way, Evie. That's all it is. You gotta show them the
We
way.
have the way.
No, you gotta show them the way sometimes, though.
What way?
Show them the
What
way.
if you're already in the way? What if you're already
Babes.
way ahead of
They're the way. They're the way. They're the
Have
way.
you
All my
heard,
friends smoke. He's
have you heard of NIMBY?
Sorry, what's NIMBY? What's
You know
NIMBY?
NIMBYism?
What's
not
NIMBY?
in my backyard.
What's that?
Not in my backyard.
Who's that? What's that?
NIMBY.
NIMBYs?
Not
No,
in
it's
my
not. It's just
backyard.
NIMBYs are
Yeah, it's fine, but it's not.
notorious
It's bacterial.
blocking policy, you know, blocking development, all that. Because why? Because they just don't want it. Right?
Take them out. Take them
No,
out.
they want it for everyone else.
Take them out.
What do you mean take them out?
I mean, take them out.
Cigarettes are
Yo, move out of my way. Clear the way. I'm coming through. If you don't learn. You're gonna learn today.
It's a
I
lot
will
of
make
middle
it
class
happen.
people, man. It's a lot of
No,
upper
but
middle class
but that's what needs to happen though. Yo, listen.
Oh man, you want a revolution. You want a
Yes. Sometimes things need to be done.
Dude, you should run.
There
for
is a
politics so
clear
that you'll-
way to be done.
you'll
There
learn
is.
You'll never get voted.
Hey, listen.
You'll never get voted.
One nation under God, right? Yo,
Whoa.
yo.
Whoa,
So
what are
there
you
is a
talking
clear
about?
path to success. If you are not about it, you're against it.
But who defines success?
Get down or lay down. You have two options, bro.
This
Get
is
to
the reason why this name is
We got
success.
a coup d'etat in the making right here,
So
man.
fucking
Get
big.
to
I think this guy's not fucking military.
And this is why I'm not on Twitter. This is why.
This is why you're not on
Get-
Twitter. This is why you're not getting hired by CSIS.
Yeah.
This is why you're absolutely
CSIS
not.
may hire me now after this.
So no, did your personal Twitter account get banned?
Huh?
Your personal Twitter account got
Yeah.
Wow, you're a line stepper.
I'm a savage,
You're,
yeah.
you're a habitual line stepper.
To say the least, man.
Habitual line stepper.
Holy shit.
I'm just saying, man. You gotta run politics. You do a certain way, bro. You have to get things done. People don't want to cooperate. Fam, you don't learn.
You know what?
Yeah, you
Got-
want to
yeah.
cooperate? They
Right.
boot you.
It's no, put them in, do like Stalin, put them in prison, put all your, anyone who opposes, put them all in prison.
I
You
think
don't have to put them in prison.
Yeah, you
You
do.
don't have to put them in prison.
They're-
Just put
they're opposed
make
to
them
you.
feel pain.
I just feel
That's
like
all
we're
it is.
underrated.
Torture them while they're in prison.
No,
feel like
you don't torture them. You just basically exclude their kids from fucking opportunities.
I think
Yeah,
you're
put the kids
looking
in
at
prison
that's all it
too.
is.
I think you're
Put the
looking
kids in prison, just like North
you're looking
Korea.
at politics as too black and white, but unfortunately there's a lot of gray.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
money, there's lobbying, there's groups, there's obviously NIMBYism,
Yeah.
right?
I
There's-
also think we're underrating the amount of cooperation that actually exists.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Like,
Exactly.
I think that we're actually doing okay on the scale of like economies and countries.
We're in 5 times the deficit of California and Ontario.
5 times the what?
That's a broad statement, first of all, because you have to look at it by community.
What's 5 times? We're not even close to the population. They're the 42nd economy in the world,
Well, you want to think it.
California has the economy of like all.
and we're in 5 times the debt of them.
Wow,
More than
no.
5 times.
First
More
of
than
all,
5 times.
Percentage wise or total?
Yeah.
Total. Cumulatively, this is like as of like 2016.
Okay.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, actually,
Please search
Ontario's
that.
debt specifically is huge.
It's
isn't it?
fucking ridiculous.
I think
It's
it's like-
egregious.
I didn't know that.
Yes.
I don't like.
It's like
Stop,
three,
yeah.
is it? What is it again? Is it 300 billion?
It's
Something like that?
all do you just need to understand? It's essentially a venture capital's multiple
Oh Jesus, man, that's fun. I had no
on
idea.
California.
I know.
That's what it is. That's
Well, I
where.
think you have to be really careful with data like that because obviously every community, every city, every region
Okay.
is vastly different in terms of the contributions,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
Someone like honestly, like how much of, for example, like it's obviously bad to say, but how much of say Rexdale is bringing down the contributions compared to a community like Bay and Cape, which
Yeah.
contributes a lot more, right?
Okay.
You want to look at the averages. You want to look at who's actually contributing, because you can't just paint it all with like a broad brush, right? You can say, oh, I want this. Well, I live in the second wealthiest neighborhood in Toronto. I don't need anything you need. I've got everything. I've got everything. Why do I need to care about downtown? I literally have everything.
But
I
even-
live in the second wealthiest community in Toronto. Why would I care about your community when I have everything I need?
But Evie, I think.
I don't need to think about anyone below me or above me because there's only one other community above my community.
But Evie, you're
Like,
not.
this is what people in this community think, right? They're like, well, why didn't you build a train station to this community?
But
Nobody
Evie,
drives here. Everyone has a car. Everyone has all this. It's like,
But
yes,
Evie-
I understand the sentiment that like, oh, all the communities should be one and work together, but it's not the reality.
has nothing
The
to do with
Chinese
that.
community is not going to,
Yeah, but-
engage with the Indian community. The Indian community is not going to engage with the Tamil community. So all these communities are like self-serving, right?
Okay,
They're
but
self-serving, man.
I'm just talking about the debt, and I think like you as a numbers guy you're not able to argue against per capita. It is ridiculous for us to be at like more than
So
5
is
times
this the
multiple.
provincial
Yes.
debt?
Yes.
Or is this the consumer debt?
Provincial debt.
Interesting. So
Yes.
what do they spend it on?
A lot of it essentially is in our. So I'm so happy you asked that question.
Huh.
A lot of it is into
I don't see
healthcare is provincially run. A lot
Yeah,
of it goes
yeah.
into that, right? Education is also provincially run.
Yeah.
A lot of it goes into that, right? So these major entities, right,
Yeah.
that vacuum in large sums of this capital, like putting us in deficit spending, right?
Yeah.
again, like I'll say, education, healthcare.
Yeah.
Right? That clearly we're not seeing a return on investment.
No. For 300 billion, if that's the number, that I'm not
Okay,
seeing.
I wonder what the numbers actually are. Is it 300?
Oh, let's go. You know what?
Let's look it up.
Let's look it up.
Let's go search it up. Yeah, we have magic. You know what? Fuck Google. We're ChatGPT.
No.
Fuck Mr. ChatGPT.
Yeah,
Just pick a number.
because
Just pick a number.
we're taking business away from Google. That's what we're doing here.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I appreciate the bulldozing, but it also means that there's a lot of nuance there that wouldn't go as you expect or as you predict, right?
So how much debt is Ontario in?
Yeah.
Is Ontario in? It's a very simple
It's a
prompt.
lot.
No, man, you don't ask ChatGPT. God damn it.
As of March 2020, the total debt of
Dude,
Ontario
that's
was
just straight
351.9
unreliable.
billion.
Can you ask Google?
Okay, it was around 300 billion or 350. So that's fine.
351, yeah, 351.
That sounds like a lot. What is Ontario's GDP?
I don't know.
What is Ontario's GDP?
I bet it's
Calculate the
700 billion or something like that.
Ontario's.
Ontario
No.
public debt. Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what
Actually, that's probably wrong. Actually.
My friend, my other friend has his wife. I think are going to show up in a bit. Because I posted and they're just like, I really want to come on your show. I was like, come now. I'm like, okay, I'll come by. Yeah, they're like, I'm scared to be on camera.
82% of Ontario's debt is
I think you're upset at Singapore because you're free spirit.
Okay, so
you don't like to be held down, man.
So
you don't like to be held down. You also have to realize, man, some people are also NPCs. Some people are NPCs. So the game characters can't play.
You love people? Dude, you love the NPC theory, bro. You love
we gotta
NPCs.
protect those people, man. Because those people, they don't have dreams. They don't need to have dreams, right? They just want to live.
Dude, I'm about to become an NPC. And
Don't say
what?
that, bro. Don't say that, bro. You're
I'm about to
not
become
gonna
an
be an
NPC.
NPC.
No, but I want to be an NPC. I'm done thinking for
No,
myself,
you're
bro. I'm done thinking for
It's
myself.
in your nature. You're not.
I'm done thinking for myself. It's overrated. I want the totalitarian fucking certainty.
No, you don't.
I just want to wake up and fucking do my shit and go home and get fed my fucking cockroach powder and like I'm good.
So hold on, one thing
My-
though,
my cricket powder bar.
according to the internet,
My friend,
interesting.
said, I know 3 DJs in Singapore, and I had a long conversation about what the arts community like in Singapore, and he says this is the worst place in the fucking
Oh, I've heard
world
it.
to be a music artist.
Yes, I've heard the
And
arts.
then I said, what's it like in Canada? I said, in Canada, we have something called factor grant. Well, they'll pay for 50% a year. And when he said that, he's like, that's so unfair. And I said,
What?
we have factor grant in Canada where if you're a musician, you can apply for a grant. Well, they'll
Yeah,
fund,
I
they'll
got
fund
friends
half your
who-
art career. They'll give you hundreds of thousands of dollars in Canada. I've been paid off. I've been paid off the government.
Wait, I'm a
She's paying off the
musician.
factor grant. What?
I'm a musician.
Look,
I'm black. I play bass guitar.
if you want to apply, if you want to hire a fucking grant writer and apply for factor grant, you can get it, bro. I've lived off that cheese for a while. I've had many grants. But anyways, so I told my friend in Singapore that he said like there's absolutely nothing in our country that supports the arts.
Yeah.
So yeah, and he said on top of that too, the housing there it's not free, it's subsidized. So we don't have this crack about housing monopoly, but it's not cheap. My friend lives there. He says Singapore's an expensive motherfucking place to live.
course,
The
yeah.
alcohol there is double the cost it is here. They don't have. It's
Well, that's
it's-
why
it's-
Double here?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
okay, and then buying a car is 3 times the price. Over there, they buy Toyotas and they like freaking like max them out and everything because it's like the cost of a Toyota. If you have a Toyota Camry there, it's almost like having a Porsche here.
True, but that's also by design, right? It's because like
Well,
literally.
it's a small place, like it's Asia.
well, not just
They don't have, it's not America where they have like roads and shit, right? It's very,
Yeah.
it's very condensed. It's very condensed, so they have to have.
Which honestly, that's one thing I really don't appreciate about infrastructure here in North America, especially going through Europe or going through like Asia, where infrastructure like pedestrians have room to walk in the community. They don't have to rely on a car or a bike. They can actually get around. The way our cities
it's
are
urban
designed
design.
here,
Could you
the way our centers are designed here, just like
Yeah.
they enable everything else. They enable fast food. They enable you sitting around all day.
It's the American way. Americans don't want like public transit. What Americans want, they want Texas.
It's also
That's what Americans want. They want big houses, big roads, big cars,
The
cheap
size
gasoline.
also makes a huge difference though, because all of Europe would fit into like either Canada or the United
True,
States,
yeah,
and there's
yeah.
like
Yeah.
a fucking billion people there or more, 1.5 billion people.
Yeah.
And like in those environments, you can get around. Like the outposts are much closer together, but
Yeah.
for Canada,
Yeah.
we still need to like occupy all of Canada, so we need like a weird number of like dispersed settlements
Yeah.
in order to like stake our claim to
It's honestly geopolitics. Like density is caused by high populations in small areas. Canada's the opposite. We have an enormous
Yeah.
land size with a really small population. So of course we're not going to have we're not going to have like the TTC the public transit quality of like London or New
Well,
York.
also,
or,
No, but we
it's a policy and funding problem, right? If the government just
it's a
said,
population
No,
problem.
but there's
well,
no,
population
no, no,
also
no.
comes from funding
But
and
there's-
business, right? If the government said, well, you know what, we're going to encourage this like an
See,
economic
but-
zone in Thunder Bay.
No, but you guys
I
are
bet
also.
people move out there.
See, you get.
Yes, but it's just proportionally speaking, it's very small.
You guys are also.
You know?
Talking,
It's small because the policy is not there to
Exactly,
encourage it,
exactly. And,
right?
yo, so-
No, it's small because we're bringing on 1 million people. China has like fucking
No,
they
but
big
but
C-tier cities with 10 million people
it's
living there,
It's
bro.
a policy problem. If the government said, we're going to make Thunder Bay a special economic zone.
Yeah,
and if
that's
you go,
it, exactly.
If you go there, we're going to reduce taxes, blah, blah.
Yeah,
I'm sure
that's what they need to do.
significant amount of businesses.
That's all they need to do. That's
No,
all they need to do.
No, that's oversimplified. That's grossly oversimplified, bro.
That's the facts right there, bro. That's That's
First of all, we should fucking annex Alaska, right?
Jesus fucking okay, man.
Let's go.
Small
Down.
guys.
That's our fucking
I'll bring the
land,
guns.
Right? That's our land, right? We should give it back to us so we can go from BC up to Alaska, give it back.
Yeah.
right?
Oh wow.
Oh my god, that's crazy.
Man, Alaska. I don't know, guys.
No, but
Can you
there-
imagine if we allowed?
Dude, that was a departure. That was we need to fucking develop
there's
Thunder Bay.
a
Now
lot
we
of
need to fucking get Alaska back, bro.
There's a lot of poor First Nations.
Yeah.
There's a lot of poor people in
Well,
Alaska.
you know what? Honestly,
Lot of wolves.
no, but yo, you need to. No,
I
but
mean, if you want those things,
all of those we can hire. The natives are very skilled. We can have them do something in the north. The wolves, I just like wolves. You know what I'm trying to say? Hire them too. Have fucking like battle wolves. You know what I'm trying to say? Have like yeah. You know what I'm trying to say? You can have like soldiers and shit. You know what I mean? These are all assets. This is so much potential.
Did you know in World War II, Poland had a fleet of bears?
Oh,
I did not.
that's
know that.
unreal.
I did
Hold
not.
it.
I did
Bears?
not know
Oh
that.
my god.
That's insane. Oh my god.
Yo, because what do you do? What do you do? You're a soldier, you're pulling up your little gun, you know, trying to say, you see like 6 bears, yo, there's
Imagine
no fucking way. There's no fucking way those guys
You're
are
fucking
fucking,
Normandy, right?
Yo.
You're fucking going over the trenches, and already there's 6 Polish dudes with like 10 bears. You're like, what do you do?
Jeez, man. I didn't know.
Yo,
All I
dog.
can say is.
Yo, it kills me because I pull it out the horses too, right? Yo, he was the video, we're gonna have battle.
They didn't have as many horses as you might think, but
They
they
had
did
more
have
bears? They had more
horses.
bears?
You're right that they had horses.
These guys are
There's,
playing.
there's
there
kind of
wasn't
a
that
there's
many.
kind of a sad counterpoint to that story, which is the Czech horse cavalier guys. Basically, Nazi Germany ruled in Czechoslovakia with tanks, and they're literally attacking them on horses, like getting blasted
Oh, wow.
by tank fire. They have like
What a
spears,
wonderful man.
like basically like spears, like bayonets and rifles. They're like throwing the fucking spears, this is Czech soldiers,
Yeah.
at the tanks and getting blown away. Like there was like this break in the concept of war, basically.
Yeah.
It's like modern warfare versus like
Yeah.
you're a knight.
You're
basically,
just
you're a
getting
fucking knight.
fucked up, bro.
Wojciech was one of the most renowned Polish bears.
His name is Wojciech. I actually know this.
Oh,
I have a
Wojciech.
friend.
Yeah.
I have a friend named Wojciech.
Oh, there you go. Yeah,
I
yeah.
have a friend. That's
Yeah,
the only
yeah.
reason I know that.
WOJ.
They took him all the way down and enlisted him in Italy. This fucking bear was in fucking
Okay,
Italy,
you know what?
right?
Okay, on the topic of animals used in military, do you guys know how former?
You talking about Hannibal?
No.
You guys that though, like fucking riding elephants
Do you guys
around
know
the
how
Mediterranean.
former Al
what the
Qaeda
hell?
in Iraq, Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, how did he die 2019?
Like killed a horse?
Won't
No.
attack.
Conan the dog. Conan the dog is a Delta Force trained dog. I kid you not.
The dog fucking
The
killed him?
Delta Force came in. They located him in a bunker in Syria. He had like numerous sex slaves with him because he's a
Oh my
fucking asshole.
God,
The ISIS
dude.
guy.
What the
It's the
fuck?
head of fucking.
Wait, he's not an asshole because he has sex slaves. Come on.
Yes, if you have sex slaves, you're an asshole.
Okay.
Come on.
Right?
You have sex slaves, you're
Delta
kind of a bad
Forces
person.
volunteers,
there
guys.
with Turkish intelligence, all that. They go and show up at the base, right? He's got like maybe like 20 bodyguards, or if they suck because it's fucking U.S. Delta Force, they can own these guys. They come in, they kill all these people. Abu Bakr is being seen, he's running away, and one Delta Force dude's like, okay, Conan the dog, go get him. So Conan the dog goes get him, traps him in one of these hidden tunnels. He's got his 2 daughters with him, and what he does is he sees the dog come out, this is according to the report from Delta Force, and then looking, he's like, oh my god, man, this fucking dog, he's gonna kill me, It's time. And he fucking pulls the trigger and he suicide bombs himself.
because he was so afraid of the fucking dog, he had no choice, and he kills himself.
Dude,
And that's how.
that's a crazy way to die.
This is fucking crazy.
You know,
Like
that's-
Conan the
that's-
dog.
that's-
You thank Conan the service
Do-
dog
do you know actually
with
what it
Delta
was?
Force?
Dude,
Wait,
that
wait,
dog is the deadliest military operative out of the U.S.
It is.
No,
It actually
the deadliest military operative in the U.S.
Do you know dogs are extremely useful in special operations?
do you know actually what his
They
rationale
can
was?
smell the fucking enemy. They got a
Do you know-
DNA sample.
You should train a dog.
Do you know
No,
what?
You should train an attack dog, bro. You'd be really good at it. This fucking terrifying dog.
Wait,
Do you
wait,
got some
wait,
scary
wait.
fucking name?
Do you want some insight into his? Do you want some insight into his real rationale?
Abu Bakr.
There is nothing more disrespectful in my body being defiled than a
He is
dog.
right. No, it is right. It's right.
Yeah,
No, I
yeah,
know.
Oh, is that a religious thing?
Yes.
Yeah, it's religious. Yeah.
There's nothing
No,
more
you're right.
disrespectful than my and my children's body being defiled
No,
by
no,
a
no.
dog.
Also, it's probably just a quick kill. Right?
It's
just
a
like,
quick kill.
It's like,
They-
yo, would you rather be
Why
like
didn't he
mauled
shoot?
to death than just like
Why didn't he shoot the dog?
Because it
Because
doesn't.
he doesn't have
It's
any
over. It's over.
It's over. He's
It's
fucking.
over.
It's either that or he gets killed by a Christian.
He's
Delta
running.
Force.
He's running away with his daughters.
Because he's so religious.
Done.
He's beyond religious. It's
Yeah.
He's
a very
fundamentalist.
conservative form of
Yeah.
idiotic.
Let me see a law the way I want to see
It's,
it.
it's a very, not
Yeah.
even most Muslims don't even agree with
No,
this.
it's at that level you're pretty much brainwashed. It's like
Oh,
being
you're
like,
beyond
it's
brainwashed.
like being like a
You're
Christian
beyond-
kid.
it's
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
brainwashed at that point.
It's a mutation of Islam. Actually, I would say this specifically. It's a mutation of Islam. It's not actually what the fucking Quran says at all.
Oh, yeah, no,
What
yeah,
these
no,
people
no,
believe
definitely
in is basically a mutation of it built for militantism. It's not actually what the
Yeah,
religion
yeah,
says.
it's like the Christian, it's like the KKK using Christianity.
It's not even that. It's
Yeah.
way worse. They just
Yeah.
basically turn into whatever the fuck they wanted it to be.
Yeah.
These people fucking
yeah,
rape
it really-
kids.
it really has nothing to do with
They
anything else,
don't
in my
actually
opinion.
follow
It's a religious radicalism.
They don't follow Islam. They don't follow Islam. These guys
Yeah.
are fucking.
No, they just told them to manipulate people.
So I'm not as confident about this.
Whoa, here we go.
Adrian
Adrian and I have actually read a bit of the Quran
We actually-
together.
yeah, we did. Actually,
I actually do agree with this.
Okay.
It's interesting to hear
Yeah.
your point. I do agree. I think that
Yeah.
the Quran, what I've read,
Yeah.
Quran, highly interpretable.
Yeah,
Very closely tracks the Bible and is highly interpretable. It,
Yeah.
it is not at all clear to me that there's a direct line
Yeah, yeah.
between al-Baghdadi from.
Oh yeah. Okay, well, let me pause. I'm not
Not
gonna
at
say
all
it's clear.
clear.
But we have
Like,
to remember.
like bunker in the fucking desert with the sex slaves.
Yeah, that's
no,
fine, that's
blowing up my
fine.
kids,
No.
definitely
Well,
not.
hold on.
no.
Let us ask ourselves, guys, what happened in the 7th century in the deserts of Arabia? Well, there was
No,
vaccines.
no, 8th century.
Who was-
It's the 9th century.
No, I'm talking
Okay.
7th
Hold on,
century.
let's go right-
No, because-
8th century, the Muslims chased the Jews out of Mesopotamia.
Well, sure, but we're
Yeah.
talking even earlier, right? Because the question is, who was Muhammad? Who was he really? He was a warlord.
Right.
How
Yes.
many wives did he have? He had a lot of wives.
A lot,
Were those
yeah.
all consensual?
No.
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 Okay, already we're off the path. We're on the
Okay.
path of sex slaves.
Okay, well, no. Calling
there was a lot of
Muhammad.
killing.
Calling
There's a lot
Muhammad.
of raping.
Okay, calling
There's a
Muhammad
lot of
rapist
other
is
stuff.
already like a line crossed.
Well, that's why
No,
I'm not. That's
no,
why I'm not. No, it's not. I think that's. I think that's
it's actually
fairly
historical.
accurate.
No, dude, fucking Mao Zedong was a rapist.
A lot of people.
Mao Zedong was a rapist, dude. Yeah.
So look, let me put it this way.
Most-
Obviously, most Muslims not agree with this.
Most
That's not my
kings,
point. I don't think
most kings were rapists, bro.
Yeah.
Most kings were rapists,
My
man.
point is
Yeah.
just let's look at the history because this is what people like Syed Qutb will say.
Yep.
This is what Salafists will say in the 18th, 19th century in Islamic theological thinking. Obviously, this is heterodox. I'm not in any way saying this is heterodox, but there's questions, right? There's questions we have to ask ourselves about the treatment of infidels. Right?
That's all.
So for the,
I think that's what-
non-religious.
yeah.
So, look, let me put it this way. I agree with you guys. I want to make this really clear. Yeah, I agree with you that it's a stretch of interpretation, but we have to look at the historical context in which these things were happening. And we say, well, is it wrong to say that these guys weren't rapists? Well, you could say these guys were rapists.
Yeah, but like the other thing is like most
You
Muslims.
can say it's OG. It's an OG form of Islam.
Yeah, for real. But like, I mean, OG Bible is probably bad too. You know. Like,
Yeah, it's-
Moses like fucks up like I respect Moses. But
Yeah.
like doesn't he fuck up some Egyptians like with the water?
Oh yeah, of course.
He like kills a bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like I've seen the movie.
Yeah. So my claim is absolutely not to
So,
say
but
that.
what I'm saying is like, yeah, I agree. The context is interesting and important, but like,
Well, because this is the part of the propaganda or what Al Qaeda, etc., is saying.
Dried fruit.
And I agree with Odie that a lot of this is twisted, but there's some things that, well, this is in the historical record.
Right.
You know, these are what some of the
Well,
OG did.
Let me ask you this though. It, like when I was reading the Quran,
These are great.
it was.
These are fucking
Well, look, I'm no authority. I'm not really in a position to say much more.
Neither am I. Neither am I. But,
Yeah.
but luckily, all I have to say is like not too. It's like flattering, more or less. So what I would say is that the Quran was like pretty poetic.
Oh, yeah.
in its framing and it's like
The whole
syntax.
thing's a poem.
It's not very explicit. To me, it seemed like a lot of allusions to the Bible. It seemed like very similar,
100%.
like tractable. I mean,
It's based off the Bible.
and then there's some rules. There's some rules that were stuck in there as well. Very specific rules that I
Yeah.
also remember from the Bible.
Yeah.
Like
It's based off the
so.
Bible. So.
So I mean, yeah, these books are old as fuck,
Yeah.
but like they're still like important bedrocks for traditions that broadly are not violent. Muslims
Yeah.
are like economically cooperating with like their neighbors.
I'm gonna
and
take
the
this
international
after.
community.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
100%.
So it's like,
No turning interest.
it's not like most people are like Quran like day one, like okay,
And
we're
then-
going to the bunker, like get the guns, get the girls.
I could be wrong.
I want to finish this point. In the Quran, it does state, listen, I'm going to paraphrase this, right? If people attack the religion,
Yeah, then you can, violent jihad. Just
jihad, and jihad
Yeah,
just
of
means
course.
war, right? So, but that's all it says is that, hey, you are allowed to commit holy war against infidels, people that are attacking us, right?
Okay, you know what?
Do you know the word Taliban means?
And they do it.
Do you know the word Taliban means?
What does it mean?
Student of the Quran. Student. It means student. Should be student of the Quran. That's what Taliban means.
So
Okay.
basically, it's a broadband way of saying
They picked
we're
an
going to
easy man.
defend the Quran. The issue with fundamentalists,
It's
though,
just PR
is
for
the
them.
extent in which you're going to quote unquote defend. What extent are you going to go for security? And honestly, the interesting part is that that's very much an American argument in itself. Because America is actually a Catholic state, right? And when you consider how
That's
they
a Christian. It's not good.
it's a
Italy's a Catholic
Catholic state. I'll say this
Why
again.
do you think it's
But it's not.
yo,
It's Christian as fuck, bro.
It's built by
I would say it's
prudence.
more Protestant.
Prudence who came here because they did not believe
Sorry,
European. Okay, North America.
No, the Puritans. The Puritans were Christian, though.
No, these are Protestants.
No, the North America. Okay, they did not believe. Essentially, what was happening in Europe was that they did not believe that their brand of Catholicism was fucking pure enough. They came here to establish a new form. That's what this place is built
The
on.
Puritans Christian.
Oh, okay, if that's what you mean, but I don't agree
The
contemporary.
fundamental American culture, in my opinion, is essentially the foil of fundamentalism. That's why they conflict against each other.
Oh, I agree with that. I
You
agree
know what I'm
with
trying
that.
to say?
I agree with that.
But it's two sides of the same coin.
So it's not the same coin.
It's two sides of the same coin because both
No,
of
they're
them,
opposite.
because both of them, when it comes.
So the Puritans were Catholic.
So
Yeah.
fundamentalist Islamists, when they think about jihad, it's the same thing as national security. I'll do anything for national security. I'll do anything. I'll do anything. Like searching through all our shit. I'd probably be on several no-fly lists.
Well, we knew that when we met you. That was clear.
You're not in a no-flies. One of my friends is legit in a no-flies because his dad is like a communist protester.
No,
And he's white. Yeah.
okay, I'm not gonna say that on camera. But,
You better not.
I guess the question is, how brainwashed? These are the big questions, right?
yeah.
How brainwashed? Well, if Israel invaded your country in Lebanon in 1980,
Yeah.
if you had constant conflicts as a Syrian or Egyptian or a Palestinian with the state of Israel, and if there's this country called the United States on the side of the ocean that's funding Israel,
Yeah.
and if you're a young Ayman al-Zawahiri, Egyptian surgeon, recently deceased Al-Qaeda leader, and you were raised in that circumstance, you might think, oh, wow, I studied history, oh, I studied politics, oh, I hate Americans. Oh, you know what? Fuck these people. Maybe it's time, guys. Is that necessarily irrational?
Can you imagine me like a fundamental
No.
Islamist and like wanting to destroy
But you got to
America?
draw the line somewhere.
But we have to draw the line somewhere. Well said. But we have to draw the line somewhere. Well said. I agree. But these are the tough questions, guys.
Anyhow, I just think that
These are
Anyhow.
the tough questions.
America and fundamentalist Islamists are the same thing. The Taliban and Delta Force 9 are the same people.
No, definitely not, bro.
Okay, wait. The first part again. Like, I think there's like a semantic way to like make that case, but I don't know. I missed a couple lines of the dialogue. Though. What were you guys talking about before I came back?
It doesn't matter. We're not being like precise right now at all.
Yeah, I'm not PC at all.
Odie's not PC.
I think if you talk to a lot of people in like U.S. and Canadian Special Forces and you ask them about their opinion about like some of the leaders in like the like either like Taliban or like ISIL, I think they have a lot of respect for them. I think they look at those
Really?
people. Yeah.
The guy with the girls in the bunker?
As a soldier,
They might not respect you.
No, I think the Americans
as a soldier, if you don't respect your enemy, you will be destroyed.
Sure.
That's not true.
That's a
The Americans do not respect the way Al Qaeda fought at all.
What are you talking about, bro?
The Americans,
You have to have respect for your enemy.
the Americans do not.
The Americans have been
That's actually
destroyed.
demonstrably
The Americans have been destroyed in every
For
fucking.
sure. Like the Abu Ghraib footage.
The Americans, the Americans.
They didn't respect
Yeah,
that
Abu
shit.
Ghraib is exactly.
The Americans do not respect like ISIS's tactics. ISIS
you're
tortures people.
generalizing
They use child bombing.
Exactly.
They use children
I'm not
as meat
saying-
shields. Like
Yeah,
Americans do not do
we're
shit at
talking-
all.
They're-
Americans do not respect like
Look,
they
there is a
like
difference
like
between-
they're one step away from gassing people.
There's
There are some.
there's a difference between empathy and sympathy. I'm not saying they have sympathy towards the enemy. I'm saying they have respect towards their ops.
I don't even agree with that. I actually don't.
The only-
I don't think respect's the right word. I think maybe something else. Maybe try to do it.
Esteem?
Apprehension, maybe? They might be worried about
You gotta
it.
respect
Yeah,
your
no,
ops, bro.
definitely apprehension because like
You gotta respect the ops, bro. You have to respect the ops.
No, all they respect is the fact that these guys are scary enough to kill them. So
Yes.
we need to show up, but that's not respect. That's,
That's
like
your op, bro.
acknowledging the danger.
Yeah,
and acknowledging
respect
that
your op.
these guys
No,
are
I
these
wouldn't
guys.
use that word. I think you're missing.
Yeah, and respect is not the right word. I'm more
You don't
like
really
acknowledging the
respect-
level of danger. These guys are gonna use meat shields and like try to gas us and shit. And, like,
So you're
go
looking at
crazy.
respect from a different perspective. I'm looking at respect from like acknowledging someone's power level.
I'm
Well, that's fine.
fine.
Fine. Yeah, we agree with that. We agree with that.
Like your level
Yeah,
of risk.
we just don't agree. Respect.
And they're also the same people. If you think about
No,
it, they're both
respect.
murderers. Delta
Yeah.
Force.
I don't feel like
and the
Delta
Tal-
Force feels like they are the same as, they might respect them, but Delta Force is not walking around thinking, I'm the same kind of guy as all that guy.
So-
They're like, I'm
so-
just
so-
like
so-
him,
you know
we're
what's
the
crazy?
same, you know, I just have to do
You know
my
what's
part of
crazy?
this drama. They're
Yeah,
like,
so-
I'm morally fucking better.
so- you know what's crazy?
You're making it seem like it's like Vegeta respecting Goku.
Yeah.
But it's like actually a completely different thing. It's like no, it's some like camaraderie thing. Like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
It's not
I'll
camaraderie,
fucking
yo.
get you, Kakarot. No, it's not the same fucking thing at all, dude. It's more like
In reality, they're probably thinking like, this guy is a disgusting monster.
Yeah, yeah.
I hope he doesn't kill me,
Yeah.
and I hope I fucking kill
So,
him.
so have you guys ever heard of like have you guys ever heard of a it's like actually a hardcore fucking like metal group called Five Finger Death Punch?
No.
So they have this crazy song. I fucking love it, right? But they have this song that explains this, right? And essentially, it's called like well, I'll give you the chorus. It's like I'm on the wrong side of heaven and I'm on the righteous side of hell.
Okay.
Okay.
And
It reminds me of John Milton's Satan saying, "'Tis better to reign in hell than serve in heaven."
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
there
yeah.
you
So,
go.
yo, but I think that's how a lot of soldiers probably look at it. I'm on the wrong side of heaven, but I'm on the righteous side of hell.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. Yeah.
Okay? Because it's like
okay, sure.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. You know, there's atrocities committed by soldiers.
This way. This is the filming spot.
Hello.
This is David wife.
Hey, welcome.
I get it. It's fine, sure.
what's up?
All right, camera's on. Don't say anything that gets on candle. Take a seat wherever you want.
Anyhow, also Five Finger
Take a seat
Death
wherever
Punch.
you want. You guys want some
Great music, great music.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, I'm Isabel.
Alexi, nice to meet you.
Should I?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Adrian. It's Adrian.
Evie.
Hey, Adrian.
I'm Torben.
Hey, pleasure to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Welcome.
Evie.
Alexi, nice to meet you. How you doing?
Jamie.
I'm Torben. Nice to meet you. How's it going?
Pretty good. Do you want to use the decanter? We're not. Cover your cups.
Love it.
Okay, some chairs. You guys want chairs? There you go. On our cameras all
Why
good.
the
Go up
camera
space.
angle?
Yeah,
Just sit everyone's fine. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so some people sit off camera and they just talk and listen, whatever.
Okay.
Well, that's totally fine.
Yeah,
Totally fine.
yeah.
Whatever you want
If
to
you
do.
want to jump on and get your face on for the clips, you can do that too. We were talking about Al Qaeda, meat shields, Taliban people.
No, I was saying how like a lot of U.S. soldiers and people in the Taliban probably feel like
That
they're
was
some
a choice words to sum up the conversation.
I think they're the same
I'm not
people.
sure.
They're not the same people.
They're not the same. I don't think
No.
these special
You're-
forces respect Al Qaeda. It's not.
That's the wrong word.
Yeah, you're not
Yeah.
looking for respect.
Look,
like
yeah,
if you're
can I
trying
say
to
this?
kill.
They consider them a formidable enemy.
Yeah,
That's-
they probably consider like.
That's a different
This is episode 12.
I'm gonna say you have to respect the ops. You know what I'm trying to say? Like, and if
No,
like,
but the thing is, they don't respect them.
no, they respect the ops.
They don't respect them.
Well, the Americans don't respect Tal.
No,
Yeah,
they're
but
trying
yeah.
to kill them. They don't respect
No,
them.
but
They
you
may
have to
acknowledge them. They maybe acknowledge that they're deadly, but
No, but,
they
okay.
don't respect them. They're all like, yo,
You don't
we should
have
take this
honest
guy
people.
seriously.
Yeah. Just because you're killing someone doesn't mean you don't respect them.
No, but that's okay. Hold on.
Also, I
You need
think
to go back
politically, I
to-
think like soldiers are kind of like right wing, and I think Taliban and right wing people kind of have similar values.
This is the case that we can both be
It's about-
right.
it's about point, actually.
And both sides are like, this motherfucker could kill me.
Yeah.
I get yes.
We were just born in different parts of the world. But
Yeah.
We're the same.
I just think that both these people are, like, when it comes down to it, it's like, hey, we didn't really just choose to be here. This is a job for me. I'm gonna kill you. You're
No,
gonna
SEAL
kill
Team
me.
6 is volunteer.
Oh, yo,
They
SEAL
chose
Team
to
6
be there.
definitely chose to be there. Dude, definitely chose to be there.
They're more than happy, man.
They're more than happy.
Those guys are like pumped to do it.
They're pumped to do
Like
it.
this whole thing about like, yo, get some, we're gonna get some boys. It's like I finally get to kill a motherfucker.
Are these rich warden kids?
No,
Yes,
but
I
like
think-
some
I
of them,
think
some are,
probably,
some
yes.
are.
Are SEAL Team 6
SEAL
rich
Team
guys?
6?
I'd say most of them are
I
not
don't
rich
know the
people.
answer to that.
I think
SEAL
that's
Team-
statistically.
Some are.
If
There's
you're
a lot
asking me
more.
rhetorically.
There's no way
There's a lot
SEAL
more.
Team 6 is any.
I think military people are actually
Warden
generally lower income people for
Is that
sure.
military
Like statistically,
people?
probably lower income people.
Warden's like-
Soldiers?
like business school.
Yeah.
Business school, yeah.
Oh,
No,
no,
they're- no,
I
no,
thought you
they're
meant
not.
like
What West Point?
West Point. I think you meant West Point.
Even West Point kids still going to like business. It's actually crazy. But like what I'm trying to say here is that like yo, I don't know. So I lived with this one guy. He fought in Fallujah. And I'm telling you right now,
That's wild, man.
he is he is no better than a terrorist. He,
You don't bring people up you want.
he's-
Are you sure? Are you sure
Come on,
you want to
can
say
I-
that?
Can I
Are
say
you
something?
sure you want
Can I
to
say
say that?
something?
Yeah.
I think that from the outside,
I don't think you mean it.
I mean,
from the outside, it's a lot easier to theoretically superimpose the moral equivalency than it is when you're either party in the situation.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I agree with that.
On the surface, we can theorize America,
Yeah.
tough bad history,
Yeah.
Al Qaeda, tough bad history, same shit. But when you're in that fight, I don't think you think like that. And I think there's another moral universe within the conflict where actually the Delta soldier is right, and conversely probably, where the Al Qaeda soldier is right.
Sure, yeah.
Well, there's a lot of killing of innocent.
I'll give you a better
But
example.
it's these different ways of approaching the morality, basically. You have to
Yeah,
take- You have to take a different cognitive approaches to it, and you can't even take those states if you're like a soldier
Yeah.
in the fight. You know what I mean?
Man, there's no way you can actually rationalize the mentality of U.S. soldiers though, too.
Yes,
No,
yes,
you
yes,
can,
absolutely.
man. You gotta stop making these such blanket statements.
Upholding the U.S.
You make the
like,
most blanket fucking
Guys,
statements.
guys,
You can do it.
You can't rationalize Americans. I'm like, dude,
Like,
like it's
what
all about
are you
You're
rationality.
making it seem like our military forces
You
are
need to
fucking
do this
popes.
a bit more.
These aren't space
systematically.
marines, bro.
Take
These
this,
are fucking
take
guys.
it a step at a time.
Yo,
Take it a step at a time.
These are mans we take off the hood streets and fucking give them guns and fucking tell them for fucking.
Not all of them. Some of them, yes, but not all of
You're
them.
confusing like elite special ops with like fucking army recruits
Elite
that
special
that
ops
they
are
recruit
still-
at Walmart, bro. There's
Yo,
quite a bit of
listen,
difference between
listen,
the
listen.
guys that are getting on the reserves and the guys who are going on
If you-
missions.
if you-
security, national security.
if you-
It's not sending Johnson who they recruited at Walmart
People
to go
who
kill Osama bin Laden.
people who do special forces do not work on Bay Street. Do you know what I'm trying to say?
That shouldn't be the standard.
That's just not be the standard.
Yo, John McCain. John McCain.
Who's John McCain?
John McCain. Fucking
He
McCain,
served
man.
in Nam.
Oh, he got caught.
No. He was
He didn't get
tortured.
caught, he got
was
shot.
tortured.
That's
No,
true.
but he's a fucking U.S. senator
He's a
right
shitty
now.
one, bro. Yeah.
No,
He's actually
no. There are a lot of U.S. senators. I mean, a lot of them are military. A lot of them
Well,
are
because there was
yeah.
conscription till Nam, right?
Yeah, but
So-
But still, like, to have that perspective as a politician, to be in a high power, and you were in fucking Vietnam killing motherfuckers, and like, you lived through that shit.
But Donald
Yeah.
Trump called him a pussy because he got caught.
No, he didn't. He didn't call him a pussy, bro. No, I think he's like an
That's
actual,
what you're
he's a
calling
war
him.
hero. He's a war hero. You get tortured for your country, bro. You're a fucking war hero.
I didn't say that. Donald Trump
Yeah,
say disrespect him because he's a prisoner of war.
Yeah, he got caught. Yeah, he said he's a
That's
pussy.
the most disrespectful shit. That's the most disrespectful. You can say the fucking.
It was campaign
failed.
And this is
launch.
why we're not monetized.
Was it on the campaign? Because I think the later he probably was right. Like, he would have gone to his funeral.
That's a fire line though. Still, he's like, yo,
He's like, you got caught and tortured in a way you're a pussy, bro. Only pussies get caught and tortured.
He's a bitch. He didn't fight.
You're a bitch because you didn't
He
fight.
got caught, bro.
You
He
got caught, bro.
He got caught.
He just got caught, bro. Yeah, he did that shit, bro. He didn't do nothing, bro. I
I
get
hope that
that.
wasn't at his funeral. I hope that wasn't his like funeral.
Oh, fuck.
Oh my god. His eulogy.
John got caught McCain.
Fucking shit.
John McCain, like,
That's terrible.
Oh my god. They cooked him like the
No,
cage
yo.
fries, eh?
They got that.
So I actually want you to unpack that a bit, because I feel like you made a
John
bold
McCain.
statement there. You know, you're assuming that anyone who advances up a level, right, are all of a sudden afraid moral standings or have no moral character.
In what context?
You said that a couple times now. You said, well, anyone who gets that far in business, who gets that far in politics, who gets that far in so-and-so,
Yeah.
are like, you know...
Oh, because
No.
the corporate world doesn't award merit. The corporate world awards savageness. The corporate world.
Sometimes, but dude, like Tim Cook does not seem like a savage. Tim Cook? Tim Cook. There you go, man. Tim Cook is the most like progressive, gay, like not. I don't think he's ever beat anyone up in his life. Never had sex slaves.
He never could be conniving too.
Yeah. He never had sex slaves. Not scared of fucking. Not scared of dogs.
How many gangbangs do you think Tim Cook could send? I know.
He's been a Burning Man.
He's a real savage, honestly, yo.
I know these gay dudes definitely have orgies, man.
He had
At that level, you know how great his orgies would be?
Yeah.
He's like
He probably had his own tent at Burning Man, his own section, the Tim Cook tent. Fucking all these young, he has all these like super like young
it's
slender
actually
boys.
great. He's actually like he's like Pete Gay. He's like CEO.
He's not Pete Gay.
Well, yeah,
No, he's not Pete Gay, bro. He's not Pete Gay. Being like Pete Gay is being who's that fucking that YouTube celebrity who's like fucking super gay. Yeah.
His name Jake Charles.
I'm not gonna say Gigi Gordon, just what the fuck her name is.
CEO of
The CEO of Apple, that's top.
CEO of like $1 trillion company,
Yeah, how
right?
can you go?
It's not Pete
Dude,
Gay,
more
bro.
than that 2 point something trillion.
That's
2
crazy.
point something.
I heard his ass was 0 zillions. Just right out.
Apparently, most dudes who get their rectal cavity exam for cancer, the prostate is, most dudes are actually shocked the fact that the doctor lubes up and how easy the fingers slip in, bro. And the reason why is because you're asking this because you think it is, but I guess I went there. And what was scary was that how easy the fingers went in. Yeah, I know. 'Cause they lubed up. And it's like, check your prostate. Most guys are like, dude, it's like I thought it would be like tight. You know, you'd go in. And he's like, nah, man, right in.
No, that's
No
never-
resistance. No resistance, bro.
That's never a conversation I want to have. But anyhow,
Wait till you're 45 to get your prostate checked, bro, and they're gonna do you like that. They're gonna do you like that.
I'll go like Bob Marley. I'll go fuck, bro.
Bob Marley died of cancer, bro.
I don't give a
Yeah,
fuck.
Bob Marley
No,
refuses.
Yeah, we gotta get the prostate checked, bro. Bob Marley, that's why he died of cancer, man.
no one's touching.
Literally
Too much pride.
That's wild.
Too much pride
How
in
is
the
it
fingers.
wow? That's why modern medicine and health exists. You should be getting your ass checked every year. They're telling you we made all these advancements, right? And you can't stand 2 minutes with something going in your...
Yeah.
Look at my face, bro.
That's a lot. Those 2 minutes, that's 120 seconds.
Man's got universal healthcare,
Yeah, true.
right? Universal healthcare. It's fucking free,
Yeah,
right?
for
And it only
real.
takes you 2 seconds, and you're like, nah, I'm gonna take the risk.
No.
No, man. If I wanted someone to
For 2 seconds, you will briefly understand what it's like to be a woman for a second and get finger
Oh
banged.
my god.
Honestly, I think that doctors sticking their fingers up everyone's ass every now and then makes society like better.
Yeah, it's a job. You pay taxes for that in Canada.
Also,
That's part of the family.
when I got my first physical, I had a female doctor, and she like inspected my dick and did all that.
Did she finger bang you, bro?
No, she never finger banged me, but I think
Why not?
I think that she would have like, if I got my
She never
prostate. She would
finger
just do it.
Yeah, I know. Past 40, as a man, you have to get that shit every 2 years.
Yeah, they should have
Yeah.
RNS.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What if someone just made that up?
I made it up.
What if someone just every now and then I just want to.
It's just an excuse to just get molested, bro.
It's just like
Yeah.
every 2 years is like the period of time they had that hunger. You know, trying to say it was like.
That hunger! Oh, I really just want to like
It's that
finger bang a
time
bunch
again,
of grown ass
you know, trying
men.
to say, yeah.
I just want to finger bang a bunch of straight dudes, make them feel like
Never
girls for a
know.
second.
I want to circle back because you said earlier that, I have a feeling you don't respect people who, you assume people who advance are not that smart, right? You think everyone's like an ape who gets that far. I think you're wrong, man. I think you got to give people some credit. I think people who advance in business, whether it's going up in the army, team CEO or business, actually smarter than you think, man.
So
More cooperative too. More cooperative
Yeah.
too. I think that people are very good at working with teams at higher levels. in
It's a hard job.
Every organization,
Yeah, it's a-
governmental, business.
Yeah, if you watch James Bond, CIA, fucking Q is a genius, bro. Q's a boy genius, bro. This guy's like, I'm gonna fucking build you a car that has like these like fucking galley guns built into the headlights. That's amazing, bro. He's a genius.
but Q always needs like a wild nigga to go out there and fucking use his shit. You know?
I don't know, but he's supplied these man, so he's supplied James Bond.
He's always bitching about, yo, you brought my car back, it's broke. What the fuck, fam?
At least
You know,
I wasted like 50 infidels with it, bro.
Yeah, he's like, yo, I
wasted 50 infidels with this man.
He's like, I fucked 50 infidels and 5 bitches at the same time, bro. What are you gonna complain about? I'm back here, bro.
James Bond is just like, I'm gonna find the bad guy. I'm gonna fuck your bitch. I'm gonna fuck your wife. I'm gonna get data out of her. And then what happens in James Bond? The guy always takes her back. He's like, you fuck my bitch, and I'm gonna kill her in front of you. Have you seen like like James Bond 2, where he's just like brought her up with a lot in front. He's like, you need to shoot a glass of whiskey off the top of this chick's head, and then he missed, and so he just shot her in the head and said, fuck it.
Damn.
You fuck my bitch. You fuck my bitch. You fuck my sex slave.
James Bond's a Scarborough man.
I think James Bond misses on purpose, and then the bad guy's like, all right, fuck
This
me.
guy's like, I gotta pay your child support. This ain't gonna work out.
Yeah.
No, that's a terrible joke. But the thing is, that was a terrible joke.
Oh god.
I think that we actually attribute James Bond-like characteristics to corporate CEOs that don't realistically have them. I think that's like the archetypal like slick dude, and I think that we project him onto CEOs who are doing a great job. Maybe they even dress like him, you know?
Well,
They get
James
their
Bond
suits
wasn't
cut
slick
like
at
him.
all. James Bond is
But-
a spy that walk into bars and say, yo, my name is James fucking Bond.
Okay, I'm thinking
More
more
like, yo,
like,
what the fuck, bro, yo? First, last name.
okay,
what the fuck is this?
brash, like whatever
Yeah.
characteristics he has,
Yeah.
we impute those to others, and when they don't have them, when they don't got them.
I think a lot of CEOs want to protect. Yeah, you're right. There's definitely an aspect of society that's trying to embody the whole James Bond personality. But at the end of the day, we all just want to be winners. You know, whatever.
They want to dress like James Bond and play golf, like Fat says, but.
I play golf really well too for a black guy. I'm gonna put that there.
You're pretty good at golf.
I'm pretty good.
Yeah,
I don't know how to play golf.
I feel like once you've done any sort of professional sport at a high level, you can actually learn like all my friends who are pretty good at golf. They played at least one of their sport pretty well.
I had to learn though
Yeah,
because it was like.
because it's all about like physical control
No.
management. And,
I worked in an asset management firm and they were like, we really need a black guy that plays golf.
That's me. Sign me up. That's
I get it.
That's me, bro.
Because a lot of the deals are happening at the fucking golf course. I get
It's
it.
like, oh
I get
wow,
it.
this guy, like, he's playing golf and he's black. Holy shit! It's like, like, it's amazing, So
You
that
know,
was
I
the whole
got
idea of
it.
it.
Fuck.
It worked out well. I can drive well, but my short game's not the best.
It's not practice over time. Yeah, but most of my friends who got pretty good at golf, they usually played one other sport pretty well. And I feel like once you know how to play one sport really well, you can transfer the skills over in terms of training, rehearsal, practice, muscle memory, just drilling.
I think you have to be quite good before that transfer starts to happen. I'm pretty good at soccer, but I'm not also pretty good at basketball, you know what I mean?
Oh, for sure, yeah.
I'm very bad at sports.
That's
So
true.
I just finished Full Swing on Netflix.
It's a good show.
I have so much more respect for golfers.
Me
now.
too, man.
Right?
It's hard.
Okay.
It's a fucking.
It's
Precision
super
sport.
hard. It's
So
super hard.
precise.
Yeah,
It seems like it's like the most mental game.
it is,
Yes.
man. Because it's not even.
Also the fact that
Extremely high
like
pressure.
Yeah, the pressure's crazy.
the fact that it's
Every time it
every
wins.
Yeah, literally. You literally have 3 shots to make it in the entire, or you're fucked.
and also the
Your
fact
life's
that
over.
the tournaments are every weekend and up until Thursday or Monday to Thursday, you're preparing, you're training, you're paying for your trainers, you're coaching and all that, and you go into the weekend and you don't make the cut. You make $0. I'm like, that's
You lose money.
full on mercenary.
Yeah.
That's not like, okay, I show up for work, I get paid every 2 weeks. That's like, if you don't perform, you either walk out with $1,000 or you walk out with 10 million.
Yeah.
And then like, in between is like, everything could go wrong, and I'm like, oh fuck, that kind of sucks, man. That's like, you're basically investing in yourself every week, and if your investment goes wrong, you just walked away with only 2,000 this weekend.
Yeah.
I respect that. I'm like, yo, like, motherfuckers, are complaining about working 9 to 5, and they're like, I only get $2,000 this week. Dude, that is unreal.
Yeah. So some of them too, watching as well. There's like some guys, being like almost like an upper middle class golfer. Like one of the guys, he might win like
300 grand for the tournament, but I'm just like, but he's like 16th place. Because the number one guy, it's per percentage, right? So the number one guy, he gets like $10 million, but it's like second place gets 5 mil, third place gets 1 mil, and then start going down to, oh, you get like 600 grand, you get 5 grand, and then you win 60 G's, so you're still breaking even, but you have to pay so many people, and the tournament, you might lose too, right?
Well, just watching the price tracker in real time, where imagine you just like, you're in the number 2 spot, and it says beside your name 500,000, and then all of a sudden somebody makes a shot, and you go from 500,000 down to 300. Holy fuck!
Yeah.
You're watching in real time.
Yeah.
How much money you're about to make in like 10 seconds? You just drop like 20 spots.
Yeah.
That fucking sucks. That's insane.
I would Tanya Harding the fuck out of them.
What?
You know, I'm trying to say Tanya Harding.
Oh, yeah?
You don't remember that the Olympics?
Who's Tony Harding?
Yeah, so Tanya Harding was it? I guess Tanya Harding was it the one that?
Yeah, Tanya Harding. That's the one that like.
Was she the one that paid the person with the baseball bat or no?
When she hired someone to.
Yeah, so her coach
Yeah.
came up to like Tanya Harding was like a contestant at a fucking like Olympics like skating competition, and essentially like her competition was doing better than her, so she got her trainer to get a baseball bat, and just fucking.
Isn't that Nancy Kerrigan?
What?
Yeah, Kerrigan.
No, isn't that Nancy
Nancy
Kerrigan?
Kerrigan got she hit yeah.
No,
Nancy Kerrigan
but it wasn't somebody else. It was
Tanya
someone else
Harding.
came. No, they hired some like fucking criminal to come and
No,
bust
no.
her fucking kneecap
They
before
didn't
she could go
hire
out.
no, it wasn't her, it was her trainer. It was the guy training.
Nancy Kerrigan?
They made a movie about it.
Who was the one that it was
That's fucking
it was-
insane.
the-
Oh,
Nancy Kerrigan?
It's a fucking golf.
Yeah.
Trailer park. She was kind of like trailer park figure skater.
This goes back to what I was saying.
Yo, they just put a hit on her. They're
listen.
like, yo, would you even like? Do you go on like 4chan or like?
Hey, man, he came up and he said, if you don't get down, you're gonna lay down.
Oh,
That's what he said.
like when?
Holy shit.
Can you imagine like Kijiji posting?
Definitely Kijiji.
It was
If you're gonna put a hit out on a professional female actress who's like 18 and you destroy this little girl's life.
no. So okay. It was okay. I forget who it was. It was her trainer was the one that actually hit the fucking.
Holy.
That's straight up assault. What the fuck?
Obviously, yeah.
I think like, someone went to jail. It was like.
Well, why would they? How much do they have to pay her to do
If it's worth the fine, do the crime.
Well, that's what I'm wondering. How much they
Straight
have
up.
to pay?
That's it. Straight up.
She
Yeah.
must have been stripped of her medal as well.
Yeah. I think
Hey
so.
man. Yeah. It didn't work out for them at the end of the day.
I'm
But the thing
waiting
is.
for it.
That
Wasn't
risk-
worth the fine.
Like that's
It's
risk.
unfortunate.
The video is crazy though. The guy just like walks up. He's like, "La!" Yo, like,
Yo,
right
I
into
don't
the
know.
like
I
right
wanna know
into
this-
the knee,
I
bro.
wanna know the
It was a
risk
crazy shit.
profile.
Yeah. Like crazy.
How much
She's like,
how much
what?
did this
Yo,
cost?
she's like walking down the hall like her skirt, you know, trying to see it, bro. The guy man just walks out the door, pow, bro. Like, yo, it's the craziest shit in the world, yo. It's like, yeah,
Holy
it's
shit.
wild. It's wild, yo.
She got 3 years probation, 500 years community or 500 hours of community service,
What? That's
and
nothing.
160K fine. That's
What
Yeah,
the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah.
That's nothing.
Yeah.
What
You gotta
the
wa-
fuck?
If it's worth the fine, do the
But
crime.
she's banned from U.S. figure skating.
Yeah, one time. I'm not trying to say it, yo.
This is figure skating, not golf.
No, Tanya Harding.
Oh, I thought this was golf.
No, this is
That's not worth it, man. You're banned forever, dude. Like, dude,
That's
that's
so stupid.
Yeah, no,
Everyone knows who you are.
Tanya Harding and Nancy Kerrigan, it's the same incident, right?
Yeah.
It's the same incident.
Yeah.
I think Tanya Harding paid to have Nancy Kerrigan's kneecap blown
It's
out.
her trainer. It's his trainer that did
That's
it.
fucking wild, dude.
Hold on, I don't
Well,
know.
That's pretty evil.
They got live footage of it happening?
Yes.
No, the reason I want Nancy Kerrigan is because fucking Eric Cartman says, "You're a bitch. I'll make you cry like Nancy Kerrigan." Like, he kept saying that, and I was, "Who the fuck is Nancy Kerrigan?" Like, shut up, I was fucking insane. I'll make you cry.
That's the aftermath.
Yeah, I will make you cry like Nancy Kerrigan. That's like a fucking.
What was this, like 80s?
That's a simile.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so
That's
fun.
her. Yeah, Nancy Kerrigan, bro. I will make you cry like Nancy Kerrigan.
So fun, man.
The guy just came up out of nowhere with a fucking baseball, just brah.
You got the sport wrong. It's figure skating, not golf.
No, it was figure skating. That's what I for
That's wild, man.
Oh my god.
So, how much did you get paid though?
she didn't.
You did free?
It's his trainer. So it was Tanya Harding's trainer. Tanya Harding's trainer came up
That's
and
a bad deal.
No,
What?
Kerrigan's trainer.
it was carry out. Yeah.
Oh,
Or whatever her name was, I forgot.
Yeah, they don't show it.
I'll make you cry like Nancy Kerrigan.
It's probably not widely visible online.
That's a bad deal.
Probably
You guys hear what Tiger Woods did?
activate incognito mode.
Latest girl?
Yeah.
So he's been with her for 6 years. She was living in his mansion, and then one day, I guess like he wanted to like, break up with her. So he told her she's going on a trip with him, and he drove her to the airport, and just left her at the airport, drove back home, walked her out of the fucking mansion. And now she's suing him for $30 million because he said that they had an agreement that she would live there for like 11 years. I think she was like a live-in like sex. I don't know. Like I don't know.
They all have sex slaves, bro.
Yeah.
They all have sex slaves.
And she looks like a Denny's waitress. She's not even hot.
Looks like a Denny's waitress.
A 6-year girlfriend.
Sometimes that's your look. You know what I'm trying to say? I just want you to look like you're from fucking Niagara.
You want it?
I just want you
That's
to
also like Tiger Woods like type.
Yeah.
That's just
when he was dating the Swedish model,
That is
and he started cheating on her, and he became like a sex addict or became
There's a dirty white girl.
He was,
that's-
it was all this.
You know what? I think it's also it's probably like his psychological play in his head. He had to humble himself, so he went from a supermodel to like a regular girl to let people know that
Wow.
he's improved his PR.
He was like, he shouldn't have humbled.
See, no, you-
He was on just
No, he was like,
You can be right. You can be right.
You guys are overcomplicating.
I think
You
he's
guys
has
are
terrible
overcomplicating.
taste in women.
Yo, Tom Brady said it best. The best ring is the next one.
Says the guy who got fucking divorced because he was working too goddamn much and his fucking
Exactly.
wife because he's yo,
Says the guy who lost like over 80 million plus in FTX, Matt. Dude, he lost.
It was his money.
Did you know that?
Yeah,
Dude, he's one of the biggest
It
guys.
wasn't his money though. It wasn't his money. It was like whatever. It was gifted to him.
I don't
It was
know.
not gifted to him.
It was his position. No, it was.
Did they give him like 80 million?
It was his position in the company. You know, it actually went up. So like the thing is like
It's probably like the way Drake and Steak have a deal. Like he's
no. Drake's actually fucked. Actually, also
Get wrecked.
Drake's actually developed a gambling addiction from the whole steak thing.
probably yeah.
Basically,
sure,
yeah,
for sure.
So what started happening? They would give him like 30 mil at a time to go fucking bet.
30, how much?
30 mil at a time to go bet, and he'd just be losing it, and he didn't care.
Yeah.
But now he's actually spending his own money.
No.
That's what they get you. That's what they get you.
Yeah, so that's the whole thing with gambling. Like, even David Cho, like all like the people that were like became huge gambling addicts, they were losing. Like they'd go to Vegas, they'd lose $5 million a night, make 10 million, lose 10 million,
Yeah.
go back and forth, and that kind of rush, not good for you, man. You probably
Because
Good for you.
and you have to understand from
Dopamine addiction, bro.
You have, to,
Yeah.
you have to understand from its cash burn perspective, right? So, for example, off a single move, right? Either I can do a whole project and make like 20 mil, or I press this fucking button right now, done,
yeah.
right? And like,
Also lose 20 mil in a second.
that's the other part of it, though, too, right? But
That's what happened.
you're not looking at that part. But when you're putting that kind of money, that's why you get into that whole fucking like mindset, where it's like, yo, whatever. I already have like fucking $5 million to burn. I don't care. You know?
But you could lose your entire like net worth. if
You don't
like,
understand that though.
Yeah.
You get caught in it, and that's why like places like Sick are fucked.
I might start working for a gaming corporation pretty soon. But so I had to look in actually iGaming. They're saying that it's going to be one of the fastest growing industries in the next 10 years.
Which gaming like
Like online poker and shit like that, online casinos. They're saying it's going to become one of the fastest growing industries because casinos, historically speaking, you have to go to the casino to do it.
Yeah.
Right, but nowadays it's like if we can just get
I think
sanctioned.
it's already big, man.
It's a growth industry.
Yeah,
It's-
UK is so big.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
digital transactions in general.
Oh yeah, in North America it's
I
big.
have friends making like 10K, 20K on slots on their phone.
Yeah.
And it's through like
Whoa.
stake. But like they're probably losing a lot of money too. But like it's just crazy how much money is being gifted on through like the slots.
Oh yeah. If you think
That's how
about
they get you.
if you think about like how much digital transactions.
Keep going.
Yeah, online gambling. We got DraftKings, right? We got all kinds of stuff.
I've been doing a lot of research on all these places recently because I'm trying to figure out which company's on top, who's making money. I've been getting a lot of the history behind it.
Hey, it's all
which ones are
about
getting shut
Curacao,
down.
man. Curacao, the legal jurisdiction there. You can gamble whatever you want.
It's that and like Malta.
Malta's a big one. Malta's a huge one.
Yeah,
Curacao.
and these companies are all pushing really aggressively to try to get sanctions to like expand. So like they've been installing into expanding into Ontario recently. So Ontario only has 8 online gaming.
Yo, I've seen
licenses.
DraftKings ads on the TTC.
Yeah, dude. They make a lot of motherfucking money.
Because how is it even legal? Like I feel like the fact that it's all over like Instagram with the
It just became legal last summer.
You know what's crazy? It's crazy. Like, dude, my next job might be I'm gonna be the guy creating those ads. Yeah, no, I might start working for a company like that in the next 2 weeks. So no, but I didn't know anything about those until I started realizing it's a growth industry. They're expanding into Canada. There's really heavy
Also,
demand.
sports gambling
Yeah.
with with using OnlyFans, so like these like high level like sports gamblers.
Oh yeah.
People that want to like get their picks, they pay like $1,000 a month or whatever, depending on who the gambler is.
I'm a degenerate gambler, so like I used to do a lot of like fantasy And
Oh,
man,
yeah.
like fantasy is like once fantasy became legal, like sports betting became legal. Oh man, I knew it was only a matter of time. There's such a huge market in Ontario for sports gambling.
Oh yeah.
Like holy fuck, man.
Yeah, people are going hard. But the UK is the worst.
Oh really?
But
Oh,
the-
yeah, okay, the
The
UK's
UK is
crazy.
the worst.
Well,
You
you
know,
know,
it's crazy.
you
for
walk
gambling.
around.
The UK is so
You
bad.
walk around in London,
Yeah.
in most boroughs, you walk down the street, there's like 2 like sports gambling, like shit box little buildings. You walk in
Millions of dollars.
to, what are they called? They have funny
I don't
names.
remember.
Williams, something Williams, and then another one is called like Bet something.
King Williams.
Dude, the thing is,
King Williams, bro.
it was almost expected because once fantasy came out, once Yahoo
Yeah.
introduced fantasy, like these parasocial relationships
Yes.
became just the norm, right?
Yeah.
With social media and everything. Then all of a sudden you're watching, you know, you like LeBron James on TV, and you got $20 on LeBron on like Score app, and you suddenly feel like, okay, what am I betting on? You have how many parlays do you have? Okay, well, $20 for I think LeBron's gonna hit a 3, $20 for I think he's gonna take the last penalty, whatever.
It's so degenerate.
And you're like thinking
So,
like,
you bet on golf?
oh, I bet on everything, bro. I bet on
You bet on cricket? You bet on cricket Indian games 2 in the morning? That's high level degeneracy, bro. Yeah, next thing you know, I'm fucking 2 in the morning betting on cricket games in India. So degenerate, bro. I will bet on anything that I
But
can.
you know what? If you're good, I have a friend who got a master's in statistics at UBC, and he started running regression models on sports.
Oh, God.
And he started studying baseball, and
Rain
he
Man.
got hired by a company to do analysis on baseball systems.
Fucking Rain Man.
So like that's one way you
Rain
can
Man,
make
bro.
Rain Man.
So think-
So like there's some quants who can make money doing
No,
this.
I'm worried about Adrian. Sometimes he's so fucking smart. He's like, listen, man, I can be Rain Man, bro.
No, I'm not Rain Man. No,
I can be.
I'm not.
I'm really
No,
smart.
no,
I have the research skills. I can like beat the market. Baseball, yo, cricket games 2 in the morning, bro. I'm awesome. Like,
No, I'm not gonna do that shit.
I'm pretty good at math, bro. Like,
the best thing.
pretty good at math, bro.
The best thing the betting industry ever did was introduce parlays and advanced betting.
Yeah.
It used to be, pick or choose a winner. Now it's pick or choose what action they're gonna take.
Yeah.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
how many-
it gets granular.
or like-
It gets granular, it's super
Yeah.
granular.
rebounds or like people and like that's why it gets so complicated. Some of the sports consultants are so good. It's like I feel like MMA is where you make the most money because it's like if you really follow MMA, you can really like hit so many like parlays and everything. And I follow this one guy, Skinny Bets, who this guy's 8 for 8 UFC fights. Last night he was 5 for 5 at Bellator with a 3-person 3 parlay fight.
Fuck.
Shit. Yeah.
So guys, I want to fight.
You want to fight?
I'm being serious.
I know you're serious.
You want to
You
fight?
train?
Yeah.
No, you're gonna get brain damage, bro.
Yeah. So
You're gonna get brain damage, bro.
I don't know, man.
I've had some.
Gonna break
So
your wrist.
I'll say a little more. You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, but I think I can do like I want like 3 fights.
Why not?
Dude,
Yeah.
just show the
Just one
sparring.
time.
No,
I was gonna do that. Honestly, like I'm actually super down to go do that. But yeah.
But what kind of fighting? Like, what kind of?
Yo, so Unified MMA is like they have fights on UFC Fight Pass. They have an event at the end of this month.
can you just show up for like a sparring event and like to fight?
But
I
don't
beat the shit out of
you have to
motherfuckers,
train
bro.
for
You
like a while?
understand?
No, just go to a high level
Yo, this guy thinks he's gonna step in the fucking octagon tomorrow, like, yo, dinner, I'm fucking here in Vegas. Let me in, fam. Who the fuck are you?
Next, bro. You're gonna be in a cast for 6 months, bro.
So this is the thing. I've trained and fought at TKMT, Corridor,
Oh, yeah.
Value Cow, right? Yo,
How old were you though? You were younger.
no, this is like over the last 3 years, and Extreme Couture over in Etobicoke.
Do you actually want to fight with
I
bro?
fuck niggas up, bro. You have no idea. It's like, yeah. Cause yo, I didn't. So for some
Okay,
reason,
we betting on you?
So no, so I think
Okay, we're doing some inside betting.
No,
Okay, how
no,
about this?
no.
How much do we have to pay you to lose? What's your price? What's your price?
No, we're
What's
gonna fight.
your price?
No.
What's your price,
No,
man?
'cause I have a
okay, but okay, maybe not us.
I
And
can't-
actually, you get a high roll. Hey, this happens, man. This happens,
We're gonna
right?
fix the match.
This happens. The fixing the bet.
We're gonna fix-
What's your price, man?
25 mil.
No.
25 mil.
You
25.
think you're Logan Paul or something, bro?
Dude, what the
Logan
I
Paul.
bet people get offers like that. They're probably $25 million for the fight contract.
100%.
Maybe if you're like Logan
He's
Paul,
gotta be
selling
really
tickets
good
like
first.
that.
Yeah.
I think you should
So
train.
gotta be.
You should
just
train.
keep training.
I've been training for the last fucking like.
No, I mean actually join a gym and like actually like you know.
Guy, I go to a fucking. I do this already.
No, get a manager or something, man.
Go further. Go further.
Get an actual manager.
Personal.
So,
I think you should not do
the only thing I need to.
Yeah, I recommend you don't do
So,
this.
one of my friends did like Ontario Boxing Association, and he's like pretty good at boxing.
Oh
and
no,
he's,
boxing
like,
I'm fine. The only thing I need to work on is jiu-jitsu. Because you know,
so my friend did boxing. My friend did boxing. He did 3 matches, and I think like he won the first 2, and the third. You don't get knocked out or anything, but he had so many injuries from it. He had so many injuries. So he's like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Oh, no,
he showed me his wrist by the end of it, and his wrist was so fucked up, he had to hide it from his coach.
Okay,
and then
so-
when his wrist found out that his entire wrist was completely swollen from too much contact, and then when his coach found out, he freaked the fuck out. He's like, what the
So
fuck?
every-
You can't fight next week. I can't. Your wrist is broken. He's like, let me fight. And he was trying to hide it from his coach. He's like, do you think this is okay? His wrist was completely fucked. I'm like, your wrist is fucking broken. He's like, it's not broken. It's just swollen. I said, no, get an X-ray, dog. What the fuck is? I know. I need to fight next week. There's no time. I'm just like, you think you're fucking...
Yeah.
Fucking man, Jesus Christ.
I get what you're saying, but I'm very confident that I can beat the shit out of fucking like nearly.
There's a
No,
lot of dudes
no,
who say the same
no.
thing.
Exactly, and there's some dudes who mean it too. There's guys who mean it as well.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
at
there's
the UFC, you'll definitely run into people who.
Oh, and the
I'm pretty
UFC
sure they all think they can do that.
at the
Yeah.
UFC.
You know what the most humbling thing is?
What?
So I wrestled nationally
Yeah.
for 3 years.
Yeah, that's what. So yeah, 'cause we're competitive. That's a fighter.
You know I'm a 3-time gold medal Kung Fu Wushu champion, right?
I went.
No, Wushu's bullshit though. Wushu is motherfucking rhythmic gymnastics, bro.
Women's gymnastics, this guy says.
Yeah,
Yo,
Wushu.
Three-time.
Yeah.
3-time
Yeah,
gold
no, 'cause I did Wushu for 3 years. I never fought motherfuckers. Like Wushu was like one level below breakdancing, bro. It is. Dude, Wushu, bro. Wushu is Chinese rhythmic gymnastics, bro.
No. I gotta clear this up. No, it was point sparring, and I kicked ass. You know, I was.
You were a kid. You were a kid. You were young.
There's still children right now fighting. Here's the thing. I'm actually.
You want to go from wushu to fucking MMA, bro?
When you have the first match, we'll come.
I'm
I got big side. I got a big side. Kenya Sensei.
I'm just like, have you ever done a competitive match?
Yes.
When would you last competitive match?
Last
Like actually sanctioned match.
sanctioned
Wushu does not
Actual
count.
sanction
When you were too young. I'm talking full body weight, grown ass testosterone man, guys being cut.
I was on extreme. I was
Because I'm just like, I was a minor league professional for like 3 years, and it's not what people think. First of all, it's a lot harder,
Yes,
right?
yeah.
And also there's levels to it, right? Because everyone thinks they're great at like the first level, second level. All of a sudden, it's a real wake-up call when you're top of your class, and all of a sudden you're at the bottom, and there's like 100 killers who are like way more driven, better, bigger than you in the same weight class. And you're like, all of a sudden, you're my weight? You are 7 foot tall. How the fuck are you my weight?
Yeah.
Right.
I once fought a
Like,
dude.
wrestlers like cut their weight like crazy.
Yeah, like my coach would be like, okay, you go down a weight, but you're gonna be taller because you'll be like a little bit skinnier than him. I'm like, cool. I get into one weight class. This dude was, I kid you not, at 115. He was like 6'7". Dude was 6'7", and here I am like fucking 5'1". This dude was like fucking lanky, right?
Fuck.
And I was like, I didn't even know it was possible, first of all, to even be that tall and that weight.
That's how, so my friend Ivan, first 2 matches, they're the same size as him. The last one, the guy was tall, he was a stick, so his reach was enormous. He said he couldn't hit the guy because the guy was, he was really, really skinny and really, really tall, really, really long reach. And he's like, I couldn't get any hits on the guy.
Fuck Kitty, I'll choke your shit out, bro. I'll choke your fucking.
But what
No.
I'm saying is, the different levels to it until you're actually in this situation when you're actually having competitive matches, you can think very different. You're like, oh fuck. You're gonna reassess all your life priorities. You're like,
My life
I'm
priorities.
not as good as I think I am, right? Like,
Well, like I said,
I'm like,
I
oh, these
support
guys are
you.
pretty
Let me know in the
fucking
first
good.
matches. I'll be there, man.
So I will say.
I'll be there.
So I got
I'll
introduced.
smoke a huge joint and I'll watch you.
I
I'm
got.
getting teabagged
And
for
I
2
might
hours,
be
bro.
betting against you, but that's okay.
I'm getting teabagged in front of everyone for 2 hours, bro.
I got introduced to a match with like somebody that's like he's actually like a black belt cop, much taller than I am. And
Okay, all right.
I almost broke his neck.
Well, you know what, man? Like I said, let us know. Well, I'll be there. And I wish you the best.
You
And
definitely have the right attitude.
Yeah.
you have the right attitude.
Attitude's not enough, bro.
You know, the first step, you got attitude, bro.
You know what? I just want one fight. I want to get in
The
there,
belief, yeah, like-
see what it is.
Yeah, I get that. No, get in there.
I think you just go back to the Spartan gym and find the scariest mother. Go to the Spartan gym, find one dude one weight class up, and just try to fight him.
Yeah.
I'm
Fight the
just saying.
sensei. Fight the sensei.
One
See how that
weight
goes.
class. Fight a guy's about like what like fight like how would you wear now?
210.
You're pretty
Holy
heavy.
shit.
Okay, so
But
fight a
you
guy.
know,
against-
you know how many
like,
motherfuckers at 210 are going to be like massive?
yeah, dude, that's pretty
like-
scary. It's scary. You're going towards heavyweight at that point.
I'll fight at 175 though. I'll fight at 175.
For
I
what
think that's still pretty heavy. Like you're fighting. Like I think what's like heavyweight's past 200.
No,
It's heavy past 200.
you
240,
no.
probably heavyweight, probably
You-
250.
you-
Fighting dude's 250, bro.
No.
20 between 265 and like
Yeah.
Oh,
I only have to be 175 for the weigh-in 2 weeks before the fight.
That's not bad. You
Dude,
probably
dude,
do
cutting
that.
Yeah,
40
yeah.
something pounds, that's gonna be hurt so
I've done
much.
that. I've done that.
When did you cut 40 pounds for a fight?
Who are you, fucking George St. Pierre? You're not fucking doing that, bro.
Yeah.
You're not fucking cutting 40.
What are you fucking living in the sauna, bro? Living in the sauna on a track bike?
I fucking cut half of that.
Living in the sauna on a track bike? Living with a garbage bag on? Like, cutting 40 pounds? When did you cut 40 pounds? You've never cut 40 pounds. That's crazy.
I was 230 last year.
Did you cut 40 pounds for a fight though? That's
That's like over like a month of cutting down. Like,
Dude, the average person takes a year to lose 20 pounds, and like without fucking that. Dude, cutting 40 pounds is like completely dehydrated. You're beef jerky, bro.
That's like a
sinew. Yeah.
If you're cutting like 20 pounds a month, you're like a full-time fighter,
That's
right?
fucking
Us
insane.
regular Joes, I cut in 20 pounds in like 20 years.
Yeah.
Hey man, all I'm saying is like a couple coke nights. You know, trying to say.
Fuck the fuck out of here, bro. Doesn't count.
If it works for if it works for John Jones, it works for me. You know, trying to say yo, like that's it.
Like Usada would like bang you and like win it, bro.
I got like 20 pounds right here. I'm not trying to say, bro, just lose that and I'm good, bro. Like that's
Did you see videos of the guys cutting? So the dude's in the sauna with a garbage bag on. He's on the fucking track bike, and the sauna's on. After an hour, he's like, he hits the door. He's like, "Hey coach, let me out." And the coach is holding the door. He's just like, "No, you're not done." And he's like, "Dude, I'm so dehydrated. Get the fuck out." He's like, "You're not done. Stay in the fucking sauna." The guy's pounding on the door. He's like, "Let me out. Let me out."
I have so many photos of me in the fucking black garbage bag on the treadmill.
Oh god.
Sweating buckets.
Yeah,
and I'm ready.
Torture.
Yeah, you've done it.
I'm fucking ready for that shit.
You've done it, bro.
It's only for like one day. You gotta be that. Then you rehydrate. You're fine.
Dude, no, it's gonna hurt so much. Cutting is like the bane of every MMA fighter's existence.
I eat pain. All right.
I know.
Yeah,
You
listen,
don't.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
Yeah, that's
You're
what
gonna
I do.
No, you're not. You're gonna be in the sauna. I'm gonna be outside. You're gonna hold the door. You're gonna be sweating. I'll give you water. I'm dying right now. This
I will do
hurts.
that shit. I will be Altia's champion. I'll fucking come through here. But you know, I'm actually down for it. Honestly, if I could get like,
I know you're down.
I don't think you want to be Altia's champion. Altia's is full of like the sexiest bitches ever who don't know how to fight and shit. Those girls, they all have like, you know, they're too sexy. They're definitely not locking themselves in Altia's. No one at Altia's locking themselves in the sauna with a garbage bag on a track, like with the coach holding the door, dehydrated, and like they're a piece of fucking beef jerky. You're not done in the oven, bitch. You're not done in the fucking oven.
Have you guys seen the bare knuckle leagues?
oh yeah.
That sounds so illegal.
Yeah, it's good.
That's
I think like you don't, when you're bare knuckle fighting, you're not like punching as hard as you can because you'll break your hand.
Break your hands,
So it's like
yeah.
it's like way more. Like, I feel like the people aren't getting it physically like as fucked up. You'll get cut open really badly.
I was watching Andrew Tate talking about bare knuckle fighting, and he says that the reason when you punch, you rotate your wrist, and the reason why is because the knuckle, it's when bullets come at you, it's not because the bullet is sharp, it's actually because it's coming at you in such a concentrated small area that pierces through your body. So he says that like even when you have boxing gloves on and you rotate your wrist and you crack a dude, you can feel the knuckle through the boxing glove. And he says that's why dudes like get knocked the fuck out in boxing because they rotate the wrist, they have the glove on, and it's still so much force that like you get hit in the jaw and you're on the floor. And Andrew Tate says like he's been hit and he says it hurts so much. He's like it's terrifying. He's like to the point in time when you get hit once like that and you're scared of it for a life because you're losing.
But I feel like with a glove, you could give as much force as you possibly can with a glove because it has some padding.
It distributes the weight. It distributes the force.
It's like if you punch as hard as like without a glove onto someone's face, your hand's gonna shatter.
It will, your bone density's not designed for that. Unless you do Muay Thai, you kick trees with people.
Yeah.
in Muay Thai, like it's so crazy. They their legs are the bone density is so high because of trauma, and it's so high at that point where they snap each other's legs and everything. It's like really.
I was in Chiang Mai way back a decade ago, and I went to one of those fights. Like, I went to one in Bangkok where it was professional, and it was like
I went to I've been there before.
It was equal fighters, and it was really good.
That's great.
But the ones in Chiang Mai was like they were pairing like someone who was like super high level to like someone who's like beginner.
Yeah.
Most vicious knockouts I've ever seen.
Wow.
Yeah. And, like,
This is bare knuckles?
yeah, no, they have gloves on, but like people are getting elbowed out.
Fuck, like they elbowed in the face, bro.
And some of them are like 16, like young kids.
Oh, man.
Because they start so early.
Yeah.
And I just saw one like teenager get knocked out so bad. I was like, oh my god. It's like drinking a beer, just like wow.
It's a crazy sport. My friend Ivan went to Bang, so he's really into combat sports, right? So he went to Thailand and he came back and he says, dude, like, this guy's so fucked up. He's just, I mean, what was it like? He's like, well, I went to the gym and I slept in the ring every fucking night. And he says, and every night, it's fucking crazy. Everyone gets beers. Everyone's fucking drunk at McDonald's. And it says everyone's just around there. And he says like, and he's like, the coach would come in and he's like, every now and then they'd have like fair matches, but every now and then they'd be like, okay, get this like big foreigner guy, get this small guy, get this like, they do this incredibly unfair fights, and everyone just be crying. And he's just like, all I have is these crazy drunken blackout memories of this. Everyone's screaming around the fucking ring, and some dude getting his ass whooped like 3 times his weight class, and his drunken crowd. And like, and he came back from that shit. And I'm like, you're fucked up, bro.
Yeah.
It's like he came back from war or something, and he saw some like savage like fucking back alley illegal cockfight, like some like Mandingo fight level shit. And he was so inspired by it. You get up in the morning, eat 2 bananas, you go run 10K around the fucking night. You come back, you kick banana trees for 4 hours straight. You get in the fucking ring. You're fighting some guys 3 times your weight, like some illegal fight, some borderline illegal fight. Like there's no MMA ring in the world that will let you fight someone 3 extra weight class just to see who would win. Right? And it was so my guy, he did that when he was like, I think 24, and he did that shit. And he came back and he broke his nose, he had a scar on his nose from it, because he got fucked up so badly. And he's like, yeah, and I was running around on the scooters with my helmet off and drunk and shit. And then I think the police start coming after us, and they're just like, okay, I'm gonna write you one. And there's a law in Thailand right now that if you get caught, you get a yellow card, and you call it the red card. The red card, they put you in fucking jail. The yellow card's the warning for not wearing your fucking helmet, driving a scooter drunk.
It's like soccer, they give you red.
There's just too many fucking tourists who go there and get shit and ride the scooters pissed drunk, and then the police are like, all right, we gotta solve these fucking dumbass Farang tourists in our fucking city all the time, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking wild, bro.
I drunk mopeded once.
Exactly.
And I was like, I was in Pai, and it was such a small town.
Yeah.
And I just go to 7-Eleven to get condoms.
Yeah.
And I was so drunk, I was like, that's a bad idea, Jamie. Better not do that again. But then I saw so many tourists driving around drunk like crazy. I just wouldn't do it. Like, to me, that's like pushing the limits.
What's this, dude, in Canada, dude? Like, no.
I don't even drink it out in Canada because it's so dangerous. Well, not
dude, you get so much trouble for
yeah, that's why the trouble, like the DUI shit would ruins your life.
You're gonna, in Canada, they're so strict, they give you a criminal record. That's why the town was so, like, lawless. I'm just like, listen, in Canada, if I got caught with 0.3 blood alcohol, I'm gonna have a criminal fucking record, I'm gonna impound my fucking car, suspend my license, I'm gonna have to go to fucking court.
It costs like 10 grand or more.
Yeah, it's like,
lawyers.
In Thailand, it's like, you get pulled over, I'm not wearing a fucking helmet, I'm not running a gasoline motor vehicle, I'm shit-faced. I just saw some illegal multi-fight in the back. Where some 6-year-old got knocked the fuck out. Like some borderline like cockfight level shit, and the police is like, okay, here's a yellow card, don't do that again, okay? I'm like, this place is amazing!
That's amazing. That's so cool.
This place is fucking... Dude, I went to Pattaya, and I was in Pattaya,
Isn't that like
the prostitution stripper street?
Yeah.
Oh, it was fucking. So we're on the street, so some guy comes up to me and knows that guy's an undercover cop. The guy's like, hey man, do you want to buy some drugs? And I said, no. And he's like, come on, you buy some acid on me right now. I said, I have it. I said, get the fuck away from me. He pulls out a fucking sheet of acid in his fucking hands. Like, just buy it, man. Take this off. I'm like, are you trying to get me fucking, are you a fucking police officer? This is so sketched out. Like, hey man, just buy it. And he's like, it's in my hand, it's taken. He had a whole fucking sheet of acid. I'm like, you're fucked, bro. It was wild. And then on the side, and then people are selling, like, do you want to buy some durian for like $20? And they have like this cut up durian. It's like, look at that durian in plastic bags for $20. It's like, it's a wild. I think one of the craziest places I've been.
Yeah.
The first time I had LSD, I didn't know I had LSD.
What are you talking about?
someone spiked my drink. With
Oh no,
LSD.
no! This guy's the most epic story about how this guy essentially got acid and roofied pretty much, and then he was tripping balls trying to go home. He's like going to Union Station.
That was the worst time of my life.
Yeah, no, that was the
Oh,
fun.
that would be horrible, especially going to Union Station on acid.
Those were the fun. No. This guy was tripping balls trying to get home back to taking the GO train back out to the GTA, tripping balls. And I think when I heard that story, that's one of the craziest stories I think I've ever heard.
So I was working for this private equity firm, and basically they hired me because they were like, "Oh, you're a black guy. There's no black guys in the
Let's give him acid.
So they were like, "Yo, we want you to go to these investor presentations." So we owned a third of Marble. So every now and then we used to have an investor presentation. I used to have to go run it, right?
Yeah.
So it used to start 8 p.m. and I used to have to be at Marble till fucking 3 p.m. Meanwhile, at that time I live at fucking Stony Creek, right? So I gotta commute back home. Regardless, this one night I'm there till 3 a.m. People at the party come to an AP, so whatever. Go to this after party. It's 4 a.m., 5 a.m. I'm like, all right, man, I gotta leave because I gotta go to work at 7 a.m. Right?
Yeah.
And usually what I used to do is go sleep in the office.
Oh wow.
I used to have suits in there, and I have to go shower at Good Life and then fucking get my new suit on and go back to work, right? But anyhow, this one time I'm leaving here, and this guy's like, "Yo, OT, take this drink before you leave." I'm like, "All right, fine." I drink it, right? Then I go to work, whatever. I do my little 1-2 thing. It's half an hour before I start work. So I start work, and I'm trying to read this fucking investor report, and the words keep swirling around. I'm like, what the fuck, bro? Every now and then to this I'm reading the next paragraph just swirls. So I'm like, what the fuck, bro?
Man.
So I tried doing that for a solid hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and then I was like, yo, I'm not okay. So I talked to my VP, and I was like, yo, I'm not okay. I think someone spiked my drink last night. He's like, all right, go home. So I'm like, all right, fine. So I start going home, walking towards Union Station. Shit starts getting way worse. I just start seeing shit.
Yeah,
I'm fucking losing my fucking mind. So I get to Union Station, and I see my train. I try to get my pass and click it. Right?
At this point, you didn't know you were on
I'm
acid.
fucked. I'm just
I was like, what's happening?
So
to
I
me?
get on the train and I'm just fucked. I'm just gone. I'm seeing shit. I can't fucking everything is fucking I'm looking outside and looking at the scenery moving. It's turning into tunnels and shit, bro.
Yeah.
So anyhow, after a while, the fucking Gestapo pulls up, right? You know the fucking people come by and tell us about your ticket,
people.
right?
Yeah.
So I'm tripping full balls,
Yeah.
right? So he's like, "Yo, where's your ticket?" I'm like, "Hey man, I can't move right now."
Oh shit, I can't.
I'm like, he's like, "Do you need medical help?" I'm like, "No, but I just can't move right now, right?" He's like, "All right, cool, but I need to check your ticket." I'm like, "Bro, I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah.
I can't do
Yeah,
it."
if you're that high on acid, you wouldn't be able to even pull up the ticket. You'd be like.
So I pass out. I wake up. There's just a ticket on my
what
chest.
ticket?
I wake up. There's a ticket on my chest. This guy literally just placed a ticket just right on my chest.
Wow.
The piece of shit, right? So I wake up. I'm just tripping, bro. And
Did you actually buy a ticket, or did you not buy a ticket?
I don't. Cause
Yeah.
I think I don't
You're high on
remember.
acid, it'd be
I
impossible.
don't even remember. Yeah, I was just so. Sorry.
It's like, what's a ticket?
Yeah.
So I get to Oakville Station or something like that, right? And I'm so despondent at this time. I basically just called my friend. I'm like, "Yo, can you please pick me up? Because I don't know what to do right now. I'm fucked up." She picks me up, and I literally stayed at her place for 2 days.
Wow. How much acid did you do?
I don't remember. I was fucked up for
You
2
don't
days.
dose?
You don't even know.
Someone just dosed you.
Yeah, someone just dosed me, bro.
That's fucked up.
I know.
That's like a sociopath.
It was the worst fucking. Yeah, it was a terrible
So
experience.
just drop.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. It was not good.
So where did it happen? I missed the part where you said where it happened.
Well, it was in the city. It was down. It was in,
Okay.
yeah.
Like at a bar or something.
Well, it was a house party. It was an after party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Later.
That's fucked up. That's such a crazy experience.
Long story short, never drink anything from someone named Han.
Someone named Han?
Yeah.
Han is a prominent character in the Fast and Furious series.
Yes, he is.
He's also a prominent character in downtown Toronto. That motherfucker, bro.
Yeah.
Motherfucking Han Fu. That guy, this guy's a character.
How's the dating scene? You back on it or what?
Oh, I'm not on the dating scene. No, I'm actually enjoying the monk life, finishing the dissertation and swimming.
24/7.
I passed the artillery officer aptitude test on
congrats,
Tuesday.
dude.
Not too difficult. It's not particularly difficult.
So is
But
that-
you know what they said? They said, Adrian, within a year, you got a graduate degree, you command 40 men. Yo, they said that to me. They said, you know what? We'll see where things go. And you do basic training. We're in demand of officer. I applied for officer, not just non-commissioned member, and not just like, I applied for.
Oh, you applied for officer.
Oh,
wow. Okay.
And they said you passed the test. I'm like, well, so they need to. What they're doing now is they need to do a medical, pass fine, interview. Don't worry, I'm not going to say support ISIS, so I'm fine.
Okay.
And then the third part. And then the third part, which I'm a bit concerned about, is they do foreign asset check. And I told them honestly, which might have been my downfall, I got USDC and Bitcoin and Celsius. And they said, because I was like, okay. And then the main issue is like, that's fine. They just want to make sure I'm not money laundering. So I'm like, okay, fair enough.
I mean, if it's on an exchange, right?
Yeah, it's on exchange, it's fine, right? So, but yeah, hopefully, because I'm hoping they'll expedite my application and then they'll give me the green light by like maybe May. Because if it's by May, dude, I want to go to Quebec for 10 weeks and do the full basic, man.
Wow, okay.
Where it's like 5 a.m. to 10 p.m. every day for 3 months of just full-time boot camp. You do the whole
Adrian's going full on commando, bro.
Well, I want to try, but if I get this job offer in Hong Kong, we'll see. So anyways, I'm the opposite of dating. I'm a single man just focused on career and this potential part-time reserve military thing.
It's a shame. A friend of mine
You're
wants
gonna
to
become a reserve.
Really? Really?
A friend of mine wants.
You got to fuck her, bro.
Well, okay. I mean, I'll go hang out.
You got to fuck her.
Yeah?
Problem is, she's not here. She's in Vancouver right now.
Oh, really?
I mean,
You got to go back home to fuck her then.
Oh, really?
she was impressed by your music profile.
Oh.
The bitches like musicians.
Oh, for real? Okay,
Yeah,
hold on. You got me. Look, I'm officially single for so. Look, you okay? I'm okay.
I teased you a little bit, right? I teased
okay,
you a little bit.
alright.
I didn't want to, throw all the cards out
I
there.
trust your judgment.
I didn't want to throw all the
guess.
cards out there, so I
Okay.
wanted to see first of all how she was feeling. She was coming out of a breakup in December.
Oh.
Right? She was in a breakup.
But she's in Vancouver.
Yeah, so she was there. She's coming back here.
Oh, she's coming back?
in the spring.
Oh, in the spring.
Right?
Well, you know what? How about this? I'd happily go
Cactus
go
cock.
have a meal. And see where it goes. No, man, if that's what's on the table, man.
I'll give you a
All
sneak
right.
peek.
Oh, you're
Oh, sneak peek! Sneak peek, cock on the forehead! There we go! Sneak peek! Sneak peek that pussy right now!
I'm
If
okay.
you like European girls.
Oh, Europeans. Oh, interesting, man.
Adrian, that's
Oh,
what-
she looks very
Adrian, that's what
friendly, man.
she's
very
Oh,
friendly.
yeah, she's
Oh,
cute.
she's pretty hot. She's pretty
yeah,
hot still.
she's
She's
cute,
pretty
man.
hot.
Oh, interesting.
Can catch his penis.
How did this come about, man?
She's one of my good friends.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
She was catching up the other day.
Oh, no way. And then you
Right.
said, hey.
So I kind of want to fuck your friend. I saw him on your social media. I want to fuck your friend.
Yeah.
I want to fuck your podcast co-host.
So
catch his cock.
All right, I'm open.
She was wanting, maybe I can set you guys up in a group chat.
Oh! Who the fuck are you, Evie? Who the fuck are you, Evie?
Interesting,
I said,
man.
let me get back to you.
Who the fuck are you, Evie?
I said he was just coming out of a breakup. I don't know if now's the right time.
Well, you know what? I mean, you know what?
This is our
It's,
TV show.
Because you know what it is? It's different. Open up a dating app. Right? There's no, but if it's a recommendation of friends, then, well, you know.
Isabel was going to create like a dating agency. 'Cause
Yeah.
Oh, really? Tell
Yes.
us about that. Tell us.
Okay, so apparently in Toronto, there's like a lack of men who want to date and fuck. Well, more importantly, like fuck. So
Okay.
my friend.
Wait, what do you mean this lack of men? Sorry, can you
I'm confused
explain?
here.
Yes, okay, I will explain. My friends,
Hello.
they want to like,
Yeah.
they're fucking hot as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, anyone can attest to it. But,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
my friends who are just interested in just fucking, just the very least, at the very least, they would love to date,
Okay,
but
yeah.
they would just want to fuck.
Yeah.
Can't meet any guys in the city who want to
What are
just
they
fuck.
talking about?
Why? Yeah, why? That's confusing.
It's like that. I'm telling you.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm sure
It's
there's
like
things like.
Raya,
Yeah.
Tinder,
Wow.
Yeah.
Hinge, Bumble. Like it's just.
Wow.
Yeah.
I can see that because there's like coordination. There's like
So what's
preferences.
going on?
Yeah, I can see that.
I actually just
Well,
I think it's like summarily, the dating apps are a cancer.
They are cancer. I think that people are like wary of them. I'm married, so I know like very little about this. But I think that like people are wary of dating apps. people talk about on podcasts often.
Video games.
Oh,
all
yeah.
that shit.
Yeah. This is a fact. Yeah.
Yeah,
This is
so-
a-
I'll tell you one of my bigger problems. This is just me. This is just me. If it's an issue, honestly, like I don't have the ability to put up with a lot of shit.
I appreciate it. What's wrong?
Okay.
No, that's
generally the biggest issue.
Recommendation.
I thought about you immediately. Right? I want to make sure.
Okay, no,
match was right.
okay,
right?
all right. Well,
She finished.
what's up?
Just looking out for
She finished her masters in Scotland, then moved to Vancouver.
Oh, interesting.
Right?
Is she Scottish?
No, she's actually from here.
She's Canadian?
Yeah. She's moved all around the world. So she's a VFX artist.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's
Yeah.
Is that your friend works in Netflix? Oh, I thought it was Canadian. I didn't think it was a white girl.
No, I think she just finished off. She was working on, I think, what's that show?
Game of Thrones?
No, Wednesday.
I don't know what that is.
You know,
My
Wednesday.
wife watches that actually.
Wednesdays on Netflix is like,
Yeah.
she works
Oh,
on
Wednesday from Adam and the
Exactly.
She's
Yeah,
working
yeah,
on
yeah,
Adam's Family.
lots of different.
Cool.
series.
No, that's amazing. Yeah, sure.
We're-
Well,
we're-
she's
we're gonna make her-
educated.
Yeah, no, sure. I mean, I'm open-minded about it.
She's doing.
That's a good fact, yeah.
She's doing tonight. Oh, she's doing choir.
Oh, she's singing too.
Coming out of a breakup, she's like, want to, make myself a little around before I hit on,
Oh, there you go. I support. Oh, this is cool.
Catch his dick.
Oh, there you go. Well, start the dating service and let us know.
Okay, so
I know, but it's like I need more men. Like that was the issue. Like I had
Okay.
way too many females
Yeah.
who.
Yeah,
wanted
no, I
to-
hear
I'll
you.
tell you what-
Otis good, he's on it.
Yeah. I'll tell you one of my friends from university started a matchmaking service, and she's been for about 4 or 5 years now, and it's a lot of it's word of mouth. I think she charges like 50 to 100 per year, and then she gets you like 3 matches. And then she has like an Instagram that she runs, and then like I should just send the information to you.
Yeah.
So every now and then you have options with her. So she's like, option 1, I can auction you on my Instagram page with all the followers. I'll just post you like, yo, this is what this person is, this is what their job is, what they look like. And then every couple of months she has like a meetup where where like essentially you have like 20 guys, 20 girls, and you all pay like I think $15, $20 to do it, and she gets like different venues to do it at, not necessarily expensive, right? It's a speed dating, and at the
Would
end.
you want your profile posted?
You don't have to do it if you don't want to. And at the end of it, at the end of the speeding, what you do is that you all get a couple roses each, and then you all give roses to each other on the person that you like. So you vote for this person, so it's less pressure, right? But let's say you like this chick, and so this girl gets like 3 or 4 roses at the end of the night. This sexy guy, he gets a couple roses. Some guys don't get any roses at all.
Okay, so it's like a matchmaking party.
It's like a speed dating matchmaking party. So I know a chick actually doing this right now, and like she's been around for years now. But
And Ian's friend, she created a matchmaking company as well, and then she was doing some market research talking to like the big ones, and there was this big one that people pay like it was like a couple $1,000s. It was like a one-time fee, and they guaranteed you like 12 dates for the
Men
year.
are like it's like 10K,
Yeah.
5 to
Millionaire
10K.
matchmakers,
It's for like kind of like high level people that fucking have careers and shit.
Yeah.
But my friend Ian, when his one of his friends, she made a company. One of these big companies just scooped it up, and they paid her out a lot of money because they're just getting all the clients and contacts.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. So
Which
like,
is what which
could be
would be
pretty
my
lucrative.
exit strategy.
Yeah.
It would be just to like sell all and buy like the data.
If it's profitable, when you can run, just like keep it going. If it's like more profitable, if they're gonna give you like a buyout, it's like a pretty big
One
one.
of my
so-
portfolio companies,
Yeah.
I actually have invested in a dating app or like a dating profile site right now. They're like 8 years in, and there's like a lot of data.
Oh,
Like,
really?
And like what we're charging is, I think our monthly plan is $79.99 a month.
It's a lot.
Oh yeah,
It's
okay.
$80 a month.
Dude, that's almost $1,000 a year.
Oh, dude, like
That's expensive.
price keeps going up, and
People
also.
pay so much money to like be in a dating pool.
It makes sense, right? Because guys will pay for pussy, bro.
Well, depending on the type of dating
It's
platform
like-
you create.
It's not even dating for
yeah,
pussy. It's not even just like pussy
You
though.
could like
25.
use this apps for the free apps, but I guess even
Well,
No, it's
yeah.
like- not even just that, it's
Bumble and Tinder cost money now if you want premium matches.
Yeah,
Yeah, so for the app that I invested in, it's like for like basically arranged marriages or eventually leading to marriages.
yes, because
but
there's like the Indian one. There's
Yeah,
the
but the
Asian
profiles
Muslim
are like, honestly, I've worked on other dating apps. The profiles on this site are way more in depth and higher quality than other sites where like
People getting the money
there's a
worth.
fucking dude with like a fish in his profile.
Yeah.
And these profiles are like
Paper bag on the
yeah,
fucking
they're like
head.
fucking well done
Paper bag on the head, no, shirtless. Yo, grinder, yo. Paper bag on the fucking head, shirtless.
Dude,
Yeah.
I got a grinder story because I was in Colombia and also I'm dating. We're together. I'm not gay.
It's all good if you are, bro.
Yeah, I know.
It won't be the first homosexual story in this podcast. Homosexual hookup story in this podcast, okay?
Like the reason why I was using Grindr was to score drugs in Colombia.
Don't say that while your face is on camera right now. The camera's on, bro.
Is camera on? Jeez.
Is it?
It doesn't matter.
Also, my face is not in there.
That's
My
fine.
name
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't
You're
matter.
buying weed in
It's all
Colombia.
good content.
I
All
don't
good
even fucking
content.
care. It's like,
He's trying to find allergy medicine.
I was on Grindr.
That's right, those are the
I didn't know how Grindr even worked. Like, I just like, okay, so because my friends like, if you want to score drugs in cities, it's like way easier to just like go on.
There's also Radiant the app. Radiant.
Oh, okay.
It's a rave app. That's what they use.
Radiant. Oh, that's.
Radiant.
I wonder if they do that in Colombia. Like that.
Probably not. It's a US app in the US, but there's lots of keep going. Yeah.
Yeah, and I got to experience what like unsolicited photos was like. And it's way different than what guys send to girls. It's crazy. I was so that's when I deleted it right out. Like I talked to a few normal people that were like, just like I was like, I'm a straight guy. I'm just here visiting from Toronto. I'm looking to like party. I'm trying to get some like coke, whatever. And they were very cool. And I was like, also looking for some like cool places to party. Like you seem cool. Like, let me know. And then like I would get these unsolicited photos, and I was like, ooh, like I kind of want to see what the fuck's on this other side. So I clicked to see what the photo was, and it was someone's fist and someone's. This is crazy.
Jamie, let me tell you, the type of shit I see, because I handle the architecture of some of these apps, and the type of shit I see on a daily fucking basis. First of all, yesterday we had another DDoS attack.
Oh
right?
shit.
Is this what you're doing with your company? Is this what you're doing with?
We had a fucking DDoS attack yesterday.
It's fucking great.
What's that?
Basically, it's like
It's
when
denial
like,
of
yeah,
service.
when bots
It's like your
spam
server's being
your app,
spammed like crazy.
And so we have so common. You'll see guys sign up as female profiles and then switch their gender when they get on the app.
Oh,
right?
Catfishing. Yeah.
Right? Or they'll use a regular profile, and then when they get in, they change their photos.
Yeah.
They'll put like the most creative shit out. They will say, okay, no numbers, whatever, or phone numbers in your profile. They put their phone number in their like username and bio. The name is like people are fucking good. When they want to get
Are
in,
there like escorts, or what are they doing with the phone numbers?
everything. They're trying to like fish, trying to get people off the app. They're trying to like even putting in things like
That's wild.
like trying to stop screenshots from happening. It is insane. Like people when they're horny and desperate, they'll fucking go through it.
Do one of my friends, he says he's not gay, comes to my place, gets all fucking coked up and shit. He's like, when I have really low self-esteem, because I'm very sexy as a man, I just go on Grindr and I just post pics and guys tell me I'm beautiful.
Oh.
And then I'm like, and he's fucking high as fuck. He's on my back, he's high as fuck. He's like, you want to see it right now? So I don't want to see it. Signs up for Grindr. He's deleted his account, and then he goes on there. It's posting shirtless pics, and he starts getting dick pics, and he's just like, yeah, there's a lot. So there's a lot of cock, and he's just like, what do you think of this cock?
It does. If you're insecure.
And then he rotates his phone sideways because the dick is so long, right? It was some dude with his ass crack covered in fucking jizz, and the guy's message was like, I will do something, right? And he says, where do you live? And then he gave me his exact unit number.
Oh my
His
God.
come here, and it was like 4:30 in the morning. I'm just like, yo. He's there, I work at fucking beta.
And the way Grindr works is like it goes by like the radius, the distance. It's not like and like people, anyone can just like message you. It's not like Tinder. There's no swiping. It's like it's just like a little
Open
mini
system.
Open system.
Yeah,
People
that's
can hit you up. And I didn't like we were in Bogota, and we were like in like the entertainment district, and literally within like you could like get laid within seconds. Like you could literally within 5 minutes you could be getting your dick sucked. Like
No, dude, gay guys will line up blowjobs during their bathroom breaks. It's intense.
yeah, I would
it's very
imagine that. It's
intense.
like if you worked in an office.
Look at Odie's face. Look at his face. He's like, the face is No. Odie has legendary stories, man. Odie has like the highest level stories on this podcast. Gay hookup culture, bro.
Between men and women, when they want to get laid, it's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Men have no barriers, right? Especially gay men are like, oh yeah, you want to come suck my dick at 12? Yeah, I'm down.
Yeah.
Fuck safety, I'm down.
And that's one of the things that I feel like if I was gay, I feel like
You're a bear, bro.
Yeah.
But they like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm telling you, my friend.
It's like you're a twink, you're a bear, you're a leather daddy, you're a bald eagle.
Just the access of like getting that much sex, I think it would be hard for like yourself to like be able to like kind of control like
That's why you have to go either way. You either go all the way, or you're like super monogamous.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
so
yeah.
my friends are either or. I never met a gay dude in the middle. Like, I've never, because the thing is like,
Hard to say
might
no.
as well, right? Like, the thing is, you know, you can get it. Like, one of my friends gets it like every Friday. He has like a whole fucking. He has in his Apple Notes. You can scroll down because he writes down all the names of dudes you give
Oh
to
my
him.
God.
Like he was just scrolling. He's like,
Oh
all
my
these
god,
guys.
every Friday?
Every Friday at lunch. He works in.
That's a lot.
The thing is,
funny
he works
enough,
at the. he
Before
works
I
at the
met
bank.
Jamie, I was like dating 2.5 times a week. 2.5.
It's kind of tiring.
Huh?
It's kind of tiring.
No, it was not.
Ooh,
It
okay.
was fun.
So the thing
It was just fun.
Okay. You're dating. You're not
I
smashing
was
2.5
like
guys a
a
week.
dating,
Yeah,
which
you're
is
not
why,
like,
which
yeah,
is
you're not like smashing 2.5 new guys a week.
That's not two and a half
yes,
cocks a week.
So grinders by.
Oh my God! Larry on you? God, it depends.
When you think about like how
You're just catching on the Skybunker podcast.
so yes, you think about how like grinders
well,
set up,
this
right?
is so.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
is
yeah,
way,
obviously,
way back. Way,
Yeah,
way
obviously
back.
it'd be fun.
Like dude gets down to Bay and King and he gets on Grinder and within like 2 miles he's like, oh, there's like 100 guys. And obviously Bay and King is like fucking prime real estate, right? He's like, yeah, like anyone can come here in like 10 minutes. Like that's fucking wild.
Catch his cock.
Yeah, so I'm into monogamy and very heterosexual
Monogamy.
relationships.
No, you are, but you are. There's also a whore.
I mean, like,
Oh, you've been called out.
No,
What are your
I,
thoughts
Oh,
on
no.
polyamory?
I'm not even calling you a whore because you called yourself a whore many times.
yeah, no,
Yeah,
I'm like,
I'm a whore
no, but
denial.
I've slept around with like my decent amount of women. Let me put this out there because this fucking podcast used to have some other fucking like narratives to it. But the thing is, you know, so
Your narratives. Your narratives, bro. Your narratives.
yeah.
Your fault, bro.
No, but,
Your narratives.
but you know what? I'll say this. I've slept with a lot of girls, but you know what? The most fulfilling thing is actually having like
Your dick's like my dick. Yeah.
someone you love.
Every day lunch, like
Of
600 people.
course, man.
In the bathroom,
Nice
line up,
wholesome message,
please.
I like this.
Line
No,
up.
it's not-
Line
it's
up.
not-
Kind of shit.
Line up. I got a pile of wet wipes right here, so wet my dick off after every dude.
It's nice
Yeah.
being in a very like it's nice being in a relationship with somebody that you know.
He's fake. He's like, that's gross.
that-
He's like, I don't know about that, bro.
They're yours,
Wet my
and
dick,
you are
wet my
theirs. You know what I'm trying to say? That's
A nice wholesome message from
yes.
OT O'Daniel.
That's that.
Wash your cock in the sink afterwards.
No,
The next
actually,
person.
I'm
Dick is
very
on a
much into
condom.
I'm very much into very regular monogamous heterosexual relationships. Like that's my shit.
Well, I'm down for either heterosexual or homosexual relationships.
Yeah,
I'm in a heterosexual relationship, but I think it's just as cool if.
yeah. I'm saying for me. I'm not for. I'm saying for me.
Yeah.
I'm a heterosexual guy, so I'm into. Yeah, so
Sure.
I'm not saying everyone. I'm saying for me.
Yeah.
For me, like I'm into.
Yeah.
I love bitches. Sorry, I love chicks. I love women. Sorry.
The bitches.
Yeah, I think it's definitely been underrated. You know, I think there's a at least my experience of youth culture. You know, was like pretty in the anti-monogamy camp.
Yeah, and
Or
you know,
There's
like
a rise in polyamory, right? There's a rise in
I think it's
like a discussion around sexuality, gender right now.
I think
I think
that's
it's a reaction to
Oh, yeah.
tradition, which is healthy, but I'm not.
Everyone's fucking poly now.
I don't know. I think that's sort of sad because I was in a very unique relationship where like we needed to be there for each other, and I think even that in itself is something that I did not value enough because like yes, having a relationship where like we are exclusively there with each other and we're not worried about our sexual fucking like wants or whatever it is with other people, like yeah, like I feel like that was there was a huge value in that. Like we felt good about like coming back home to each other until I was an idiot. But the thing is, like,
Also, the thing is, relationships are complex.
it's
right?
all it's relative to each person. That's the part too. You can't. There's no ultimate truth for everyone.
Yeah.
That's one thing I know for a fact.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say. For me, I took huge value in having like a woman I could consider my wife and coming back home to her.
Of course,
Sure,
man.
yeah.
Good relationships all about
Yeah,
the people
yeah,
we care
yeah.
and love for. Of course.
So I was watching this this podcast about this guy who's like some kind of dating statistician. Anyways, and he was actually saying that like all this data on like I don't know, there's like a rise in like guys who weren't having sex and millennials. Okay, so he actually unpacked all the data, and it was very surprising. He said the first thing he says is that there's a lot of young guys right now who are not having sex, but at the same time they're all under 24. So he says by the time these guys get to their older ages, statistics still speak around millennials about how like after a certain age they're still getting married and like having sex and everything like that. So he's like that was the first thing because he's just like there's all this data going on being like oh this is the generation where guys aren't getting laid anymore and everyone's on porn and like shit like that and he's just like that data it's all from young guys. So and statistically if you look at generations, statistically most guys who are young who aren't married yet, this and that we have porn in this generation, but a lot of them still have it. Watch that was surprising to me because like that's the narrative I've been fed about we're in this generation of like sexless young incel dudes and everything. Like no, he's honestly not really. He's just like you look at the last 50 years of guys at the age of 24, most of them are not married having sex or having tons of sex until you know, most of them by the time they hit past 30 are married in relationships, having regular sex and stuff like that. Yeah,
So
yeah.
they're saying it's false alarm basically, or
Yes, but like because they're saying the whole stat right now is that there's like a 15% increase in young men having less sex, but he actually unpacked the data and he's just like on 50 years of data, he's just like this is actually not really true. He's like yeah, there is a 50% increase, but once they hit the sample size is kind of borderline incorrect.
Yeah, 'cause
right?
back in the day, people were getting married at age 23, 24, and they had like a couple partners maybe. They probably were like,
7. That was the average for up until 2011, I believe. The national average in Canada for sexual partners for men was 7.
okay, but I'm
Seven?
7.
Seven?
yeah, for 20, yeah, but I'm thinking like our parents' generation kind of age. I feel like you know they're probably getting married at age 23, 24. They had maybe like 2 or 3 partners, I would imagine.
Oh, like in the
Entirety of life. Yeah.
Apparently the average for women is like 3, the average for men is 7 to 10. Which
Like
means
right now?
Historically.
That's not. Yeah, right now it's probably changed completely different.
Yeah. Apparently in Japan they're saying that apparently for like men.
I will take what I'm saying with a grain of salt.
Action.
Also,
Okay,
the
so
girls that she knows, they're very high
qualifiable women. So basically, it's like they have a small dating pool,
yeah,
right?
smaller dating.
It's the ones that they're willing to sleep with. Like exactly, it's a small pool.
It's probably within.
So have you heard of the hypergamy?
Huh?
sure.
Hypergamy.
Hypergamy?
So basically, it's the idea that everybody wants to date up, nobody wants to date down. But the thing is, though, like men can't date down, women really don't want to date down, right? So generally, what ends up happening then is that basically women end up sleeping with a very small percentage of men.
Yeah. And also in Toronto, you could like, if you're a guy who's like maybe like a 6 or a 7, you could punch way up because of like, the supply.
Oh
That's
yeah,
not
for sure. Yeah.
You could be dating like girls that are like
Yeah.
way out of your league.
Yeah,
Yeah, in Toronto.
I think that's the opposite. I actually think it's interesting.
That's not true. I know a lot of guys who are like objectively maybe like a 6 or 7, and they like nobody, like nobody, dude.
Really?
Yeah.
Some guys get by with humor and good personality.
I feel like
That can go far. You don't even necessarily have that.
What
good
girls?
Dude, because I think the guys who are like already like 9 or whatever at that level, they have no personality. So what they have going for them is probably money or looks, right? But the guys who are below, they have to get by because they need personality.
See, okay, so here's my thing. I'm trying to figure this out because honestly, I have this thing where it's like, this is just me, and I get it. I am not like say this is how everybody should go about things. I have a bar for women I can sleep with. I will not go below that bar.
Okay, yeah.
No, seriously, I would rather be lonely.
Well, a lot
That's
of guys,
okay. That's
yeah, a lot of
okay.
guys don't have
It's good
that
to have
bar.
standards.
And that's what I'm trying to
Some
say.
guys don't have the bar. They're desperate, right? They're like,
Is that what's happening though? Is that like where it's like,
The Molly's
yeah, because I can go sleep with a fucking tree if I wanted to, but the thing is like I'm not gonna do that. You know, trying to say it's like I'm not saying pejoratively. I'm trying to figure out like this whole fucking like sexuality thing, right? Because you know some of the girls I'm talking to, right? And so I'm trying to figure out like where that is. Yeah, because there's definitely a barrier of like, yes, a lot of guys in Toronto are fucking, but who are they fucking? Are they fucking the girls that like or are they just like?
I think everybody's
I feel like
fucking.
it's like, yeah,
There's
I
all
think
kinds of stuff happening. I think everything we can think of is happening.
I feel like it's mostly females are super like Toronto has some of the most good-looking females.
Yes.
In North America.
Maybe.
yeah.
You could
I would
say-
agree. I would
you could
agree.
say.
I would agree.
And I think a lot of people who've traveled, they will probably say the same
Agree.
thing.
Yeah.
And then men, they kind of get like they can date, they can date, like they have a full pool to date from, and then they can also date multiple females. And then it's like a similar thing to like places like Colombia.
Yeah.
Colombia, you can like the average is like 2 females per person. Hey! What's up?
But yeah.
Working on the podcast today. We're going in.
I'm just saying, I'm not banging anyone. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm trying to.
Are you sure? No, I think to her point, I
Fucking
think there are
close to
more
sleep.
good-looking women than there are good-looking men in Toronto.
There's a lot of good-looking men.
That's
I feel
true.
like there's more good-looking women there.
Definitely more good-looking women, I think. Yeah.
It's easier to notice them. I'm not gonna say one or the other, but there's definitely a lot more. I will say this. There's so many good-looking women in the city.
Especially in the summer.
Oh, you can take a back seat.
I want to take a back seat.
Yeah, I want to take a bit of back seat.
There's beautiful women like not even in the summer. Like this city's full of like the most amazing women. Yeah, Toronto's great for that.
Eric, we're heading to Colombia next week for Ian's company. He has this partnership with Pro Colombia.
Wow.
Where Dimension gave he gets flown out there. So that right now, like, yeah, we get free flights to go down there.
That's crazy.
And it's like a business matchmaking site.
What the fuck?
And we meet all these like ad agency people, film people, all these creatives, and we're gonna go there to get contacts.
That's sick.
And they want like Canadian companies to hire these Colombian creatives.
Well,
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
No, it's like filmmakers, graphic designers,
Cool, let's
web
go.
develop.
I have a creative agency, so
Oh no way.
yeah, I've heard Colombia's
She's
been
started
like
her agency too.
been really dope on the creative side. Like,
Dope.
Oh dope. Nice.
Would love to.
it's really cool to see Colombia, especially come up the past like 2 decades.
Yeah.
Like, I was in Medellin like 2 years ago.
Isn't
and, like,
Medellin amazing?
fucking dope. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't really like Bogota too much, but like Cartagena,
Yeah.
like Medellin was like very cool to see. Like, it just like
Were you
turned a corner.
Were you there for work or just traveling?
I just traveled.
Oh yeah. I've been to Medellin. Well, I've been to Colombia like 3 times, and I went there like or 4 times now. But I went there like over a decade ago, and it's grown so much.
That must have been crazy to see like 10 years ago now.
Yeah, it was just a bunch of like backpackers and like a few expats.
Yeah.
And there wasn't like the cocktail bars and the nightlife. Like, now it's like crazy electronic music, crazy cocktails. And
I gotta fucking go. This
Yeah,
sounds-
you gotta go.
This sounds so dope.
And it's like the perfect weather.
Wow.
Such a vibe down there.
That's fucking
And
sick.
I feel like it's gonna continue to keep growing, and
Yeah.
like there's so many people that are starting businesses there, restaurants, and shit like
Yeah.
That sounds amazing. We're gonna have to do it.
that. Yeah.
Check it
But
out.
there's a lot more like nomads, just like expats there now.
And it's so cheap.
Yeah.
It's like so like you take Ubers, it's like $1 or $2.
I'm so close to being a Colombian resident, bro. I just need
Yeah?
fucking 3.
You gonna be a fighter down there?
You're gonna scrap some dudes.
Well, you should go to an MMA gym in Colombia.
I do that.
My friend did that. He went to a jiu-jitsu gym. And he was so hungover, and he was choking out like he wasn't even a belted person, but he's like a pretty talented MMA fighter. And he was like putting people out in triangle chokes and shit. After we did so much blow, I was like, holy shit! Like,
Well, the blow actually gives you strength. That's the thing.
I don't even know
The night after a blow, you just have you have a little extra gear. You know what I'm trying to say? I don't know if you ever have done. It's weird. Allegedly, but the thing, yeah, I wouldn't know. I'm just saying, like. There's a little extra gear you have after, like, like a night.
No way. I'm exhausted after a night of doing.
Oh, bro, you train enough, man. You have it. It just depends. The first night you're good to go. The second nights after that are a bit problematic, but like, yeah. I'm not trying to say, but the first night.
John's is like working with like a little advantage for this.
Yeah. You can do like a week of it, and then after a while it gets a bit wild. But the thing is, depends on your constitution too. Allegedly, I wouldn't know. I'm a Catholic.
You're a Catholic.
You're not a Catholic, bro.
You're a Catholic. Devoted Catholic.
What is this?
Thou shalt not do
The hate. Thou shalt devote my nose not to doing cocaine. You know what I'm saying? But the thing is, what I'm trying to say is that coke's a hell of a drug, kids.
It might be legal still.
Well, British Columbia, you can have a couple grams on you.
Well, yeah, and also
Grams?
this
A bit more than that.
What the heck?
Well, you didn't know
now
that.
have licenses to create cocaine in BC.
It's a
Two
new.
of them have it. Yeah, I don't know who they're gonna sell it to. But like some companies,
It's
in BC
decriminalized
they're allowed to, they're allowed
up to a
to
certain
produce.
portion. It's a pilot project for policies, and we're
Yeah,
from
for
Well,
BC.
if,
Oh, you're from where's BC
Yeah,
from?
from Missouri.
if,
Oh, no way, man.
if
I grew
manufacturing
up in Dunbar, Kitsilano here.
if manufacturing has been made easier in BC, the cartels move up there because that is the Emerald Circle, right?
Yeah.
So essentially, there's so many drugs that go
Oh,
through.
yeah, okay, I got
Yeah,
it.
so if they could actually now the cartel can say, oh, I don't need to fucking export to BC.
Yeah.
I can manufacture out there. The price savings are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah,
It's fucking nuts. I can do extracts now. I can do products.
They're gonna be able to make organic cocaine.
They can do whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's amazing.
Yeah.
The price savings are amazing.
Yeah, I know. It's, yeah.
Yeah, you just fucking
Is
trans-
that
reason why it's not
epidemiological
organic
test?
is 'cause it
We're gonna
takes,
find out if it reduces overdose.
Allegedly.
Yeah, it's
Allegedly.
I think
Not
so.
organic, but
I support it,
The way
actually.
they extract it,
Yeah.
they use
Better
like gas
safe
cans.
drugs.
I wouldn't mind if you just
But you could actually extract
Yeah,
it.
that's what
It
they're
just
go
doing.
for
takes
the
way
year,
longer.
pilot, see how it goes.
Yeah.
It's okay to
Like,
like, you
so
know.
like in the
The US will
Sounds like there's a trend.
But if you wanted to make it organic, like
internal
really
border
kind of
shipping
healthy
company.
cocaine,
It'll cause no, but it will definitely cause major.
From Mexico.
It will definitely cause major issues in the
Locally
border.
grown.
that locally sourced.
It will definitely cause.
Is this fair trade code?
In Vancouver.
Hell
The
no.
U.S. will militarize the northern border.
True.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, they will. Because right now,
That's true. I want
cuts down
ethically
on
sourced coke.
Maybe Washington just wouldn't. Like, as a state, Washington
because
wouldn't.
right now, what's to stop somebody from legally manufacturing cocaine in fucking BC and walking it down? Nothing's stopping it, right? Because like literally, there's a path of greenery that's opened up for you to walk
I hear
the
you.
states.
Remains to be seen.
Like,
That would be a fucking
It's
bad
still
outcome.
like
That's a
That would be a bad outcome.
That's a great summer
It's
job
still
right now.
using
Just transport coke from BC
like
right into
flavor.
fucking
Yeah,
Seattle.
because
and they're the only
Oh,
company
man.
that's
I'd rather,
because in America, they still
I was
use
screwed
cocaine
up.
for like hospitals.
Yeah.
I would not have
The,
the
the DEA is gonna make some fucking
company is the
food.
only one that's legally
Some
allowed to
food on that corner right
make
there.
products.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just set up some fucking a couple
And the
of like, you
byproduct
know,
they actually sell to pharmaceutical.
what do they call it?
Yeah, because like, they're still using the
what's
coca.
when you
leaf.
fucking have like
They
a
took the cocaine out.
a checkpoint.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Like a ride check.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Bill, you got any coke on you, son?
But like when you use
Oh,
coke
sorry.
and you can put it in your
Because you know that's how they get that's how
you
they
do
get
all this
BC
and it has
weed
like
states,
medical
right?
benefits and stuff.
There's people go
When we were down
they go
there,
backpacks.
the-
They
Is it,
go
I think it's illegal in Washington.
Coca
No, but
like helps you.
but I think
it's cannabis, cannabis.
So like when you're hiking these
I
like
think it
huge
is.
mountains,
Before that.
But it's not
you can drug a leaf, but they also have like rum.
it's not federally legal.
They
It's
shove
probably
it
not
so
federally legal to
quickly
import
like
it.
a
It's
ball
not
of rum.
federally legal
And the
either.
alcohol turns like
It's just state
dark
legal.
green.
Could
Yeah.
the U.S. agency
Yeah, but it doesn't-
chase
it's not
like
like-
a swarm of drugs?
The amount of leaves in there, it's like less than a
Bags of
key
cocaine.
That's actually
way
an interesting
less.
strat, right?
Yeah.
Why doesn't Mexico cartels just get tons of drones?
They
Like
probably
10,000
fucking do. They probably
Just fucking fly them in Arizona and Nevada
They do.
and New Mexico.
They run the El Chapo underground tunnels and shit.
Look, I love what they're doing right now is
Oh,
the
they could smuggle them through mice or something.
No,
Just like
they're dropping
Midas There's some rats, the prison rats go to the tunnels.
Or just walk them across the fucking border like they do right now. You're
Well,
trying to
sure,
say-
yeah, in Arizona.
Yeah.
No, I believe what they're doing right now is they're attaching like the packets to buoys in the ocean, and they're throwing the buoys out into like the ocean, and then like the cartel will drop the buoys in the ocean and they'll leave, and then like in 24 hours, like a cartel from Canada pick up like the pilot.
Wait. Is this I can just go pick up cocaine from the ocean?
And so basically that's what they do. That's how the cartel's doing in the ocean, in the Pacific Ocean.
That's
So
fascinating.
I can just go pick up some coke in the ocean?
If you know the
Well, hold on,
coordinates.
this is international waters. Is it
Yeah,
going that far out?
yeah, it's
That's pretty
international
far.
waters.
That's over
So
like
what they're
100
doing is
days.
imagine they're just like dropping buoys in the waters, like literally miles off the. This is like the boats would go 3 hours off the coast of like Portugal or whatever,
That's crazy.
and then they'll leave the buoys there for like a couple days, and then after a couple days it'll surface. And then so they timed it so that other cartels across like the
Oh,
Atlantic
interesting.
will go to the same spot, pick up by boat, and like they'll have to basically they don't have the exact coordinates, but like the cartel will be like, yeah, it's somewhere 100 miles, 3 hours off the coast of Portugal, and they'll see the orange buoys, they'll pick it up, pick up package, and like literally be like, these are like $1 billion packages.
Yeah, you're just crazy. Every time I hear a little baby, I just want to do some gangster shit. I don't care. I just see every time I hear I saw this.
I just want to pistol up somebody. I just want to fuck someone's baby mama
I'm just ready.
on camera.
It's ready. I'm ready to fight. You know what I'm trying to say. But past that. So how do we go to the Pacific Ocean and grab some cocaine?
First of
Well,
all,
man, first of all, you gotta go to the Pacific.
you need a yacht, you need a speedboat, or something some sort of yacht to get out there quickly.
You gotta deal with the Canadian Coast Guard.
I
Yeah,
can
but bringing
reference
it back to be crazy.
I can reference the Somalians.
Most people do private jets.
The Somalians are good in the water, you know what I'm trying to say, so I can probably figure something out with them.
I know, just see Captain Phillips, they didn't do so well there.
I know, but the numbers.
I am the captain now.
Yeah.
I am the captain now. Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain. Yeah, I know there was so many times. I was fucking.
No, he was not the
No, we're like some really high spots. No, look at me.
I really like. I like the inside.
Yo, they called SEAL Team 6, they took him out. They took him out.
No, that's Obama's book, man. He's like, I just call for a second. I just call for 6 in the morning. You know,
Vermont-based.
Yeah.
those Somalian boys, 18 years old, brainwashed.
Can you imagine? This is my shit. Word.
Man, you can't just go out.
Hey, yo,
What are
Frank.
your ads when you-
Call SEAL Team 6.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and then Captain Phillips said, you don't know what you're dealing with.
Yeah.
You're dealing- I'm trying to save you. I'm trying to save you. They'll come for you. You don't understand. They'll come for you.
Obama's like, word. Okay, I feel you.
Yeah.
All right, yo,
Oh my gosh.
yo, Mad Dog. What do you say?
Yeah, man, that's
Okay,
it.
so what
What a
Yo,
life.
can you imagine fucking someone calling Mad Dog Mattis on your ass? I would be losing my, can you imagine, someone calling their boy Mad Dog? Just understand that, to fuck you up, bro.
Here you go.
Yo, Mad Dog, I got something for you. I don't like,
Yeah, General Mattis, yeah.
oh my god.
There's a lot of.
He doesn't even like the name, he doesn't like Mad Dog. Can you imagine, you're a general of the fucking US Army.
Yeah.
They call you Mad Dog Mattis.
Hey man, well, you for it, man. You
Yo, how bad of a motherfucker you have to be though? You
gotta be a bad.
You are
Yeah, you gotta be a little.
you gotta be a fucking bad motherfucker. That's a scary motherfucker, bro.
The credit on Captain Butt Naked.
I have
General Butt Naked.
General Butt Naked for sure.
I remind me.
He's a fucking cannibal. He's just like.
Wait, hold on.
He's an 18-year-old, 8-year-old boy. He's fucking doing fucking covenants with gunpowder. He's like,
Wait, which conflict? Is this Africa?
It's in Congo. I think.
Congo,
It's in
yeah,
Congo.
Congo, yeah,
Fucking
yeah.
out making the kids get butt naked, shoot fucking other dudes with their butt
Oh,
naked.
yeah,
And he's like, what you think when you are naked, you are invincible.
Yeah.
You know?
But just imagine a space marine that you call Mad Dog.
Dude, the Space Marines are so much more extreme than that.
That's what I'm trying to say.
The Space Marines, like the guy's name will be fucking like some absolute scary
But
tyrant. level fucking
imagine
name.
a space marine you call Mad Dog. You know what I'm trying
The
to say?
Space Marines will have some way scarier. They'll call like this.
It's crazy, bro.
They call you like Captain Satan or
That's what
something
I'm
like that.
saying.
Like Captain Satan, the Captain. They call you like Captain Violator or something. It's an absolutely horrifying fucking name. Absolutely horrifying fucking name.
So funny Warcraft story. So fucking this guy.
Warcraft story? What the fuck,
Yeah.
man?
So I'm a black guy that grew up in Guelph. I hate Warcraft, right? So the thing is, this guy shows me some random video on it, right? And I started randomly watching it. I just got super into the lore. Because I was like, yo, the story of it is like mad, like it's gangsta as fuck. It's super hood. Because if you think about it, Space Marines and hood motherfuckers are the same people.
Yeah.
They're basically all about their brothers. Fuck the ops. They follow the G code.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I'm trying to say?
The G code they follow is so fucked up, bro. The Space Marine G code is so
The
fucked up.
similarities are fucking infinite. Yeah, that's how I see it.
Grand Inquisitor. Do you know how they make the? Do you know how they make? They don't have AI in Warhammer.
Oh, yeah,
so
because they don't
they don't believe in AI. It's dangerous. They have the skeleton things.
No, 'cause
they convert into
okay, so-
fucking
so
floating
the
robot. No, the servitors. That's what they're called.
They have,
Do you know how they make servitors, bro?
Is it?
when they-
You know they make servitors, bro? They send everyone to prison camps. They fucking decapitate you and like skin you alive and shit, boil your body. I was watching they say they're writing on how they make servitors, and it was just the most horrifying what I've ever fucking heard. It's like all I hear in the back room is people being flayed alive and screaming to death and like pain and suffering and like it's absolutely just fucking because they lobotomize you to make a servitor, right? But they lobotomize you while you're awake.
What about the people that have to fuel the ships? So
The servitors,
no, is that who they are?
the fuel of the ships.
Yeah, so basically they just die. Like it's
Warhammer is the most fucked up thing I've ever. Jesus Christ.
So basically, they have like ships like flying through like.
All I can say is I hope that's not our timeline, man.
Oh, it's pretty close. I mean, no, it's not pretty close. But so basically,
What are you talking
they have these intergalactic ships, right? How they fuel them, right? Is that basically whoever fuels them dies.
Well,
So it's like, yo, we could have like remote drones. We could have remote drones to refuel the ship, but no. Go die. Like, you know, like, no, like, I want you to go down. It's bad metal, yeah, it's like,
This heavy metal is fucked.
yeah.
That's an understatement.
Yeah, Warhammer's heavy metal is fuck, honestly. Like, the writing is so good. It's just so, it's so sinister and evil and like.
Because in the future,
so, like,
there's only war.
In the future, there's
Only
yeah.
war.
That sounds right to me.
Warhammer's
Yeah.
If there's a future,
There's
It's
only
unsustainable. It seems like
unsustainable.
we got sustainable at that level. That, like,
Yeah, understatement.
it's a reversion, it's a
Understatement.
reversion back to primitive man.
well, basically,
you know,
it's a
civilizations are also going to be cooperative.
Yeah.
Like,
The whole
like,
story-
imagine, like multiple galaxies with like infinite nuclear energy
Yeah.
war, and also like galaxies with like population and significant density.
The story of it is actually pretty intricate because basically it's like the humankind expands so far into the galaxy, and we basically propel so much for technology that we're like the masters of the universe, right? And because we're so politically fucked up though that we've completely just fractured. And everything is fucked up. So now basically it's like humanity is spread across the universe, fractured. So basically this new guy comes through, the new emperor, has to fucking connect everything. So basically he abolishes religion, he creates himself as a new religion, and he says, I have to unite humanity together underneath one nation, under one God! Under one God, bro. And he fucking goes across
Jeebus.
Exactly, yeah.
A little Jeebus Christ here and there.
Because that's how you run. But okay, I firmly believe politically that's how you run things now. I've been
Wow, you went full fascist.
I've been convinced. Yeah.
Fascist.
One nation under God, bro. One nation under God.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
It's not pejorative. It's just like literally like what?
That's it. Yes. That's pretty straightforward, yo. But yeah, I would
You guys
Mussolini.
have met, right?
Otilini.
Yeah, well, just
Normally we have like more booze and shit.
What do you think of
We have more supplies.
Yeah, you know what? That's why I am
Yeah, it's all good.
a fan of Xi Jinping.
I get
the
it.
hot takes.
I get their lore.
That's one of the reasons we start
Yeah,
playing so much.
what do you think of
because,
that
like, you know,
vote
like our
count,
whole location is
What
like
do you think of the vote count on the Xi Jinping?
The audio is
Something
like
like
audio is totally
2,900 to
Yeah,
zero?
that means everyone understood the assignment.
Oh, they did their homework, eh?
Some of the Christmas parties
Everyone
are
did their homework, no one said no.
And this goes back to the you know why I respect Xi Jinping because he's the guy that doesn't go to every fucking city and says, listen, I don't give a fuck.
Everyone's our age.
You're doing
Everyone's like a
this.
creative tech entrepreneur
Listen,
type
I don't
person,
listen.
and,
Your kid goes here. Yeah, shut the fuck
This is our
up. No,
office.
they go here
It's like
now.
recording.
You do this.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Nice. Okay.
Shut the fuck up. You're doing. I respect that.
You don't even need to rest it. You can just like
I respect a politician who's actually
that's
like,
my phone bill.
force
Yeah.
me into submission. Yeah.
So you're gonna write a memoir called The memoir is gonna be entitled How I Went from a McMaster quarterback to a failed CSIS operative
Yeah, it's called
to a
yeah.
venture capitalist to a fucking fascist. So one black Canadian dude, black Canadian dude. Holy fuck.
So it's gonna be called.
Dude, that's gonna sell. I would buy that. Dude, who's not gonna read that?
OT. It's gonna be like called OT says. Shut the fuck up.
What an arc, man. This is the beginning of the arc. So I goes back to Kenya. Starts an organization. Holy fuck.
Bend the knee. Bend the knee.
Yeah, are you gonna bring up peace to Somalia?
No, I'm gonna be like,
Are you gonna bring peace to Somalia? Who's that guy?
I was arguing with my friend the other day, and I think you know what? Good argument you said.
Oh yeah, I said on Taiwan. Taiwan
I think
remote work trenches and people actually working, but during the day,
It's a failed state, man. It's a failed state.
I think it's a
our attacker, right? Who's coming to Tuesday?
you know,
Don't come in,
I think it's time to admit that it is.
Doesn't feel working at all.
What is it not gonna feel safe?
They come back and then like, it's not a weekend,
I
we
think
start
the
partying here and
first
shit.
had a revolution, right? And
then like, no, it feels like a high school, like partying like out like out salaries and like, you know, like, yeah.
So they do a lot.
On days when I'm actually working at a one of the things you work upstairs is the library.
It's not
But
what a
at
state.
12 o'clock,
Okay, so you have to
you
go
know,
back
everyone
and
like brings their lunches and
consider like what a
containers
state
or
is,
something.
right?
It's like high school. Some people just get lunches because you get lunches.
So for example, like, why is Canada so willing to go send fucking military operatives
I know
to
shit. No,
Is it to Is it
I just
to
come here like
maintain
I start
peace
coming
or is it to
here,
make
just for the
peace?
happy hours?
You have to ask yourself that question too.
It's like
I really don't know.
it's yeah, it's a growing space. Right?
Haiti, in my opinion, has never been a state.
The day jobs.
All right. Well,
I've been doing my own studio for about 6 years now.
so
but
early
like,
90s,
recently,
well, remind me, so is it
recently,
90s,
I just sent them a bunch of
80s,
job applications. They have like 99 rejections.
There was a
soft
period of
so everyone fucking rejected me. So one
It was
was
the
like
80s.
Yeah,
The 80s and the 90s was the.
and then you get Aristide, Jean Bertrand Aristide.
It's pretty fun. It's cool job.
Giannis-
Early
Giannis Ryan
90s,
worked
then
at
there was the coup.
Yeah,
I've always wanted to be a DJ.
We have a good amount of
Holy
studios.
shit, man.
Yeah, so
You know what? I'm gonna
One
remember
was
what
actually
you
back was
said.
that.
And because, as you know, I'm applying to Department of Independence. No, I kid you not. I actually kid you not. I know you were
So do you want,
taught
like,
in the
animation for all
madrasas
ads?
in fucking Kenya. Ask your friend
How much do
who
you like
told me
looking at
this.
Daniel McGrath's
You applied to
face?
these
Yeah, that's what it was.
So okay, racism is already a fight.
So that's
What's gonna happen? I was fucking.
I started
Yeah.
my
This, okay? She's gonna have in
And then, yeah, he's like the number one
email
influencer for the company,
to
so.
D&D employees. I'll be fairly high up.
Yeah,
I'll be educated
he's
enough
a
to do
big,
that.
I don't really
They'll
know
ask,
poker at all,
is
but
anyone
he's
familiar
like,
with an
if you know anything about
Otieno
poker, like he's
Odin?
the
Yeah, they're gonna be like, oh, team, what? Like, oh no. Oh no, no, no. Like, oh, put the file on it.
I'll be like, I'll raise my hand. I know this motherfucker. I know this fucker. I heard him say so many times. He wants to become an MMA fighter. He wants to fucking
And
tell Trudeau to kill himself. This guy's full on fascist. You can check the Twitter log.
I'm pretty much out.
What's that?
300 people died.
Pretty much now you didn't watch the okay, but do you want to peasant
It's holding
uprising?
the whole bar area, and they turn all the lights off. And have
You want to get all those fucking
farmers.
all those farmers in BC working the
truck
strawberries.
drivers.
Yeah.
Everyone, yeah.
Everyone, all those
yeah.
immigrants, all those Honduran immigrants.
One nation under one black guy.
Oh, shit. No, what a coup. Imagine this guy like starts a basic revolution in Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
So you know what goes to Ottawa.
Everyone's like
Holy
really
shit,
mad.
dude, I will personally fucking shoot you. As a fucking reserve artillery officer, I will be the guy with the howitzer, and I will
and then we
aim
started,
it
like, shooting
directly
our-
at your face.
You only come-
Which has already been photo captured by a drone, so we're gonna precisely
all my friends
target
are graduating
you.
anyway.
We'll
That was
take you
a
out
big
and
deal.
see.
Do you know what they call me,
We should have an
Master?
audience.
Future
now.
dictator of
Well, you
Canada.
guys are
Most likely to be
Holy shit, future dictator of Canada. Dude, I can see it. Shit.
I was like,
Holy shit. Would you be a benevolent dictator?
go off.
Yeah.
Except for Quebec.
I'm not here every day.
Oh man, except for you got a vendetta against the French now? What's the story there, man? What did they do to you?
Do you like
Trudeau,
people
obviously.
lie?
I look like
That's where it starts.
Oh man.
That's what it's been. Yeah.
You associate Trudeau with Quebec?
Yes.
Like,
They're permanently connected. They're permanently connected. No. Quebec's okay, but the Trudeaus are getting
He's like
exiled.
Exile.
Exile.
Okay, that's kind of. You're not going to execute them?
I'll exile them.
Okay.
No, but Justin gets executed.
Artist
And then
studio.
the rest-
Yeah, they want to you Justin Trudeau.
I'll say.
No, I do not.
Dude, that's what Steve Bannon said.
Yeah,
He got fucking Be careful what you
I don't think Justin Trudeau should get executed. I do think he should willingly kill himself. With John Tory too. So like, they should all just like jump off the bridge.
I get it, but like.
But no, they should not have anything to harm. Nothing harm to them. No harm comes to them.
You're
No harm to me. No harm. No. I want no harm to come to those two people at all, and their families at all. I want no harm at all to come to them at all.
But you want self-harm.
I want them to willingly commit suicide.
What the
I would describe that as wishing
Yeah, I think it's the same.
I would describe it as a vitriolic attempt, a failed attempt to avoid the legal ramifications of a threat of violence. This is what I would describe. In articulate legalese, this is what I would describe this young man's behavior this evening on camera.
It just feels so shitty to.
I'm just saying, we're all open to our own poor opinions. You know what I'm trying to say? And we struggle from our own self, like mental health
Holy shit,
issues.
they're a dictator. So how much of a fascist are you? You want strong men and submissive women?
But it's also for
No, okay.
like
You
even just for like
want more
coming here.
equality?
Feminism is a real
If
thing.
you have,
It
like,
should
a day
exist.
where
Like
it's like,
people
you know,
like
like,
Malala
yeah,
Yousafzai
manager
fought
finds
very
this
hard
guy,
for things
everyone's
like
really
that.
similar.
Right? right? She got shot in the fucking
And then
head.
just like, it feels like
Like,
high
I'm
school.
supposed
It's
to be
like,
educated.
12 o'clock.
That should
Let's
be
go
a
lunch,
fucking
guys.
right.
Grab lunch
Right?
together.
The
And
fucking
all
day.
that back.
She's the realest bad bitch.
It's like high school.
Right?
Well, there's a lot of countries, there's a lot of nations where you
Or
know,
just like bring cookies to the
women,
office.
lower caste men, men still have no rights, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what?
Yeah.
Because
I'm ditching my, I was like, sorry guys, you're gonna see much of me anymore, I've got a new office.
The other thing is that we also act like
It's cool, but it's full of yuppies.
Yeah.
It's like a yuppie.
we act like we shouldn't push rights any further because look how progressive we are now. Everything's Gucci, but like we're actually so close.
Yeah.
Where like nothing is like
Oh, for sure. Like,
personality is a little.
yeah. Well, it's crazy that you're 23, that literally stage where you still, like, your entire life is free.
Oh, it's sad.
One today
It's my life.
in like Congo and like Maldives somewhere where they're like, oh shit, like, my path is set before I even arrive on this earth. Which is
You know what the real thing we should talk about? Have you guys heard of Mauritania, West African country? Oh man, that's right on the coast, right? Okay, they're the last country officially to have slavery illegal. Guess what?
No way.
Guess what year? Guess what year? Guess what year? 1981. 1981, guys. Until 1981, you can legally own people. Yep. And that's not just it. And that was only nominally. In practice, when did they start enforcing it?
Yeah, that's alright. Yeah.
2007. 2007, guys. Mauritania, West Africa, say 1981 nominally illegal. That's when slavery was illegal. 2007, that's when they started criminalizing it. Holy shit, you can be born in slavery, continuing, and that's on the legal record. Obviously, there's other forms of certain definitions of slavery which are always practicing even today in other countries. But this is on the book. This is legit on the books. Like you can. Oh, here we go. Let's get into it.
Do you guys think there is more slavery today than there was?
Yes. Yes, because the population size, there's more slavery.
Numerically more slaves. Like cumulatively, or so not cumulatively. Sorry, you mean the absolute number?
Yes.
Compared to percentage.
Yes, like in terms of like percentage-wise of humanity.
Okay, hold on.
Well, to be honest,
Let's get into definitions. What's your favorite definition? How would you operate?
What do you? I guess. Okay. What do you consider? What do you consider slavery? What is slavery? What's the definition?
I think that there's actually situations where you're getting paid, where it's still slavery.
I would call
Is
it
that slavery or exploitation?
I'd say slavery in some cases. If like, so for example, if your passport gets taken away, you go to another country and your passport gets taken away, you have to work or you can't have your passport back. That's like the history of UAE right there.
indentured servitude. Indentured servitude. So there's so many definitions for slavery, right? Like, how do you define slavery? Also, the audio for this is so fucked.
Whatever.
But okay, so indentured servitude.
Let's just do it off the record.
Either way, it doesn't matter. We can figure it out. Like,
The thing is, there more slaves now.
there's definitely more slavery. There's definitely more
I
slavery.
don't know. Definitely.
Okay, 50 mil. 50 mil first hit is around 50 mil. So we're between 20. Well, it depends on how much you find. You know what? Now that we think of the question, what is the world population before 1 in 200 people is a slave?
I love this cover. I gotta use the bathroom.
1 in 2 people? 1 in 2.
Because would you
You're
consider?
a slave to your own emotion.
Yeah. Well, because I guess would you consider? I guess,
Think about world population.
like
Like 1
sex,
in 200.
like sex trafficking. Would that be considered slavery?
Hell
So-
yeah. Yeah. I would call that slavery.
So if you say
So
it's like,
you know what? This is a great question. I think absolute numbers. I would actually agree with you that if you went to a number of definitions, that's dark. Okay, and I'll tell you what. Let's think about with respect to what time period. So the United States had at least somewhere in the ballpark of 400,000, 500,000 minimum lower bound, probably higher, maybe in the millions in just the South itself, right? I mean, because the population wasn't that high in the U.S. If I were to, I forget, what is it like? Maybe like 50 million before 1900. Like population expanded a lot in the 21st century. We have to remember that, and the reason for that is actually development of chemical fertilizer really helped increase nutrition and food. Because there's things we forget, right? So, but I hear your point. It's a great question because, like, you think about it, like, there's so much slaves back then.
yes, by percentage, but like absolute numbers. Like
Right.
we talked about this before. Cambodia, so much human trafficking, right? Laos to Philippines, the amount of sex trafficking, Russia, you name it, tons of places, Czechoslovakia.
I know somebody who his family was a migrant from the Philippines to Kuwait. And he was actually born in Kuwait because his father, the passports got taken away when they fucking landed there, right? This was in the late 80s, yeah. He was like born in 94, and he said, yeah, when they got there, they took away, and he was working for a subsidiary of Shell on the oil fields in Kuwait, and he's like, yeah, we didn't have a passport for 10 years.
Holy shit.
Like this, and he's like, there's a lot of Filipinos and a lot of South Asians that went from South Asia to Kuwait that basically built Kuwait and couldn't leave, right?
The pandemic,
And actually, me and Eric had this conversation. Right?
No, it's worth looking at some of the literature.
Stationing for the record, I don't know if this is 100% correct, but it says there were 10 million slaves in the U.S. The U.S. went through 10 million slaves.
Oh, so then the number I cited, because the one I saw on Wikipedia.
NLM.nih.gov. I don't know.
No, that's probably that's fair enough. Because I remember reading Wikipedia. Maybe I was looking at a wrong time. Because maybe it was only up to the mid. Yeah, I'm curious now.
It says also that 40% of the slaves were alive.
Is it 24/7?
Yeah, now this is good. Sorry, I'm not as clear on the system. Okay, but I should check myself.
But nevertheless, Adrian's point might still be correct because that might be the most egregious example in history.
Well, the example. This is the Wikipedia quote I have to 1875. Okay, that's only 1875. 300,000 slaves in the U.S. Slaves shipped to those regions that are part of present-day U.S. was 300,000.
That probably don't take know right?
They probably know. Fair enough. I mean, there's probably well more than that.
Which
probably potentially
I actually wonder what was the population of the world at that time.
I actually don't know. This is a good question. If I were to guess, 1.5
now is what, 7 billion? So was it a billion?
Honestly, I don't know. These are good questions. I forget. If I were to guess 1.5 billion.
Population of the world when?
1870.
Maybe 2 billion?
No, it's probably gonna be a joke number. It's probably gonna be
I would guess 1.5 billion. I don't know.
You think we gained 6 billion people in a century?
I think so.
In a century?
I think so.
Which is like this big
because the amount of that's my honest guess. What's the number?
I haven't found it yet.
venue there.
Wow, we gained 6
That's just my guess. I'm no expert in demography.
I can see that.
Well, let's just look at a graph of world population because there's stuff we take for granted.
If you think about
think about how many famines, dude.
Right.
So many famines. Dude, the Holodomor in Ukraine. Think about Russia.
It was 1.2 billion.
Yeah, that's right. 1.
in the 18th
Yeah, so it's not far off. It's only 1.2 billion. Yeah. So we got because it's not nutrition, it's safety, it's medicine, it's vaccination. You have to think about the state of modern medicine at the time. They're the first vaccinations.
Everyone was an anti-vaxxer.
Well, in a way,
That's true. That's true.
people
You're
were
not
skeptical.
wrong.
People were skeptical. They didn't have a well-developed germ theory of disease until
Americans
roughly
reverting back.
1870s.
They have vaccine originalism alongside constitutional originalism. They want to go back to what the settlers had. You know what I mean? It's not primal
Settler
vaccine
protection,
diet.
right?
They're
Oh
only
my
eating
God.
raw meat, getting fucking primals and not.
But these are really good questions because it raises complex issues. I think so. One of the crazy stats I read is until about the 1990s, I read an econ paper that talked about approximately 2% of domestically produced goods and services, specifically at the level of consumer goods, actually produced by convict labor.
I don't know, actually.
I think
It's 2%. It's pretty high.
Yeah, I can see that.
So about 2% of domestically produced U.S. goods that are specifically for things like tables, chairs, even lingerie, clothing, is produced by convict labor.
that's slavery.
I would call that slavery.
I
Essentially,
think if you gotta work and you can't fucking leave.
not only that, the pay, they're not subjected in the same way to federal minimum wage
No,
laws.
they get
no,
paid fuck
they're
all,
getting
like
paid
40
like
cents.
$1.50 sometimes an hour, even less in some cases.
So we determined there are more slaves today than there ever will be.
Well, I didn't determine
I think that's a fair by a reasonable reasonable definition of slave. I agree. Absolute numbers.
Sex trafficking, right?
Oh, definitely more sex trafficking.
The amount of sex
American
trafficking,
prison, UAE.
convict labor, we're talking about convict labor, man. Huge problem.
Yeah, especially in Ukraine. Is anyone like that's like
Ukraine?
Yeah, there's a bunch of conflict labor coming from there.
I believe it. Yeah, I haven't been following as much, but I believe
Because
it.
they're very, the Ukraine's highly capable for tech work. That's the thing.
Oh yeah. You know, Quest trade is like 1/3 of Ukrainians.
Get out.
One fuck. No one told me this because you work too much. Yeah, it's Brazilians, Ukrainians, Lithuanians, Canadians, but it's fucking Ukraine. Yeah. I mean, look. All that whole region, like poor places like that, but I mean, like they're gonna have like the smart people are gonna be good at tech, right? Because that's something you do remotely, right? I mean, you know the secret, right? I mean, what I'm saying India too, pretty good at tech stuff, so it makes sense. The economics are fine. Get paid $80 better than fucking Ukraine, right? More stable job, but I think the craziest thing we've talked about this before, but it's worth mentioning again, is like Venezuela, right? Because Venezuela's economy is so bad, people are playing games of Escape and Tibia, World of Warcraft, and selling Tibia. Oh! Yeah, you heard about this shit, right? No, Bloomberg ran the article. I read the Bloomberg article a couple years ago saying fans are playing fucking Tibia. I'm like, what the fuck is this game? It's like, whoa, this is one of the most popular games of the 2000s. What's that? You want to reopen your Tibia account?
It may have some value.
Dude, sell it to a fucking Venezuelan dude and he'll arbitrage it to some US dollars. I mean, even World of Warcraft was big in China at a certain point where they had farms of people just selling accounts, getting really good, right? To like middle class North Americans. Like, I don't have the time to get to a level 90 mage, so I'm gonna pay someone, right? So it's like, it's interesting. You can write a whole doctoral thesis in econ or it's super interesting.
I would say I grew up on the internet.
Oh yeah.
I learned commerce on the internet.
Yeah,
I learned
of course.
so many things. Like the first time I ever made money was I grew my Diablo account. And sold my Diablo account on a forum through PayPal. One time it went through, the other time I sold it and got burned. So I learned the fucking hard way, right? Like not to sell you, like not to like fucking mess with internet strangers, right? One time I grew account to like level 20 and I wanted to fucking win a raid and let some other guy into my account to win the raid for me. He never get back to my account, so I fucking learned the hard way, man. That's the internet, dude. You know what's crazy is, the first thing I ever bought online was Cialis.
Yo, that's fucking hilarious, bro.
I was fucking 16. I got it off of 4chan, right?
Yo, this guy, dude. This guy, yo, that's legendary,
I honestly don't even know if it was Cialis. I was too scared to take it. I paid some dude, like, I think it was like $20 a pill or something, and it got delivered to me like the next day.
Everyone and no one.
It was hilarious.
What happened next day?
Yeah, he FedExed it to me the next day. So I paid.
It's probably grade A Cialis too.
I don't know, man. I paid $60.
It's probably
I don't know if it was real. I never used
probably
it.
like Silk Road Cialis. Don't try and say it's ready to go.
I never bought anything online in my life. I was like, okay, well, let's try this thing out. Let's fucking see how the internet works, man.
Original e-commerce is good on you, Buffalo. You're a cowboy.
Dude, that's actually, I respect that you were doing that in
Cowboy,
19 years.
Yeah,
You were trying. You're getting familiar, right?
Like, what did you see from this?
Yeah, you're fucking shooting from the hip. That's some John Wayne shit, right? No, good for you.
It's so crazy when I look back at it now. I think that like this is fucking crazy.
Yeah. Of course it's crazy. See, I was the most wholesome kid. When I was 12, first website I made StarCraft cheat codes. That was it, man. I just made a website for StarCraft cheat codes that I found somewhere, and it got a couple hits, right? I had that like website counter, right? How many visitors he got. I was like, oh, a couple thousand visitors, whatever. StarCraft, I was so wholesome, man. I wasn't doing CLs when I was 16. What the fuck, bro?
You know how I got into exercise sport? You know how I got into
Hentai?
You know how I got into
Hentai?
This is how I perfected my Photoshop skills. I would download nudes of random women and I would place celebrity heads on them.
This guy did the first deal.
Yo, this guy went full DJ.
I-
Deepfake before deepfake.
I wanted to get really good at Photoshop.
Oh, fuck yeah.
I wasn't in Photoshop. It was Paint Shop Pro.
Yo, respect, man. That's a skill. That's a skill, man. Man's jacking off to that, right? You got.
I didn't know where to find this shit because I kept finding I just kept downloading porn and Kazaa. And it kept giving me viruses, right? So I decided, yo, fuck this. I'm just gonna make my perfect woman. So I spent hours, right? My mom would come in. I just hide the folder. Every time she leaves the room, I fucking continue photoshopping, right?
I love this shit.
I would alternate the size for nipples and everything.
Oh, yeah.
Sometimes, I'm telling you, man, some of these photoshops look like a fucking Frankenstein.
Oh.
Dude.
Yo, you got these saved files?
I wish, man. My favorite Photoshop was putting Britney Spears' head on a girl.
I'm not gonna lie, you know the first Photoshop jerk off I had was like Destiny Child.
Oh, yeah, alright, I get it, man.
But you know, I remember that the initial deepfake porn where it was like, yeah, just put like some random girl and the clean ones look so good, right? So I can only imagine taking the time to actually perfect putting her head on the chick and then alright, now I can jerk off to this. You know what I'm trying to say? This is good enough now to
I learned delayed gratification.
Oh, because you have to work
I
for
had
it.
to fucking work for it. And I'm like, yo, my fucking head is off. Bullshit.
I can't jerk it.
I kept being disrupted, something keeps coming in and out. This is bullshit, man.
I had to perfect it first. Oh my god.
Holy shit, man, that's funny,
Can you
man.
imagine designing a porn before you jerk off to it, really?
I never, wow, that's a skill. Hey, you know what, man? Dude, you know what? The history of tech is the history of sex stuff. So, one of the first things they transmitted on the early internet, ASCII character porn. Have you guys ever seen that? Someone master typing out words. They just fucking type out the big picture. Yeah, that shit. That's hilarious. You see this shit? So you use literally ASCII style characters, standard keyboard characters. You just make a Word file where you just get masterful at the detail of the hyphen key and underscores and the right letters, and you draw out a whole fucking person and then just send that across like the mailman. And people, that's the early days. That's like a Tamagotchi.
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? There's some magical conception to the fact that you can actually put together a whole bunch of keystrokes, and that will be enough to make someone masturbate.
Well, you know what? Think about this one. That's the same thing on your phone or your computer. Those are just 1080 by however many pixels, 256 options for an RGB fucking filter on a liquid crystal fucking display. That's all it is. You're jerking off to electrons, bro. You're jerking off the photons being emitted out of a fucking electromagnetic field, bro. That's what you're doing. We're all being simulated by this, bro. It's the same shit. It's just more convincing.
These photons are fisting each other. You know? That's a difference.
Photon fisters, is that right? Is that the new? That should be the name of the deepfake company. Photon fisters. IPO that shit right now in Somalia, man. They just get it going, man.
I will say though, on a very okay, I gotta whatever. I was watching this part the other day, and this chick fully just
She took it?
yeah, she fully just turned around and took her fist and just punched her asshole.
Punch her own asshole.
She just
What is going on?
punched her asshole.
Dude, can you explain what website?
She just punched her asshole and just right into her asshole.
Oh my god, man. Dude, you know what? That's not a place I would personally go. But you know what? Different strokes for different.
I can show you if you want to see it.
I'll pass. Thanks. You know what? I knew a guy in undergraduate, we'll go unnamed, and he met a girl at undergrad, right? A cute girl, and they were trying to date. And so first date, nice wholesome, go see the symphony together. Okay, all right, a bit classy, super classy, right? Get to know each other. End of the first date, he says, by the way, I suck my own cock.
And she's like, what the? And I was like, yo, bro, why did you tell her that on the first date? You know, you got to establish chemistry first. And he's like, yo, but I knew that she was like a bit of a person. Like, that doesn't matter, man. It has to be consensual. You have to have the chemistry. And then you say shit like, that doesn't necessarily mean because she's into anal or whatever, fisting. It doesn't follow that she's into dudes who suck their own cock. Holy shit, man. I was like, some people, man. And then he's also this guy to have that cherry, like fucking had the cherry on the icing cake here. Yo, he filmed a short video of himself to the girl later. He's like, I'm gonna really impress her. He fucked his own ass with his own cock. I was like, bro, what the fuck, man? Dude, your social intelligence here, with due respect. What the fuck? Why aren't you telling you fucking? This guy was clearly not neuroatypical, neurodivergent person. But you know what? That just reminds you, some people, man, they really are lost.
So what happened at the end? Did they continue dating?
They did not. She said, she just laughed at it and just thought, this is just ridiculous. I'm not interested.
Well, like, he just wanted to know that, just like my cock. I've got that down.
Yeah, exactly.
That's how it was.
He got it down. So he got the auto fellatio down, the auto anal, the auto sodomy. Okay. There's another thing. What was the other thing? I don't. Oh yeah, the other. No, it does matter because he once told me one. And there's other reasons I was friends with Skybunker. He mentioned as well that this is before he had this incident. I'm like, okay, great, man. You're like 20s, I get it. I'm not judging any age is fine. Yeah, man, I lost my virginity off Craigslist. Wait, what's going on, man?
I lost my virginity off Craigslist.
And then it turned out, he said, I lost it in a threesome. I'm like, whoa, man, with 2 girls. No, man, no.
I know.
It was a 40-year-old man and his wife, and they needed a third. I was like, oh, shit, man. Oh, fuck, dude, that's not.
This guy's a serial killer. This guy's actually a serial killer.
This guy's fucking pussy.
Oh my god, man, I felt sorry. I'm like, you know what, man? Okay. And he says, how was it? He says, man, I came. I'm like, well, you know what, man?
I came.
Man, I'm like, okay. You know what? Okay, man. It was consensual. You guys had a good time. I knew another guy, again, will not go name. Man, dude, British Columbia, okay? You have to understand, British Columbia, some people I met. I knew a guy, Chad guy, he's had a lot of success in undergrad. Okay, after undergrad, it took some time, went out to the islands, Vancouver Islands areas. Okay, there's a bunch of small islands. He went to smaller island, again, will not go name because it will be too easy to identify if anyone I know is listening. And he was working on a farm, getting to know people. And I said, okay, great, things are going fine, right? He's been there about 6-7 months, right? And he's getting to know the farm, things are going pretty well. And he's doing a good job, he's getting paid, he's like living a nice low-key life, low income, but low cost. Okay, great, things are going fine. And they're like, hey, you want to do some acid sometime? Sure, yeah, all right, free spirited, I get island culture. Listen, do you do an acid with your employer and then the farmer? Sure. It's like, great, so they drop acid, and they're hanging out, and he meets his wife for later, for dinner and stuff, they're chatting about stuff. It's like, oh yeah, we're all fucking high on acid, and the wife's like, oh great, you guys want to go out back for a bit? They're like, yeah, sure, let's go out back. And my buddy's going out back, and he says, and then she took her clothes off. And I was like, wait, and then he's like, well, what's going on? Oh, it's threesome time, guys. It's fucking threesome time. And he's like, what the fuck? And he was so high, he said, I did it. I did it. I said it was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to be high as fuck on acid. And again, they're looking at 240-something-year-olds. And they'll say, holy shit, man, what would compel you to do that? Like, when I did acid, at least, I was not in the mood for that. Holy shit, man. Dude, the stuff that the people I knew in Vancouver, man, there's all kinds of stuff, man.
He was dosed and sexually assaulted. That's exactly why he got into that in the first place, because that you're dosed into a horrible state.
Oh my god, man. That's kind of, I guess, the story there.
Yeah, that's exactly
That's, I mean, thinking, what the fuck, man. I don't know if you have any stories of people you know. I knew people who were doing some stuff.
I've never been
not heard
sexually
that.
assaulted on drugs.
I'm happy to hear it.
Fortunately enough, I can say I've avoided that part of it.
That's good to hear. You know, there's all kinds. I knew a guy who had basically 2 wives.
Oh.
Yeah, basically.
What do you mean basically?
Well, because they were living together for, there was a common law partner. He put 2 of them. And he was doing 3 years. It was like going 3 years, long-term relationship. So it was pretty good. It was working out for him. I was thinking, what the fuck? Sorry, they all live together? Yeah, they live together.
Well, no, I dated a girl who wanted to throw up.
Oh, she wanted that too.
I know a girl right now. She still wants to throw up. Like, I call her.
But was she okay specifically with polygamy? Like
Yes.
2 women? Oh, interesting.
She's very okay with it. 'Cause basically, she just knows that like me and her are a match, but I have no interest in her long term.
Oh, so she told, okay.
So she's like, as long as like I have you.
Oh, I see. Well, you know, in Uganda, I was reading there's some news in I was at Al Jazeera. He's got over 120 wives. You got a picture of him? He's got. No, sorry, not that one. Sorry. He's got several, he's got like 30 something wives. He has that many kids. Yeah, that's what I meant. So they all live on a farm, and he's starting to run out of money. You can imagine.
This is the one thing I'm just trying to.
Did you read about this?
I'm just trying to support my 30 kids.
Just support my like 100 kids and my 30 wives. Because it makes you
Not
wonder,
every day I
like,
can do it.
you know, at what point do you think to yourself, like, I got a problem? I got problems because it's, you know, economically, is that efficient? Well, you gotta raise them enough that they can make money, if that's your game.
It ain't easy being trapped.
It ain't easy.
Or you make them make money for you.
You do that for filming, right?
Well, in the Philippines, you might sell off a daughter or 2 sexually. Yo, there's UN reports on this, as you guys know. There's all kinds of darkness out there.
I don't know anything.
Oh, come on.
This guy's just dropped that. You guys dropped it.
Hey man, if you read about the social science of this darkness, man, Cambodia, you know the ironic thing about Cambodia I was reading? The sex trafficking is so high there. But the irony to me is that over 90% of the country is nominally good. Which means, wait a second, according to this logic, you could be reincarnated as a person who got child sex trafficked. I think what kind of metaphysics is this? You guys believe in this. And you think, don't you think this could have been me?
So the cycle never ends.
Dude, the cycle never ends, man. Holy shit, man.
He's gotta get fucked a couple times. That's all it is. Before you like move on to the next stage.
20-year sentence for
Oh man,
A couple
the
times
darkest
is
stuff, man. It's just too dark.
Don't get me wrong. This person.
And that's why when you think about it, like, you know, okay, I'm not going to speculate. Okay, I'm not going to speculate. You guys read about yesterday in Germany, Jehovah's Witness Center got massacred by gunmen. The Jehovah's Witness Center was a gunman just fucking unloaded. Yeah. In Germany? In Germany, yeah.
Who was the shooter?
I don't know. They're still doing investigation. I think the shooter died in the shootout. But he just started unloading clip after clip. But you know what?
Yeah, he's too fucked up.
You know, I'm not gonna go too harsh on Jehovah's. I will say, I don't know if you guys have friends. I knew one guy I was friends with, and he said, "Man, I left Jehovah's Witness because they will brainwash you to ostracize you from leaving. Because if you're excommunicated, they will do everything to make sure all these friends or family associations you get cut off all those lists. It's a very conservative association.
Is the Scientology also like that?
Scientology also has elements of that for sure. There's a lot of history. But Jehovah's Witness is really built into the doctrine. Scientology is kind of like, you have varying degrees of intensity. I mean, I know the Dutch government made Scientology illegal because there was too much of that shit happening. They decided to say, you know what, we protect free religion, but we not protect freedom of fucking like borderline, like information slavery. Because like at that point they were getting so many people were making complaints like I lost my entire livelihood, my job, my entire support because these people went and ratted or they did all sorts of stuff.
It's structured like a business. Like you have to pay. It's like you gotta hit like multiple hours free. Like you have to pay $40,000.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not like tithes that you're like paying to the church collection.
Yeah,
It's like a
because the Mormon tithes are paying 10%.
Pardon me.
I actually don't know. You could be right. But I will tell you this. Did you know the Mormons have some of the most successful investing funds? dude, the Mormons invest in everything.
Yeah, I think their fund right now is at 200 billion.
At least close to quarter trillion. Yeah, seriously. They're old. I don't remember. Look it up. It hit Wall Street Journal. Like, man, these guys know how to invest. Man. These guys.
That's crazy. $200 billion is the money the church has.
That's so much.
But they also say, well, they say, well, you know, the fund is separate from the actual church. But actually, it's the same. Because the way
They're not. Who the fuck are they kidding?
Because this is the way the pastors are paid is from the fund.
Dude, if you're a Mormon, you can make bank. You can get some. You know, there's a friend of mine in my department, and he grew up in Florida, served 7 years active duty U.S. Navy in the North Sea, got interested in philosophy of science, statistics, history of science. He said, I'm going to do a PhD. Okay, great. But before that, he did a master's in Utah. Long story short, he's like, no, University of Utah. It's in Provo, Utah. So, long story short, the reason
Mormon territory.
Mormon territory. He says, man, he was not Mormon. He was not even necessarily Christian himself. But he says, man, the woman you will meet in Utah, there's some beautiful women in Utah, and they are, you know, because you get two kinds of women: conservative, or like the way my brother likes to put it, is when it comes to conservative Muslims, halal in the streets, haram in the sheets. No, the same shit with Utah. He says the woman in Utah, all outwardly facing, like nice, prim and proper. He says, man, some of the best sex of his life, and they're going hard. Once you put a ring on it, or whatever, oh man. Welcome to the most repressed. You do anything you want. Isn't that a journey? Imagine you go to Utah.
It's often most depressed.
They get so hyped up. Oh, you can do like any shot.
See, no, I'll never get better pussy than Leah Coulter is the best pussy. It's just like the
Hold on,
wildest.
this is on camera.
Say that
This is on camera.
You have to like.
Be careful.
She's just the wildest bitch in the world.
Okay.
I just know if I want the best pussy I've ever had, I can just call her right now and it's gonna
Holy smokes, man. And she was repressed.
She will just stay in my house for 3 days and ruin my life though. That's the
Oh, man.
Yeah.
You gotta be careful with people like
But
that.
she is like the she's got unreal pussy. But she's gonna drive down here drunk on her mushrooms and like probably get her car crashed.
Man, I don't know what kind of food you got on call.
Well, she's gonna be on the show one day.
Oh, wow.
He's in the shower.
I just gotta calm her down first. Take a bowl. You gotta fucking like.
Oh, man. Wow, there's a lot going on there.
But Leah's great though. Like I've never said anything bad about
Again,
Leah.
let's be careful about the.
I'm talking about Leah all the time. I give a fuck. You gotta try to say like.
Okay, well maybe she might care, but okay.
Leah doesn't care.
Okay, alright, well, that's your okay.
She doesn't give a fuck.
Well, you know, guys, it's a wild world. There's a lot of darkness. There's a lot of dark humor.
Because you're telling this story.
And
I was in the
hopefully we
scene.
can